This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Well, good evening, everybody. 7 o'clock. It's Tuesday night. You have found yourself once again with plenty of time on your hands and eager to waste it by listening to us for 3+ hours. No matter where you are. For some of you, it's a Tuesday. Others, it's a Wednesday. Thank you to take us to work with you, whatever it is you do, wherever you're going.
We'll go wherever you go.
We will, because we're mobile, goddammit.
In the shower.
Oh, yeah. Because we'll can't see you.
I am actually not going to take any of you in the shower.
Well,
in any capacity.
It's sort of parenthetically.
Right. No capacity. None.
Yeah. Ooh, I hear the blender running in the kitchen.
Hooray!
Oh, that's a good sign. You know it's going to be a good show, and we're already planning on being annihilated at 7:30.
7 o'clock, dead sober. 7:30. Oh, we have to turn this off.
My God!
Embarrassingly intoxicated.
It's like Ruthie's alive.
God bless her. Really.
Ruthie, by the way, is Al Perkins' mom's name. Who the recipe for these lovely drinks come from. I mean, it's not like it's brain surgery. It's fucking booze and ice. I mean, it's not like it's. She wasn't like Einstein of drinking.
Why would you diminish the magic that is?
That's actually a good
that
point.
whiskey sour.
Thank you.
I know, somehow Al's yelling, so it's going wrong.
He just did say we learned, in fact, last week how it could go wrong. So.
Oh yeah, I am the one who goes out and buys the makings for.
You'll never live it down.
No, that's horrible. I've still got 3 things of lemonade in the fridge in there. I can't seem to choke down either.
Put vodka in there.
Yeah, that's actually what I generally do.
I don't have vodka
in
this house.
We'll bring some.
I'll have to get some.
I'll bring some.
I can find it. I know places that have it, serve it, make it.
I don't have any vodka left.
I don't know if you do. I don't know. You've been doing a lot of wine lately, Perkins.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh well, hell yes. Am I still sitting upright? Are we still on the air? Oh, a cunt mug full of loveliness.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, I would like a straw. I want a brain freeze.
Oh, come on, join in now.
Oh, damn it.
We're sorry we couldn't get
Break
all
that
this
down quicker.
stuff together before we get one on the air. We like to do it right now. Aaron from LA is in the chat room. Greetings, everyone.
It's the epitome of a live show.
Says he won't be in the chat room a lot tonight because he's in the hospital. Holy crap. Food poisoning, he thinks,
Oh
but
my gosh.
I got it. He had a transplant. Remember he talked about that.
Right.
So he's back. He's going to be checking in there for a few days to make sure everything's okay. Well, Aaron, I understand if you're not in the chat room with us, but if you can just listen along and wave a finger if you.
Poor Aaron is stuck in a hospital bed. He has no choice now.
Well,
But to listen to us. But I kind of love, Aaron, that you're still with us.
He's
so,
still there.
hey.
God, I love that.
That's pretty great.
Hi, Richard. Mama Di is also there. So everybody's
Hi,
joining
everybody.
into the chat room and somewhere jettisoning across the Valley of the Sun like a jet ski. Marty Ryder
Like you
is
do.
In a Subaru.
Now, I say that because I haven't heard that she's not going to be here, but I'm always assuming she's going to be here about now. So I don't know.
Allegedly.
If not, well, it's going to be a 4-person show. We'll manage to get through it. We've done it with less. So we'll get through there somehow. My heavens. I think that's really, though, cool that Aaron is in a hospital bed. Oh, no. Don't worry about my IV. I got to listen to this shit.
I got a show I got to log into.
I got it. And if you can play the drinking game from the hospital.
I feel like you win.
You could really win. Yeah. Can you? Can you get special pills? Could. Marnie's girl is in the chat room, so that tells me that
Marnie's departed.
Has departed.
She's still in
Right.
the coop.
She's en route, ladies and
Jettisoning.
gentlemen. There she is. Jettisoning. There she is.
Speak of the jet ski.
Aaron said something about she made a new chicken dinner tonight and she might get food poisoning.
It's possible.
Super glad I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you weren't part of it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't sure.
No,
Yeah, that's good for you.
Good to see her.
Yeah, she might be. Who knows? A lot's going on with this.
And she'll be very busy. And next week I'll tell you the update is that I took care of her all week.
Oh.
Aaron, I'm sure it was fine.
Turn
I
that
don't
on.
do well with the take care of people. I'd be like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, not when it comes to vomit. I don't do
can't.
vomit. No.
Oh, no.
I'm awful
I'm
about
actually
that.
just pretty bad overall at taking care of people. Kelly tells me frequently. When she has, like, when her back's thrown out,
How
or
many
she has a
times-
cold.
how many-
Good thing you had a child.
How many? Yeah. The question is, how many times has Palmer said, Mom, you're not really good at this?
No, Palmer, not so much, but I think it's just because she's 3 and she doesn't know any better.
Sure.
Oh.
But Kelly
Okay, she's on
doesn't
it. She-
fail to remind me every time she's not well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know.
You
haven't
could stay
learned.
home one day and take care of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you get a lot. Well, because you're never fucking home.
That's true.
Again, echoing what Kat
That's
said.
so weird. I've never heard that in my house at all. No.
Why?
We've actually never had that argument before. So it's
No,
weird that you said that
clearly
tonight for the very
that
first
you
time ever,
agree.
Clayton.
Why do you have to go do all of the things for all of the other people when I'm here
Oh my
and could
God.
be taken?
And you're-
You ever heard that? Have we been listening in? Are you tuning into my life?
That's awesome.
Especially with that Tuesday night gig where you make no money.
Could you guys do me a favor? Tally it. Like each time you hear it during the weekend, like next week,
my God,
bring
let's
that
do
in.
it. Yeah.
I just want
Oh
to
my
compare.
God.
I've already heard it
Compare what
well,
shitty spouses we have.
a couple of times
We'll
this
put
week.
up a little board behind
Yeah.
you.
And it's
Ooh,
only
we could put a board.
Tuesday.
That'd be nice. We could put a
like that.
tally board up for
good.
how many times your spouse tells you don't
Trying.
stay home enough.
Yeah, okay.
I think you're gonna win because I don't think I'm home enough to even hear the bitching.
Do you get a
text messages
Text,
count.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Texting.
Emails.
All right, we'll keep a log.
That's good.
Dirty looks as you pass by each other in the kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
haven't seen each other in a few days.
Passive
Yeah.
aggressive.
You know
Oh,
what
by
that
the way,
means.
did I tell you?
Yeah.
Oh no, you weren't home.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. Got those.
Somebody.
And if I could get that one back because it's signed, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Marnie's passing off porn. I think. I'm not sure this.
I
Oh,
feel like
Hedwig.
I feel like I saw my boyfriend on the Michael. I love Michael Pitt. I love.
Yeah.
I think he's so sexy.
Well, I know what I'm
I
doing
got
tonight.
John.
Thank you.
John Cameron Mitchell had signed that, so I
No.
would love to. He's very little.
And you can now go.
Very little.
Yeah, we is. A we person. You can now go on YouTube, and I can't remember what the benefit was that Michael C. Hall, the original Miriam Shore, I think, from the movie and from the original cast,
All of that one.
and the Tits of Clay that are on Broadway now do. You can hear him do Midnight Radio, and Michael C. Hall's doing Origins of Love. So there's it's
very
sneaking
cool.
out slowly but surely in different venues that
Good.
you can see just how good Michael C. Now that he's done. His last day was Friday or Saturday. He tweeted pictures, but
Not that Al's keeping up at all.
and Aaron, while you're in the hospital, tell them that you're going through a little bit of alcohol withdrawals, and they'll give you a beer because nobody wants to deal with that shit.
Is that like a thing?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
she's
you-
gonna check into the hospital in a few minutes.
I mean, they
Less
give
time
you
at
like,
home.
like a beer, or you can get like a vodka.
And free
But,
beer.
Oh my
because you're
God.
not. They don't want you to accidentally go through withdrawals. If that's not what you're there for, if sobering you up's not part of the plan.
Oh, that is amazing to
Good.
hear.
These are good information.
we don't want
know.
to add alcohol withdrawal to whatever.
Can you make a
really
note of
Whatever
that?
you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Write that down. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
So we just got.
Go to
In
hospital,
hospital.
ask for it. Yeah.
But that just means we got people in the hospital back on board. Is what I don't know if they were ever off the list. I'm not sure.
Just
But
in case Aaron wants a drink, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I would think
Good
if,
suggestion,
if you,
Al.
Aaron, if you've got really good friends out there in LA, I think you've got somebody who could probably slip something in for you.
It's really easy to smuggle shit in depending on what floor you're on.
Oh, and those little tiny bottles.
Yeah.
Work
Nobody,
good.
Yeah.
nobody checks a
does.
purse.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not like it's a bar, local bar. It's a fucking hospital.
Right.
No, it's BYOB. It says right on the right on the
Well, I
sign.
thought it was BYOI, bring your own insurance, but maybe someone
Yeah.
went like that. And made
Right.
it BYOB.
Intoxicant.
Well, when we were
Figure out. Yeah,
Very
thank you.
nice.
Very
having
nice.
when I
Very
was
well done.
How
delivering
inclusive
Palmer,
of you.
when I was delivering Palmer, we brought alcohol in. I mean, not like hard alcohol, but we brought like champagne in, like. And I don't think anyone
She called
said
it an
anything.
Right?
Yes, but it was like very normal that my mom was walking in with champagne and glasses. That was like a
In the
thing.
lady business section, no one cares.
Oh, that's real good.
You're
Thank you, Al.
celebrating. They want you to be happy. Yeah,
Oh.
it's the bigger blender.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the
It's
proper
nice.
ingredients. Molly says it's only $237 on your bill. Not that she'd know
Yeah.
personally, but she apparently has seen or knows somebody who's been in the hospital and
Well worth it.
needed
Well, perhaps.
could be
Hashtag thank you, Obama.
somebody that might have been a fall risk at one point. I don't know. Just
Who knows?
just a guess.
I don't know.
We haven't heard from
I don't
Drew in
know.
a while. Hi, Drew. And
Hello,
Richard.
sir.
Hi. I found
Marnie's
poutine
lady.
at Costco, which I thought was very interesting. I took a picture so that we could send it to Richard. I was going to ask him if he thought it would be okay. Remember when he talked about poutine? That was, if I'm pronouncing that right, I believe I am.
I actually
Do you remember
just
that?
heard today on like randomly Arizona Weird Midday show that it's actually poutine.
Poutine?
Or it's not poutine. That
Okay,
everyone in
okay.
America calls it poutine, but it's actually in French. It's not poutine. I think it's poutine.
Okay.
But I guess you would know. You speak French fluently, right?
Well, Al
But
does
not
too.
the Canadian kind. And certainly
And
not
I don't remember what
fluently.
it is.
I have
What was
like
it?
this much from high
like
school.
for me,
fries
it's
and
fluent.
gravy.
Sure,
and,
to me. Oh,
like
right, right, right.
potatoes
Because I
and
pulled out
gravy
8
and-
words last week.
That's
Yes.
really cool. That's actually a thing.
I think it's poutine. I don't know.
Oh.
but
I only speak French because I go on Google and have it say it out loud and then
Right.
repeat
we
it.
should do
Yeah, because he
New
was
song?
talking about that. There
New
were
song?
potato chips. The Lay's potato
yeah.
chips that came out with all different kinds of stuff.
Oh, right.
and they had that, and I was like, oh, I don't know
Al
about
will,
that.
Al will also remind you that he's been to France.
He will,
I
but
have.
he does, yes.
He'll remind you and tell you that he's been actually to the place where champagne is made. He reminds
Called
us people.
Champagne.
Yeah, crazy.
And he'll sit in New York hotels and tell them, argue with the bartender.
Right,
That
that
that's
and-
not
About
really
the Treaty of
champagne.
Versailles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how
You know
big
what
of
I
a
mean?
douchehead I am.
I love it's a self-admitted douchehead you are.
I'll allow it.
Oh, I was right.
Very
Richard
good.
said I was right. It's poutine.
Well, it's
Oh, it is poutine.
It's the
Okay.
round
Yeah,
table,
I'm
Katie.
excited.
Katie,
Thank you. That's
gotta-
fun,
I like
Richard.
your sparkly
I
shirt,
don't
Katie.
speak very
Thank
well.
you.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Sparkly shirt. You got your hair pulled up. Didn't come from an HRC event tonight, did you?
I did not.
Don't. No, it's
I'm
okay.
a disaster. I'm a mess.
Oh,
Now that I would take that as a language pronunciation of Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poutine.
Yeah, I know, but it has an E at the end in the spelling of it.
If only we had the technology to maybe
Oh.
Google that and
How
then
could we-
play the audio
how
clip.
could we
I wonder
look at-
how could we do
Oh
that.
God,
That's
I don't know.
I'm gonna do it.
I
Let
hope
me,
we
let me
can-
do it on my phone. Here, I'll just hold it up to the microphone.
What was that?
Wait.
I didn't do it.
Oh, it was me.
Katie, that was premature pronunciation.
I'm like, there's
Wait. Hold on.
Wait, now it's going nowhere.
Good radio.
Stimulating radio.
Stand by. It's playing. There's no sound. Why is there?
Oh,
Poutine.
it says poutine.
There it
All
is.
right.
According to YouTube.com.
We
and
like
the
that.
You heard
random
it
video
here,
that I
ladies and
clicked on.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
I use those pronunciation keys for a lot of different shit.
Anyway,
They work.
if you,
time.
if you go to Costco, they have it. So I figured for Richard, I was going to try that because I was adamantly against it. I thought it just sounded terrible, and then he
Ooh,
was like,
no, it's so good.
gravy."
It's so
and
good.
What
it's
was that? You
potatoes.
raised your hand?
Because I need a
Yeah,
Costco
please.
friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
need?
I have one.
By the way,
cinnamon almonds.
We're fine. I'll get you some.
Cinnamon
Just
almonds.
cinnamon almonds.
Oh,
No.
Cinnamon roasted almonds. I've been looking for them everywhere.
We
The,
can-
the
we
lady
can-
from work only gets them. She says
I
she
have
only
a
gets them from Costco.
spare card. You can go. We can put you on my thing. You can go wherever the hell you want.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
There you
Why
go.
would you?
You're in the
Yes.
corner.
You just scored
You
a
can,
Costco
you can buy
membership.
is there if you ever need
Which
to get
is
in that
Family
card.
plan.
works.
Yeah.
Oh, the gas
Once a
is
year
gotta
is
go
good.
for sure.
Gas
Yeah.
is good at Costco.
All right, I'm in.
Okay, well,
Done.
it's a road trip just to fucking Costco to get Al on my
And have lunch. I only go there during the lunch hour.
The $2
That's it.
with the hot dog and the drink, and
You
you're
have
done.
to go. You literally have to go after 11:30. I've tried 11, and I'm pissed because then I'm extra pissed because then they're like setting up, right? So I see that the food is about to be there, but I just like can't hang around for 30 minutes for a sample.
I've only been in Costco like twice.
Not
Do
all
I
about the
have to eat the
samples.
hot dog?
No.
No.
All right.
No, but they have samples.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
with
have
this-
hot
samples
dogs.
Oh, with,
No.
no,
The hot
throughout the
dog is
store.
completely consensual.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
And it's wow, a consensual hot dog.
Nice.
That's a pretty big word to be using for food. I think
It is a good hot dog.
Throw it
I've
out
just
there.
barely
the,
started
the
drinking, like,
Costco samples thing. People are weird at Costco. People are weird because they.
I bet I'm one of them.
No. Like they will run your ass over
Yeah.
To
to
get
get
to
to those samples.
free stuff.
and then they just forget that other people may be there and need to get by to go to somewhere else, not even wanting a sample.
Yeah.
and they're like sample, and they run
That's true. That's very true.
and get it.
Now,
And
oh,
the cart's
I feel like
over
this is
here.
a sociology experiment
No,
I'm about to
it's-
embark
And
on.
forget it if it's
really
the woman
is.
that looks like Honey Boo Boo's mom with 5 of those fucking kids, and they all go up there and get a sample. And little Marge who's in the hairnet
Yeah.
trying to pass it. Oh
With the
God.
gloves.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And they're all senior citizens, like all like 70,
Lot of
80 years
seniors.
old.
Yeah.
Well,
But you
so
like,
old
and they
people like
hand you the
Costco.
sample. You know, and they've spilled
and
half
it's a
of
good thing it's not a smoothie. I mean, like it depends. Like what,
sometimes
you know,
it
what
is, but usually that's the Vitamix guy who's just sampling the Vitamix,
Yeah.
so he's got a more steady hand.
And he's got the big microphone.
the big Madonna
thing.
microphone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
I'll
come on
listen
over
to
here.
his thing.
I gotta tell you, free sample time is when I time it out so I'm at Total Wine for
yeah.
Every
the
time.
tasting. Oh, let me tell you,
Every time.
we're in Paris for that shit. Belly up to the bar, boys.
That's good stuff.
Oh, well, starting out on tonight's
Or
show,
I guess gird your loins.
I kind of feel like everybody's is rested and ready to go because sometimes
Don't I look fresh?
you do. What
I
happened?
feel I do.
I don't know what you did.
Long bath, a soak, a little facial.
Very
Oh.
nice.
Not of the
Very
man
nice.
kind, but
Oh,
the bath product kind. God damn it.
wow.
Took me a second. there.
Cheesy Pete's.
I'm back in.
Oh, we're going to help me with the correct pronunciation of hot dog.
Hot dog. He's the hot dog.
I do want to share one more thing about Costco. Our former congressman from Tempe, Harry Mitchell, and his wife, Marianne, they used to go on Saturdays when he was in town to
They
the
buy
Costco.
a lot of mayonnaise. Where's this going?
They used to go to Costco and like have
Hot
lunch
dog,
there.
yeah.
And I just always loved that our congressman from Tempe would go and they'd eat hot dogs on Saturday and sit at the Costco and talk to people. And
That's
I just
pretty
thought that was
cool.
like a really
Yeah.
neat thing that one of our congress people did. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I
No
enjoy
staff
that.
around.
Right,
like it
right.
wasn't like a thing. It was
And
just
well,
he and his wife
frankly,
having
their
lunch.
yogurt swirl, Jesus, it's real good.
Okay, well,
I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, if you want a little like something, and
I
it's
feel like
a
I'm going to a
soft
restaurant,
serve.
not to go by. You know what I mean?
It's like the soft serve kind. It's just real good.
they have
It's
pizza.
real good.
It is.
Real
Don't
good.
get the chocolate or the vanilla.
I
get
do,
the swirl.
I do like the
I'm a
dispensers
firm
of
believer.
onions and relish where it's got the crank and
me
you can
too.
just hold the hot dog
Yeah.
and crank it and just all
Yeah.
just comes out.
and
It-
nobody's like touching.
yes,
it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, yes, there's that.
We should all go to lunch.
I
That
love
could be
lunch.
fun.
This is one of those things that I just cannot eat a hot dog. Like it's not gonna happen.
It's okay. They have pizza.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they have
I don't
pizza.
know if it's any good.
We
but-
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah?
good.
We
Okay.
grilled hot dogs yesterday for lunch. As a matter of fact, we had a little Martin
That's
Luther King
fun.
Jr. Day barbecue at our house, just the three of us.
you
But
go.
I am a hot dog fan.
I do appreciate
I am
that.
too.
I like the ones that are filled with stuff. I don't want to talk about it any further. We're gonna let that go.
They used to
I'm gonna-
make
I'm gonna go grab
years
some.
ago. No, honestly,
That was like a legitimate mistake.
Listeners
It came
cannot
out,
see me just
and then
rolling
you're
my
like,
eyes
I'm
and
like,
shaking my
I
head.
don't
I
know
know.
if they still make it, but years ago, like in the 80s, they made it was when it was injected with like cheese and it was
Oh my
fantastic.
Cheddar
God.
wurst, like a cheddar wurst kind
No,
of cheddar
it was
dog.
just an
Oh.
Oscar Mayer with like liquid cheese in the middle.
Well, that
They
was
have that.
I could
Fine.
could get on board with something injected with
Eat
cheese.
poutine.
I'm okay.
They still
But
have that.
but you know what I can't find, and it's not a hot dog related thing, but I can't find pimento loaf lunch meat anymore.
Oh my
Thank
god!
God
I
Almighty.
Loved that as a kid. I always eat that.
So do you remember
Mm.
the pimento like spread kind of thing, the cheese? That
Yeah.
they had?
That's still around.
They
though.
had
Then
that.
I don't like that.
haven't seen
But
that.
I can't find pimento loaf, and I've looked.
I feel like maybe I have seen.
I think you just got to go to a
think-
different neighborhood.
Why is it all of a sudden I bring up something and I'm the idiot? I'm the bad
No,
guy.
no, no.
You're
Honestly,
not.
I think
No,
you're just in the
no,
wrong.
no.
You're just not in the
Oh,
right.
crack
Yeah.
fries is too high class for what I'm
No,
looking
you know
for.
what? That sounds like an
Maybe.
old people thing. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Try
Yeah,
Scottsdale.
yes.
I
Try
think you need to go
Scottsdale.
to like
Not kidding.
Scottsdale.
Like
Or a
fancy
deli.
fries
Go
on
to
like
a
Shea
deli.
and
Well,
Tatum or whatever.
I learned about
Find
it.
good
old
call.
white people.
I learned about it from old white people because
Maybe
that's
the-
where I got it.
No.
Maybe an
Totally.
American flag on the car. These might be
Yeah.
good signals.
Oh, maybe a
like
Buick
that's their jam.
Roadmaster.
NRA.
Okay, well, I'll go.
These are your people.
I will look at my local
Yeah.
fries and Safeway for.
That could be probably a Safeway. I think a Safeway is going to be your
Sure.
better bet. 'cause
I
You
think
think-
so as well.
I'm,
They have
I'm
a
guessing
bigger
so.
selection.
I'm also looking for Smucker's has a flavor you can't find everywhere called black raspberry. Fantastic, and you can't find it at the regular crack.
I
That
fries.
appreciate
that
it.
is the best way to get sugar into your body is
Mark-
jelly. jams,
Wait a minute.
and or jellies.
I do love jam.
Ernie, why are you telling me that Ernie says, come to my hood, we have shit like that here. You are at 24th and McDowell. What do you have there?
I think you need more of a hood
Yeah.
experience of one color or another.
I have a feeling that I'm being somehow
I'm going to leave that
made
one
fun
alone,
of
too. I'm just going to...
No,
for this. It feels
Yeah.
like there's jocularity being directed towards me.
We're on a hunt.
it is a
We're on a
reason.
hunt.
I like the challenge.
Yes.
Black
I'm in.
raspberry.
I
Smuckers.
Muckers is the
all
only
right,
one.
wrote it down.
I'll check for black raspberries, Muckers, but I can't even be in the room while somebody eats that other stuff he's talking about.
Well, we can bring it and just
I used to
give it to
love
him.
it.
Oh,
And maybe now you'll have it and be like, maybe
And that's
not.
because
also-
it has the white spots that Gilda Radner used to always make fun of. The fuzzy. Remember, it had the white fuzzy part that you were never quite sure what the hell.
Perhaps we could move along
No,
to the
that
next
was
segment.
liver
Pimentos.
toast.
No, but it was on the.
It's on the
pimento.
pimento.
Not that I
thing
remember.
too.
Not the Oscar Mayer brown that I remember. But that's where I also learned about real mayonnaise, the difference from Miracle Whip. That's how I learned a long time ago because it was pimento toast and real mayonnaise. I was like, this is fucking heaven. I was thrilled. My God, we've wasted enough time with that. Katie June, your sparkly shirt. Let's start where I tried to go 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
What's up?
Oh, hi. Well, I wanted to
Hi,
share.
I'm Katie June, contestant number 1.
Hi, Katie. And thank you, Richard. I have that written down.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome. I am a runner now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean,
You
it's
ran
only
here?
5 days, but I'm
And wait, time out. How many out of 5 have you run?
no. So 5 total in
Oh, okay.
the last 2 weeks. So 3 days a week.
All right.
So this was
All right,
today
I'll allow
was
it.
was day 2 of
Okay.
this week.
Yep.
So I'm doing this couch to 5K. So it takes like the laziest couch potato,
Yep.
right,
like
in the
that.
world. To doing a 5K over the course of like however many weeks. So I'm aiming for, I was going to try to get real crazy and I was like, I'm going to do one in January. But then I thought, don't
It
be an
is
asshole.
January.
January of this year? Yes, it's already
Yeah.
January.
This is like 2 weeks ago when I started. I thought I would do it next
January.
weekend. So instead, I'm going to do, because the Pride 5K is on the 11th. So and the Pride parade is the day after. So that's my goal. I'm aiming for the
Nice.
Pride 5K. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, so here's what I get
what's
out of
the
that.
month?
It's
April.
April.
Very.
Yeah.
I feel that's
Now,
very doable.
here's,
Super
what,
doable.
here's what I'm taking out of what you just said. Based
Go.
on the
Go
fact
ahead.
that we just signed on to doing hosting of the parade again
So
for like,
excited.
what, our 5th, 6th year, 7th
Super
year, whatever it
excited.
is. Which also I believe you're involved with. And
That was part of my segment, yes.
Okay, yes, which I'm excited. We're going to talk more about that,
Yeah.
not just here, but later.
Sure.
But what I'm taking from you doing the run on Saturdays means I have to find a new co-host for Sunday.
No, she'll just be sweaty.
Oh, really?
They start real
really,
early.
let me tell you, honestly, like I did a half marathon once without training at all. And I couldn't walk for about a week.
But didn't die.
But I didn't die. I was still functioning. And I have done 5Ks before but I've just never really but I've always kind of just done them as an add-on to either a swim and a run or a bike and a run because I really like triathlon and I've always focused on the swimming and the run and the biking. So now I just I'm taking this year, I want to actually become a runner. So I'll be fine. A 5K is really, it's what? 3.2 miles
Yeah.
or something like that?
I've done that in my
3.3.
car, so I've clocked that out.
Yeah.
In my car.
My car was
There's a
running.
marathoner.
My car was running. I don't know why no one can. It's semantics. That's all.
So anyway, really super excited. And I just wanted to share. So I started my Couch to 5K last week. I only run 3 days a week, which is I'm doing all these things that are
Totally
actually doable,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
not-
actually kind of taking notes a little bit.
Yeah.
Realistic, achievable goals.
It's on your phone. You listen to your music. It dings when you run, and then it dings when you walk. It's a run-walk program. It's so comfortable.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, last week it had me running for 60-second intervals, and the first day, my lungs hurt, my knee was aching. I had to stop. I couldn't even make the whole thing. And then this week it has me running 90-second intervals, and it was amazing. Today I had to do 6 90-second intervals of running, and then you walk in between each. And it wasn't until the last one that I kind of felt it in my lungs a little bit, and my knees were a little bit sore. So it was progress. It was noticeable
Very good.
physical progress over the last 5 runs. So I was excited about
What's
that.
the name of the app again?
It's Couch to 5K. It's C.
It's okay.
The letter C, number 2, and then 5K. So Couch to 5K. But
C25K
yeah, all right.
app. Got it.
Aaron's in for the 5K. Let's do it. Pride 5K. It'll be fun.
Because I've been doing the couch to 5 feet, and it's working. It's been doing.
Little burning in the knees.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it was
refrigerator
just something
door
about the couch. Did I misunderstand?
I bought a
I thought it was
5-foot
like
couch.
the couch or.
The Couch or 5K. I know
one.
Yeah.
Couch.
Oh, I thought it was an either or.
So anyway, it should
All
be
right.
very fun. I'm excited about it. And then there was one other thing I wanted to share with you guys, mostly with the medical professional in the room and anyone that's on.
WebMD.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Or Wikipedia.
I have WebMD'd the shit out of this.
Up to
I am
date.
freaked the fuck out.
What's wrong with you now?
What's going on?
I
It should be a new segment. We should have music. What's wrong with Katie now? What has she got this
you gotta
week?
get the Katie
She's looking
June.
kind of sweaty
Katie
and she's got big feet.
Oh, I'm thinking it. During my run, I'm I'm going to share that. I'm going to tell them about this. And I'm going, they're going to think I'm just such an asshole.
No.
I always
No.
have
Just for
something.
this?
Katie,
Look
this
at
is
my concerned
awesome.
face.
Yeah.
No, no,
I
no.
know.
Very-
It's very concerning.
I'm very
So this
excited.
is
We're on board.
actually pretty serious.
Totally.
So,
Do you have a will?
you know how I do, as a matter of fact. I
Just
do-
wanted to make
I
sure
do have
I'm
a
written
will.
into it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I obviously have to go back.
Can
And,
this show be the benefactor?
I want the camouflage socks back.
you guys are going to get my car. You guys are going to inherit
Stop
my
it,
car
Cody.
payment.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
you
and
can
like
have
a
that.
mattress. All of the things I own.
One has more miles than the other.
According to Kelly.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you're never home.
I've had the mattress for a while. So, anyhow, okay. So anyone who has hair, so you excluded, knows.
You mean anywhere or just on top of your
like
head?
on your head, I
okay,
feel like.
just well, because
And especially with long hair, which kind of excludes everyone, but maybe you guys have experienced this, or certainly
in the
people
past.
online. So when you wash your hair comes out in the shower, right?
Yeah.
Like you
Yep.
get hair, it comes out of your head. And I have always noticed when my hair is coming out, because I try to be conscious to like put it in the trash and not let it go down the drain, whatever.
right, smart.
So I've been getting more and more. I've noticed in the shower the last couple of months, more and more. I'm getting a lot of hair out on my fingers, like a lot. And I haven't really thought anything about it other than noticing I'm getting all this hair is coming out. And then I've been noticing more and more hair on the floor of my bathroom, and like more and more hair when I'm drying my hair and like brushing it and running my fingers through it. And I'm always pulling hairs off of my shirt.
You're dying, Katie.
I'm losing my hair, right? So I've been noticing this. So then I'm getting ready to go out. We go out to dinner on Saturday night, and I wash my hair, and I get out of the shower, and I notice like visible gaps where when my hair is wet and it falls differently than when it's all dry. Visible, like separation.
Now I can't stop staring.
In my part, right? So I go out to Kelly and I'm like, oh my God, I think something's wrong. And she goes, no, everything's fine. And I go back into the bathroom and I'm doing it. And I said, no, I really think something is like, this isn't normal. Like I know, and she doesn't obviously stare at my hairline and my part line. But anyway, the long and short of it is I've lost hair. I can feel it on the back of my,
The crown
of my head. I can see it in my hairline. So I'm freaking out, right? Like pretty genuinely freaked out. So Kelly starts fucking WebMDing and Googling this shit. Meanwhile, I'm just popping Xanax because I was like having a panic attack.
Did she diagnose you with parvo?
No. Okay. I have actually.
Because I did that one time. I diagnosed myself
Yourself?
with parvo.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Did you actually own a dog at the time?
No.
Oh dear God.
Wow.
Continue.
It's perfect. So I was diagnosed with Epstein-Barr virus from the blood test, like actually. And Kelly goes, "Oh gosh, well it says here that sometimes people with Epstein-Barr get alopecia," and I'm like genuinely freaked the fuck out. But it's a thing, but it's pretty rare. So then I said, "Oh, also, gosh, my head has been itching like crazy lately, like really, really itchy." And Kelly goes, "Oh, well, that's what happened to my mom, who has had chemotherapy right before her hair started falling out." So I am in tears. I'm like, I'm losing my hair. So I went to the doctor. I now have had I don't have results yet, and I'm kind of freaked. But I now have had a full panel, a full blood work panel, a full thyroid panel, my cholesterol, all these other random things. The thing that I'm thinking and I'm hoping is that I was on thyroid medication when I had been previously going through all this fertility stuff. When I left that doctor, I quit everything cold turkey. The only thing they told me to wean off was prednisone steroid, which I did. But they didn't tell me anything else about like the 50 micrograms of Synthroid I was on every day.
Yeah, I was thinking it's got to be like it's something hormonal.
Hormones.
Right? Like
And with all this stuff of the lady business and the trying to have a baby and all this shit you're doing, who knows what level?
I'm with
who
Erin,
knows what level you're?
that would be a trauma. I mean, like putting all of that into your body, and
Yeah.
then not. That certainly could be a trauma, because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Stress will cause
And drugs
that.
come
Also,
out
I
in-
saw it on Criminal Minds.
And drugs come
right
out in
before
your
she was
hair.
killing people, she was pulling her hair
Stop
out.
it,
Just
really?
saying.
Gosh, well, good.
It was
And
written
it's
on
any
Criminal
kind of-
Minds. I'm
good
kidding.
thing you guys I'm in a good mood when I drink
Yes,
these, so
I know,
that's
right?
positive.
But truly, stress.
Hair on your
and,
chest.
I mean, it's really scary.
It's
and
scary.
The one thing that I'm thinking, and I'm just like envisioning my life without hair, like the rest of my life without hair. And I get that it's not
I
everything.
know you want to be like Al, but it's okay. It's
And we all know the fun of
couldn't be her.
wigs. Like no one's afraid of
How
wigs.
fun.
Right,
Yeah.
wigs are fun.
You
But
look
I
super
like
cute
really
in a wig.
like my hair.
Yeah.
It has put into perspective, though. I kind of thought when Kelly's mom was going through chemo and really, really, really upset about losing all of her hair, and I kind of thought, come on, but you're like gonna survive and it's gonna be great. And like I'm having a very,
sudden.
very tiny glimpse of what that feels like. So I'm like, it's like certainly an empathy check, you know. But yeah, it's just a little freaky. So anyway, I just wanted to get your take, but it's got to be hormones and stuff. Otherwise, I just like need serious Rogaine. I hope it goes back. Does it grow back?
Read what
Don't take
Marnie's
Rogaine.
Marnie's girl. Read the chat. What Marnie's girl saying. She's talking about her surgery, and 5 6 months ago, whatever your body was going through.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Time for a new haircut. Yeah, well, maybe shaved, bald. I don't know.
Yeah, Sinead.
No, but I mean, Erin went and got, she had super long hair. Boom. And she got it cut really short and it just
Came back. Grew
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, you're gonna be
unfortunately,
fine.
there's also women that have lost their hair from alopecia
True.
and don't get it back. You see them at the hairdresser where they're trying to like
Sure.
rearrange 5 hairs.
Yeah.
When you're just like, get the wig.
Get the wig.
The
it's
lady
okay.
comb over is not cute. Don't go
That's what
there.
I'm gonna have to do because I
No,
can't
you
do the
won't.
lady
Go to his
comb
house. He has
over.
an entire, right?
I'm
Come on.
pretty sure
You're
I
good.
talked about this before at one time in regards to something, and I don't recall if you were on the show yet or not, but a long time ago, and I didn't realize this because I wasn't knowledgeable of wigs and what the wonderful things you could do with them was. I had a great aunt who went through a bunch of went through chemotherapy and a bunch of things, and she knew going in. She goes, "Well, hair's gonna go." She went and had a custom wig made
that's
that looked
right.
exactly the same. Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Wow.
I'm not saying you're at that point. I'm just saying
Right.
there are many options.
There
If you're
are
go- if,
options.
if we get to that point, I mean, we'll do a new photo shoot and update the pictures and
Well, she can she'll
guess
Photoshop
you-
you.
put Cat back in it for real.
I guess
And-
you kind of get to do some fun things. Like I gotta say, I really like Wendy Williams, and that bitch wears a wig all the
Every
time, every
fucking
single
minute.
day.
Yeah.
And it's fun because she always gets to do different. Okay, so
Star Jones did it.
I'm in
What's
a
the
little
other?
bit-
Sherry
Sherry
Shepherd.
Donna
that-
Summer, Diana Ross.
Yeah, all of it.
It's Beyonce's hair. She's about the only one that, I mean, it's extensions and weaves and stuff, but that bitch is using her own hair most of the time. That's craziness.
yeah.
She's like the only black famous person I've ever seen that's.
So I just need to become a black famous person, and then I'll fit
Well,
right.
There you go.
Well,
We're a
in.
good man.
Sure.
That's fantastic.
Fit right in.
Write that down.
So you just
Oh,
missed
wow.
MLK.
AJ
Richard
to
also happened to Richard,
Black
Any
family.
kind of a
Wow.
stress.
Yeah,
any
stressor.
kind of a stress.
like a hormone-y
situation.
body.
It could be hormone
Yeah, it doesn't
stuff,
have to be. It can be
it's
just straight.
anything.
Just
stress.
Just stress.
God, it was just like a release, kind of like
Yeah.
a moment when I went, oh my god, like I'm definitely
Take
my hair's coming out.
take a breather. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Just gonna keep taking Xanax
We'll
or
all-
drinking
We're
birthday
right here for
surprise.
Drink some more, yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll be here with you.
And make
throughout.
sure that the
We're
side
right
effect
here.
of Xanax isn't hair loss.
Oh my god,
Oh.
That's a common side effect of drugs. Is hair
I'm
loss.
done. I'm seriously done with Xanax for
But
forever.
I'm kidding. But look it up. Find
I
out.
love it, but I'm done.
Good.
Wow.
All right. More liquor.
Anyway, you guys, thanks for listening. That's
You
my
are so funny.
and that's my week.
I like
I thought you were
it.
gonna say that's my
My
weed.
wig.
We all went somewhere
I know we
different.
did, but I like it. Anyway,
Dr. Ben Carlson.
And I appreciate you wearing your
Thank you for sharing.
security credentials to the studio today. Thank you.
Somebody's got clearance to be here.
It's been a busy day.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, goodness gracious, so many things. We'll go backwards. Today I got to hang out at the school and volunteer a little bit. They're having a
Cool.
science night.
Oh,
Which I'm skipping. And then next week it's book fair week.
only be-
oh,
I'm
that's
like,
good,
oh,
Sarah.
science night or the show with Clayton McKee.
oh.
You see what won.
Most people make the
There
wrong
were-
choice too, like you did.
There were no arguments about that.
I have a science story coming up in the headlines, oddly enough, from a school. So
That's so
There's
exciting.
that, yeah.
I will listen.
it'll almost be like you're there. Yeah.
I will listen.
Laser focus.
So
Laser
yeah,
focus.
I'm still because I'm a PTO busybody enough that they make you your own tag with your own name on it that says
So cool.
this bitch has no other life and hangs around at the kids'
No,
school.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very fun.
There's
It's
that.
very fun.
Okay, I think there's one way to take it.
More than likely, this person is not going to abduct children.
Yeah.
So then, other than that, it's been work, of course, and then I got the opportunity to sit down with the fine folks over at Phoenix Pride,
Yes.
and I don't think my co-host has been confirmed yet.
well, because I
but-
told them I was going to talk to you about that tonight, and they can't designate it.
Oh,
I told them that already.
all right.
Yeah, only because I want to make sure that you got what you wanted, and it was paired up. I didn't want them just to pick some random tard somewhere and put them with you, because I'm like, no.
It's fantastic.
I didn't use the whole word.
No, that was awesome. Did you see him? He goes, that
It was him.
This one said it.
was
Yeah,
cute. That
but
was
no,
very
but
cute.
I'm so excited because they approached me. They said they approached me last Wednesday, and because they happened to be at Charlie's and I was DJing the Pride pageant for them.
Sure.
And they talked to me about it, and they said if Katie could not do it with me this year, they wanted to put you with me at the main stage. And I said that's perfectly fine.
Fun.
But then obviously she's good, and they
Right.
said, but they asked me, what do you think about putting Kat at the second stage? I'm like, fantastic.
You said terrible idea.
Well, then I
She
said,
has,
well,
she has more of a voice for radio. But what are you thinking about?
no,
Not
I
sure
said
about in person.
I think that would be a great idea. They also said that part of the reason they thought of it was because of your newfound stardom of being on tour everywhere
Self-proclaimed fame.
and being on
Yes.
this. And I think it's a great idea.
The
I just want to
Cat
make sure
Carlson
that
Memorial Tour
Memorial
continues.
Tour.
Yes.
It's good.
That's, it should be the Cat Girls Memorial Stage.
I know.
Memorial VIP tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm
how
gonna
many
make a
people
sign.
would
It's gonna be the
notice?
Cat Carlson
I just
Memorial.
wanted- I just was
something.
concerned-
VIP Phoenix
Yes.
Pride Parade
Yes.
stage. Yeah, that's awesome.
I just was concerned
I
that they
was
were
a-
going to choose somebody that you didn't have any chemistry with. I just want to make sure that it was somebody that either you chose or somebody you already know that you work with. Because I just please don't pair with somebody that's just a complete idiot.
well,
That's very
last
kind.
year they had some
I mean,
people on the
idiots are good
stage,
fun, so-
and one of them didn't even show
Didn't
up.
show up at all.
At
Yeah,
all.
this
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I heard that it
I was at a
perhaps little
lecture
dry.
recently, and it was time I had a question for the people lecturing, and they were like, "And it's Al Perkins from the show with Clayton McKee." I'm like, "What?"
Oh my God.
Really? Very good.
That's awesome.
like I was like, you don't know me.
You don't know.
Self-proclaimed fame. That's fantastic.
That made me laugh that someone said that about it. I'm like, okay, I guess I have a question.
No, you know what? I think it's working. I saw.
It's working.
I saw a meme on Facebook today at some point that said something about the thing that you do when you're procrastinating is the thing you should do for the rest of your life. And so
I read
Sit
that.
around
Did you see that? And
sit
so I,
around listening to music.
Right. And so I reposted it and commented something about how do I make being just a snarky asshole into a job.
Yeah.
And then our good friend Luisa Valdez was
Yes.
like, well, there's Chelsea Handler. There's I can't remember who else she rattled off.
I saw
There's
Joan
Perez
Rivers,
Hilton.
yeah.
There's
And
Joan
now,
Rivers.
and now you've heard of Chelsea Handler. You've seen Perez Hilton. Now there's
Cat
Now you can listen to this
Dr.
bit.
Dr. Ben
Ben
Carlson.
Carlson.
So clearly it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Going places. This
So yeah,
month.
that's my big update. I'm going to be hosting the other stage,
It's the one that's actually
Pride
it's
Parade.
closer to
Close to the
the
entrance.
Pride
It is.
grounds.
which
yeah.
will be a lot of fun because I really do like every time I work one of these gay events, I do just kind of sit and catcall and make fun of people. So now they're going to give me a microphone to do it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very fun.
I think it's
And
funny they
so-
actually said cat call.
Yeah,
You're the
no,
one
I
doing the
think-
calling.
We don't-
Oh, thank you, Marty.
and I hate the cat jokes
The
so
game
much.
that I play out of town is
Sounds like
the
it.
Trace Share, where you sit as people pass by and you like yell out to the crowd. But the rule with Trace Share is it has to only be positive things. You're not allowed to yell like.
Well, there's a lovely purse. Look at that. It's
Yeah,
a-
Sure.
So
like
Trace
you have
Share.
to. It's to. You know what I mean? As you're sitting on a street watching people walk by, like.
Yeah. No, I
you don't
never
wanna
do
be
it
nasty.
insultingly. I always
Do
do
you
it in a
remember-
pay attention to me kind of a way.
Yeah, but
so,
that's fine too.
And now let's cut to a midget and a tube top.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember when
Wow.
we talked about doing that before the show had even come about? And you and Al and I were at Pride, just standing there, and we were talking about putting up our own
booth.
our own little booth that was just right in the middle by the dance folks, and just
Oh,
have it
that's
be
fun.
like a shell almost, right? So we could, and it would turn, and we could just comment.
On people. I think it's a fantastic
and then,
idea.
And then we kind of
We should
discussed
still
how it
do
had to
that.
be nice and it had to be whatever. And then I became really disinterested.
Yeah.
I
Take
mean,
some
but
of
I
the
mean,
fun out. I
how
understand.
fun! How fun
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, the nice part I don't understand, but
It's just
The
part of the
rest of it.
Trace Share game is that
No,
you have
I
to be
know.
you have to be because you're calling people out on the street and you don't want to make somebody go home and kill themselves. Like
Right.
That would be
be
horrible.
terrible.
Yeah.
Really,
I'd be calling
actually-
myself out at the same time. Though.
Right. But
I mean,
it's
it's
just
right there.
plus it's just fun to watch people's reaction. When,
It is.
You got to see people's
When
reaction
you-
when you get a compliment walking down the
Sure.
street, especially someone
Sure.
that's not expecting it.
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that.
Well, look at her. She got some new shoes.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Look at that.
Must be BOGO week at
I know.
I'm not
Payless.
saying it can't be snarky. It just has to have a positive feel to it.
I like that. I like
Somebody
that.
makes their own clothes. Look at the money she saved.
We have a lot in
Grandma.
common. I, too, used to make my own
Look at
clothes.
the good you do.
That was from Dame Edna. I love that. She talked about lady in the audience, and she's like, "We have a lot in common. I too used to make my own clothes." And the woman's like, "I don't. Is that good? Is that bad?"
One of the funniest things ever. The Dame Edna game show. That was. So I think there's only like 6
yeah, like
episodes.
back
It's called
in the day.
Dame Edna's Neighborhood.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Game show.
Where she goes to the houses.
And it only had like 6 episodes, and they were all filmed before it aired, so nobody was in on the joke.
Right?
But she would get 3 people, and they thought they
Maybe
were
I didn't see this.
they were up there to win prizes, but it was really she was while they were on stage. Madge, the world's oldest bridesmaid, was breaking into their house and going through their stuff with like their husband was involved,
Yes.
and the audience was for ladies only. Oh my God! It was
I'm
one of
literally
those-
pulling it up, and this is something I'm gonna
Yes.
have to watch later.
It
Oh,
was one
she
of those things
runs
that
up through
I
a
have.
neighborhood.
I have it on DVD, and I used to bring it to the bar and play it on Mondays,
funny.
like every
I don't think
couple
I've ever
months.
seen that.
I don't know that it ever aired in America.
Oh,
just
it was on.
happened to-
It was on PBS because Mom and I used to watch it.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, Dame Edna. Oh, wait, Dame Chevy Chase on Dame Edna's. Oh, that's Hollywood. But this is Dame Edna's Neighborhood Watch.
Yes.
that's
Neighborhood
Yeah,
Watch.
she's-
And she would break into the people's houses.
Go through their bathroom and pull out their knickers out of drawers.
my
Oh my
God.
God, it was so funny. Well,
That-
somebody's having a good time here, aren't they? She'd just go through all of it.
That's funny.
We've gotten so far away from you hosting the Pride Parade with us. That's fantastic. But anyway.
Yeah, what a
Yes.
fun day.
It is how. Yeah, it's going to be a really fun weekend, and I've clearly
I'm curious to see how it goes this year because it's the first time that they're doing the parade on the second
they
day of
moved it
Pride.
to Sunday. Sure.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
is
good.
interesting.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
on
moved
Sunday
the
this
parade,
year.
the parade to Sunday.
Yeah.
And I will also be appearing in the VIP tent behind the bar.
Oh.
And
So I
working
wondered
with
if you were
some-
bartending.
as will
totally
I because I'm
bartending.
setting up all that equipment
Well,
again.
fantastic.
God.
We'll see
Well, I
each
have,
other
a
there.
better, I have a better
Yeah.
chance of seeing the parade if it's on Sunday.
On Sunday,
Saturday's
yeah.
always hard. Marina, what did you do all week?
Marina. Now that's a new one. I like it.
She's a good time, that
Somehow.
Marina.
Oh yes. God bless her.
God.
Oh, Marina.
There's a whole nother picture prepared. Just hit blend once.
Oh, hold the top down.
Yeah. Oh, I put the top on.
Either or
And,
one.
you know, it has just been I'm glad the week's done. I'm glad the week's done.
It's only Tuesday.
No, I mean the week since last
Last
Tuesday.
week.
Okay.
But it's just been a long week with the dogs. We still have Huck at the house.
Is Huck still intact?
Huck's still intact. Rudy is still intact.
Oh, but I thought you got the snip done.
That's what I meant
No,
about
that's
intact.
what you meant. No, that's tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Balls to the wall tomorrow morning.
I don't
I'm
care where
very
you put 'em when you're
excited.
taking
I
off.
think they
but-
kind of just incinerate them, really.
Oh God, I'm so fucking excited.
Well,
to
and then it's going to
just-
be, what, a week or two before
Chop
he
his
calms
balls
down? I mean, he's going to move slow.
But he'll thank God.
But it'll take a while, doesn't it, to
and
get
you
that
know
out of your
the
system?
thing is that if in me it does apparently for him to kind of chill out a little bit, but he's not the one who's not chilled out. Like honest to God, I've never believed in the dog whisperer. I've never sat down and watched Caesar Milan. Anyone
He's
brings-
really good.
Anyone
He's
br-
talented.
I thought he was dead.
with his
No.
own dogs.
No, no.
Internet hoax.
But with it.
I know, that's his
just,
thing.
just get them fixed. Don't chop them off. That's barbaric.
Oh no! Snip that fucking shit off. And I'm telling you right now
That's just
that
mean.
the idea of these dogs when they're just lying around, they're so sweet and so good. And Rudy is a fucking nutcase. Like all of a sudden, his anxiety is just through the roof. So I shouldn't admit this shit to you people, but thank you for opening the door to just being able to be open with all of us,
You were
right?
shaved
But-
and bald?
No.
Well, you were
Like,
thanking
wait a
her. I
minute,
didn't know. I'm like, what?
No, for opening
Wait,
the
you're
door.
gonna give him
I'm
Xanax.
going to- no, there's a gal that I was a friend of ours introduced us to as far as calling her. It's like a behavior solutions or something, and it's about like kind of a Caesar Milan here in Arizona. And I'm going to have that person come out
That's awesome.
to deal
Yes.
with Rudy.
Yes,
Because
dog
Rudy
whisperers
is
are
Rudy
are
is like the
fucking
instigator,
genius.
and
Is
even
that
though
the ball
he's
nipper?
Yes, he's the nipper, not the
Because he's the
nippy.
little guy that you have.
he's the little Swiffer. He calls him Swiffer.
You don't know. We might have deaf listeners. I'm trying to help out.
You know,
If that's the only thing they get the whole time is
Yeah.
snip, snip.
That's it.
The universal
nip.
symbol for
Snip,
What,
nip.
what is
Ball
that? What is that?
biting.
The Japanese thing?
Oh my God.
with the,
Oh, the
mahjong,
balls.
mahjong,
balls.
Benoit.
gajong,
Benoit balls, that's it.
something.
You're welcome.
Dr. Ben
Mahjong
Carlson
is the
balls, I
gentle
don't know.
game that old ladies play.
Oh my God, which I
Certainly
no,
involves
and me.
nothing that looks like this.
I bet they have pimento
They
loaf.
may.
They-
We're gonna have to call.
that seems like a fair.
Yeah, you gotta come to my neighborhood because there's hella Jews up there too, and I believe they love to mahjong.
Oh my God, I
Cal.
love to Jews. I love Jews. That's
Good for,
also a thing.
Good to know.
Yep. Okay.
Wait,
Go on.
did you say
Glad
you
to be
love
up to
Jews?
date on
I
your
do.
feelings
No,
about
by the
Jews.
way, I do as well.
I
I'm a
love
faux
Jews.
Jew.
Super Jews. I also want to convert. Go
Well,
on.
that's why I'm a faux Jew.
All right, Liz Taylor.
Is there an app for that, Katie?
Probably.
Couch to Jews.
to synagogue?
Couch to synagogue.
Couch to temple
In just
in
6
5
weeks.
short steps.
Couch to mitzvah.
You'll have to lose your hair.
Couch to matzah.
Elizabeth
I'm
Taylor,
on my way.
Charlotte
I'm well
from
on my
Sex
way.
and the City.
If any
and
step
this
is
bitch.
losing your hair, I'm in.
You're
I'm
there.
on my way.
You're there.
Halfway there.
Hava, Nagila, Hava.
Tequila.
I can do that too. I can have a tequila.
Oh, this is good shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm there, Richard. I get it.
You
I've tried
all,
to do that.
convert as you want to. I am not drinking Manischewitz, okay?
Oh, I have some in my fridge.
I know, and you keep it there.
No,
'cause-
it's to make
It's
it's to make ice cream, but I digress.
Oh God, what the fuck? What the fuck do you think ice cream tastes like?
People.
Yeah, exactly. Nip it in the balls. Nip it in the balls.
Nip it in the balls.
Nip your
ball.
Manischewitz ice cream in the
Digress. It's been aside from
Puppy drama.
puppy drama. It has been just a long week that I'm glad is done.
Well, all right.
And that
for
I'm
them.
here again with you folks. Thank you for letting me exit last week. I just
Well, you
Well,
would
you're not a
I
hostage.
was a
Yeah.
no, but I mean it's just I didn't.
Unlike some of your
I certainly hope
texts.
when you left, you
gonna
clocked
say.
out so that payroll gets
I
done
did.
accordingly.
If the
I did.
FBI is listening, she is free to go.
No.
And she crossed no state lines to get here.
No.
Anyway.
And it's
And
of
She's a
age.
consenting adult.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't mail her either.
Oh my God.
You know, postal fraud.
Oh God, I was very
I'm just
confused.
covering my
Federal
bases.
crime. That's
Confused
serious.
as to what was
All right, so I met up with the Girl Scout leader.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
mean-
God.
Oh, where's my bell?
The
Where's my bell?
The grand poobah of the Girl Scouts.
I'm disappointed that
Is she
did
going
not
to sponsor
bring-
our show?
No, but she said we have to help the girl that we gave the link to.
Yeah.
And I forgot to do it till today, so tomorrow
Okay.
I'm going to go and buy cookies from her. Because
Okay.
she loved that story when she.
Oh,
heard-
good.
It's a
Because I
cute
told her
story.
about the story of Kira, Kesha.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Kara, something. Yeah.
So we got to put her link up again and get this
Okay.
girl like all the cookies in the world.
I thought you were going to tell
All
us
right.
that we overloaded it and she now cannot complete any
know, right?
orders.
And I did promise
That'd be
her.
fantastic. Our tens of listeners have overloaded.
If they share who knows how
You
many
tell
people
two
shared the
friends,
link?
and then
Yeah.
they tell two friends.
It's the phone tree. I understand.
Yes.
So we got to hook her up, and then it's just so funny because I'm like, but I'll never say her name on the air, and she's like, yeah, but I'm like, well, tell them to Google you because you are the CEO of the Girl Scouts. she was here for
I'm
with-
literally Googling her right now.
she was here
Don't say
for
her
a
name out
speech
loud.
Say her
last.
name.
She was here for a speech as part of a lecture series with Sandra Day O'Connell last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So they were
Connor.
Any word?
O'Connor, isn't I said?
Connell is
O'Connell.
what you
Oh.
said.
If
Sandra
I've got the
O'Connor.
story
We
right, any
gotcha.
word on where the hell her brother is?
Oh, he was here.
Oh, he was?
He flew in for a minute and a half, and
Always. What the hell?
it was a 10-minute visit. So that was fun. And then I signed up for this early W-2 thing at work. Got it Friday night, printed it up, got all my stuff ready. Everything comes in the mail. Because if you file before February 1st, you get your refund in like 8 days. It's
Yeah.
craziness.
Oh yeah, it's fast.
So I did my taxes today, and then there's this thing online about, hey, how come the W-2s aren't up at work? And so I added to the chat room. I'm like, well, I printed mine, so I don't know what's up. Oh, because they were wrong. There's an error in them. So
Oh no.
No.
and then 5 minets later, I get the email. The IRS has accepted your tax
Oh.
documents.
Shit.
So
Would it have been an error in your favor?
I think so because I feel like it was a little. I felt like it was a little. I was being underserved.
Shit.
So
That sucks.
and then I spent the rest of the day living out the plot of The Net, starring Sandra Bullock from the mid 1990s.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Because
Which
I was
I've
like,
seen.
I had an appointment tomorrow to get my taxes done, but then I was like fucking around on the H&R Block website, and I got it done for $9.99 plus tax, which was like 10 something instead of the $100 and some dollars or $200 they charged me
Yeah.
for pretty much the same refund as I got
$9.99?
last year.
While they're sitting at a folding table
Yes.
in Safeway.
It was
Right.
free for federal. It was $9.99 to get your state done with it. It took me literally 40 minutes. I don't have
Wow.
children. I don't have kids.
Yeah, and we have all kinds of medical expenses and kids, and
Yeah.
we work from home, so we have home office stuff.
Right.
But if any of the rest of you are interested, I have the most amazing tax woman. She's a lesbian, so gotta love giving
How much,
business to the gays.
like,
Can't
It's
hold that
$100.
against her.
It's $100.
done.
if she
Done.
does,
Please give me
all
her
that
name.
shit for you at $100, and oh god,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
because I don't have all that. I just have I work from home.
Yeah.
And
But she is so
yeah.
good, and she's really above board, like
Yeah.
obviously, and very super honest, but also like does everything in your favor.
I love it.
And like she looks shit. She's really good.
Oh,
Yes,
that's,
please.
that's
Yeah,
very
I'll
good and
give you
well,
her
and well worth the
I'll
money.
bring
That's
her
good.
information.
Because H&R Block, it's good to have it all in one place. And this one I did myself, but they've been doing my taxes for years. They just put it in the data bank with all the rest of them for like carry forward logic, and they'll have it all there. So I got to do a 1040X for whatever's wrong, but blah blah blah.
Also,
So-
I love your mileage and like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but the cat,
Thank you.
the movie of The Net.
Yeah.
So I did
you're
it at
right.
home.
I remember that.
Then I need new scrubs. And I've been trying to find a store that sells the scrubs that I like. Turns out they're ladies'
tell
pants
me,
I've been
tell me
wearing.
what they are. Tell me what they are.
Because I don't like
There's a place right
drawstrings.
down the
I don't
street.
want a big,
Yeah.
bulky thing of tied
Sure,
up.
sure.
My
Who
pants
does?
stay up on their own. I don't need to tie myself into them. So I've been looking all over for a store that sells them, and instead I found like Med Plus. I'll look it up before we go.
There's a place right down the street.
Right, but they don't sell the kind that I want. They sell all every time I've gone somewhere, they all have.
I've gotten them for Mom. They're not drawstring.
But because I found out I have to buy
they're
ladies.
Oh, that's
Catch
the
along
part.
to the story.
Oh, I thought that they were men's, and
You can talk faster.
I have this same problem all
Slower
the
or
time in
louder?
reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So when I found out that it was ladies' pants I've been wearing all this time,
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
oh. So I bought those online, so I didn't leave the
Okay,
house for that.
okay, good.
Then I needed ink to print up the forms. I'm like, oh, I'll ride my bike to Target. And then I was on Amazon.com buying something else. I'm like, oh, that was really cheap one time when I bought ink off here because you can buy off-brand. So I bought all the ink in the world for like $13 instead of going to Target and spending like $56, $70 for one set.
They're proud of
I
it.
got like 15 ink cartridges
Nice.
for half the cost of 1/3 the amount that I bought.
Where was
That's
that?
fantastic.
Amazon.com.
I love it.
They go by something else, I'm sure, but
Amazon.com.
it was just so funny how many things I
But
did
you have
today.
to type it in that particular register.
Yeah.
So it just cracked me up that I'm like Amazon.com.
Right.
Hashtag.
Pound
So-
this. Jesus.
So it really was just funny that I didn't leave the house today, but I got all my errands done.
That's see.
Good for
in one
you.
room. No, it's not good. I need to see people.
Right.
Like
No, I think that's a great day when
You
I get
should have
so
ridden
much
your bike
accomplished.
to Target.
Yeah.
And then
best
gone on to
part
Amazon.
is when
just
you-
stood there in the aisle and ordered
Yeah.
it from Amazon.
And
But
gone
the
to
best part
Starbucks.
is when you'll get all that stuff in the mail and it feels like Christmas.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
feels
I was standing
real
here
good.
today and
Same
I heard
register. Amazon.
I heard the mailman come and I heard like this rustling up by the front door. I'm like, what is it? And I hear a beep, which means they've scanned something. I'm like, what the fuck is arriving today? And I go out and something I'd forgotten I'd ordered on eBay.
It's so
Oh, it's
much
even
fun.
better.
Oh, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
So it was really cool. So I signed up for a 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime.
Prime.
So I got my shipping for free on all this shit. I
Oh.
got 30 free days of Amazon Prime, and I'm like, how are they making money? Because I
Gotta
think I
catch
just
up
scammed them.
to Amazon Prime. It's
Is it good?
where it's at.
So
Is it worth it?
the
Gotta do
75. It's $75 a year.
Like,
It's
yeah.
less than Netflix.
I have
so
a feeling that when the 30 days are up, I'm gonna just hug them and go to bed
Renew
with
this
it.
shit
Really?
because the
Yeah.
shipping alone, if you buy shit on Amazon, is worth it. And then there's
Yeah.
the movies, and then there's the music.
buy
You
everything
get
on
movie.
Amazon.
Yeah, we get. I love it. The Amazon Prime is just like over and over and
So
over.
I-
Once
we're in the
I've-
honeymoon phase.
Okay, so I've been an idiot because
We've
I've
had it
looked
for
at
years.
Amazon, and every time I think it's only this much to ship the stuff rather than
No.
75. So I've made a huge error.
For me,
I've made. You're gonna be doing like Arrested Development. I've made a huge mistake.
It's a huge mistake. Okay.
for me, I think the shipping thing is a bonus. I do it for the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Amazon Prime Instant Video
Well, it'll
is where it's
come
at.
up in.
we get. I
That's
watch,
how I'm binge watching Smash, and I'm like 4 episodes away from being done, and I'm ready to cry.
It's devastating. Also,
Okay.
I know.
We'll talk about that later.
So I do. If it's not on Netflix, I mean, it's so great. We have
Check
both
Amazon, yeah.
set up
Yeah.
on our TV. It's amazing, and the shipping. We do all of our Christmas shopping online. I've adopted Kelly's hideous online shopping addiction,
Oh,
It's amazing.
and it's so
awful.
nice.
So we're all living the Sandra Bullock in the net
we
life.
really are.
God, I thought it was unique.
and it's
Between Groupon and
But it's so
and
funny that I get
forget it.
so
I'm done.
pumped about free shipping, whether it's on Amazon. I also have an Old Navy card. I get
And
free
it's
shipping
usually
there
free
and
2-day
there.
shipping.
Yeah, it is 2
Or,
days.
like-
All my shit gets here Friday.
Yeah.
Here's the coolest thing about Amazon. One morning, so Kirsten emails me one morning and she's like,
"Will they help us?"
Good.
Maybe.
they should.
No, you know, I get everything through the
ahead.
David Pakman website because he gets a kickback from it. So I go on the David Pakman website, hit the Amazon button,
Oh, that's
and order.
really smart.
He gets 7 cents on every dollar I spend, and I'm like, why are we not doing this?
Smile.amazon.com. I do it for the schools too.
Oh my God, we need
Oh
to.
yeah,
okay.
and I do it for
I need
military
people.
personnel.
Smile.
Everybody, we
The
can just do it for
Smile,
ourselves.
I do it for
Wait, no, that's the site you've got for them.
Smile.amazon.com is Amazon's kickback. So I
okay.
don't know if the show would qualify. We'd have to set up a
Yeah.
separate thing. But
No,
they have
we're not
that
doing
too.
anything different than David Pakman's doing.
Right, they have that too.
Except for swearing more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Smile is for nonprofits, but they have a
because
whole
I do
separate.
like the military
Hey,
kind of thing. So.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
So Kirsten emails me one morning and she's like, I need these visors printed by tomorrow. And I'm like, why the fuck am I going to get 20 fucking visors here and printed?
But out loud, you
with
said,
your
I'm right on
logo?
top of that, Rose.
Side
And
note, you know where your hair's going? Because she was freaking you out several months ago.
And my response was,
Right.
you got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
So I get on Amazon. That shit was at my door within hours. Literally hours.
My first-
I ordered it and it was there in 3 hours.
My
That's
first
wild.
Blu-ray player
Amazing.
came
It's
like
Yeah.
this. It was like December 20th. I ordered it online at I was drunk at 10 o'clock at night. at 8 o'clock the next morning, I was still
You had a
sleeping
fucking
off
Blu-ray
the drunk.
player.
I had a Blu-ray player, and I'm like,
So,
all right, what did you do last week? So now that we're doing a
Hour
full-on
one.
commercial for
We're sucking Amazon's dick for some reason right here on the old show.
Goodness gracious.
Oh my!
I'm out.
I don't know what to do with that at all. That startled
I didn't
me.
expect
Dr.
that
Ben,
from you,
thank
Dr. Ben.
Dr. Ben.
Well, I mean,
Carlson.
Dr.
Calling
Ben
I felt
over.
like there was a soundbite that needed to be there.
Not really. Not
That's
ever
good.
again.
I'm here for you.
Please do that in the parade coming April.
Oh, that just like
That
sent
kinda
chills down
creeps
my
me out a
spine.
little
Yeah, a little bit.
Good or bad, Katie?
They were not good.
Not
They
good.
weren't good.
No.
All right.
Bad chills.
All right,
Okay.
Mr. McKee.
There's a whole lot of stuff I've done. Very busy here and there. Ran the day show yesterday, MLK. So I did the day show at Charlie's. So that was fun, good, simple, easy. Hang out with the kids and some of those girls. I got to work with a couple performers that I hadn't worked with in a long time.
Okay.
Brought back some old music that I hadn't heard, like some old Jennifer Holiday from the early '90s.
cool.
And I was like, "All right, we're gonna sell this from very good old stuff." I liked it. It was very good.
I got a no frills love.
It wasn't that. It was "Say You Love Me"
Oh yeah.
off the same album, if I'm not mistaken. And there was another one that I forgot what it was, but anyway, it was a good day, all in all, for that. Then I couldn't. Did anybody else have any trouble sleeping last night? For any
Yeah.
others? I
Oh,
could
same.
not
Big
sleep
time.
at all.
Was it a full moon?
No,
idea.
it was not.
I mean, it's like I'm in bed by
no.
midnight 30, and I'm awake at like 1:30, and then I'm awake at 2:30. And finally, at like 3:30, I just woke up and turned the TV on. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to be awake for 6 hours.
I slept the sleep of the just. I have to tell you.
You know, Sharon did the same thing. I closed the bar last night and got home and watched some Smash. And so it was like 4:30 this morning when I got into bed, and she's like wide awake. I'm like, why the fuck are you awake? First of all, this is my alone time. Second of all,
And that is so key. Like
first
beyond.
of all,
like
I'm
you
just
and your
by
TV.
myself, right? Yeah.
Key.
Yeah.
Well, that and the other question of, well, you weren't home earlier. I could have told you this.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the city.
Oh, I can't wait to get to the end when they do Broadway Here I Come.
It was devastating in the fact that they might be coming back.
No, they're not coming back.
No.
Is that just like a horrible rumor?
No,
or-
they're doing a one-time concert like sometime in the next
That-
week or
That's
so.
what I meant. I
A
mean
bombshell,
that.
yeah.
And a lot of them are coming back for it.
And they just moved it up. I just saw the article. I'll find it.
Above the city.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next part of this show.
Let's shit on something else.
Well, we're gonna do a little crossover early because there's no point in doing headlines and coming back and then this. So we'll do the crossover. We'll get this done out of our hair. We will come back with the drinking word with Al Perkins, and then Marnie and I will take off and do the first real segment of the show
I
where
like it.
it's headlines and other things that some of them are made up, some are not. There's exciting stories all the way around, and then we're going to find out other things from Katie later and Kat. We're going to shit all over her segment because that's what we do.
That's what I've named the segment.
That's right.
Shit on this.
Conveniently done. For your listening pleasure, grab a drink, hang on. We're going to come back with the drinking word so you can drink along with us for the rest of the show if you're not already doing it, and other
Please
stuff.
do.
Right here on Q Talk America. Stand by.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. This show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Good evening again, everybody. It is coming up on 8 o'clock here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Clayton McKee alongside Kat, Katie, Marnie, and Al. It's the five of us in Studio C, as we do every Tuesday. Thank you for being with us. We are going to go ahead and get this out of the way so we can take off with the rest of the show. It is called The Drinking Disclaimer, and it goes something like this.
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
Our drinking word is propaganda.
Yes. Propaganda. I like it.
It's such a good word. It's going to come up a lot soon.
I like that. I'm in.
Propaganda is the word. So, by all means, if you've got a beverage, what are you laughing at?
Also.
What are you? Oh,
Is there more?
look at all
These are
that.
fucking delicious. And the blender in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
That's why I make two at once.
I'm going to set this
It's
over.
also one of the best 80s bands of all time is Propaganda.
No.
Whiskey or a lot of
What?
whatever this shit
No,
is,
no,
and
I'm-
a lot of sour.
But thank you.
Bought you a whole new 12-pack of eggs. So
I like
just
how
in
you're,
case.
for once in 3 years, you're like trying to talk like quiet on the mic for this. Really? We talk about everything else, just blurt it out. Oh
All
my
right, you should
God.
do your headline segment sometime tonight.
We're looking for something new to shit on. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then let's go, motherfuckers. We can do this. It goes a little bit like this. Here we go. Oh, a bunch of headlines we've dug up from all over the interwebs right here on a Tuesday. There's a lot going on. Get ready. Here we go. There's now a CrossFit for your cock.
I just want to say the word.
What are you doing with your life?
Black Nazi.
Mayor plans to sue Fox News.
Look it. I screwed up.
That's a
Going
headline.
postal or coming postal?
Pay it up, kiddo.
Cut the cheese.
And turn your head and cough, ma'am. I'm a real doctor. These and
Dr.
other
Head.
stories coming up in the next 2 hours.
Oops.
Our first headline should be how good she is at making cookies. 'Cause that's the shit.
Those are good.
Sorry.
Occasionally,
about
I
that,
do a little something in the kitchen right. Not often, but
Oh, good.
thank you.
All right, well, I think Marnie's starting because Clayton's chewing.
No, I'm good.
No, he's good. Oh, that stressed me out.
Well-
Sorry about that, guys.
You know, and this is going to be important for a lot of different people. I'm pretty sure, and this is a real story. A new product called Private Gym promises to boost a man's sexual performance as well as help prevent the onset of erectile dysfunction. The rationale behind Private Gym is simple and well established. Work out a muscle and it gets stronger. It is an exercise program that provides expertly designed training routines with resistance equipment. Private Gym's complete training program begins with a basic training, a 4-week interactive DVD exercise program that teaches men how to strengthen their pelvic muscles with Kegel exercises for men. These are the same
actually true.
well-known exercises performed by millions of women to increase their pelvic tone, particularly after childbirth.
Doing them right now.
This sounds like propaganda.
No, it is not.
It does sound like propaganda.
Well
Continue,
done.
please.
Actually, Katie, would you do me a favor because you're on it? Would you Google Private Gym, and then you can put the link in the chat room. It's got a funny,
Doing it
it's got a
now.
fun video that goes along with it. One's not safe for work, and the other one is. Once basic training is complete, the program adds another 4 weeks of resistance training. Private Gym's resistance equipment utilizes a revolutionary design and incorporates a silicone-covered magnet weight to provide consistent, precise, and measurable results. The equipment fits firmly and comfortably around the erect penis and is lifted up and down. This movement places the resistance on the pelvic muscles, resulting in maximum pelvic muscle growth and strength. Now, according to Dr. Andrew Siegel, quote, "We exercise all parts of our body but completely neglect the muscles that control our sexual function." He is the co-founder of Private Gym and renowned urologist, surgeon, and professor and author of Male Pelvic Fitness, Optimizing Sexual and Urinary Health. With Private Gym, men can now safely and naturally strengthen one of their most important muscles.
Okay, the penis is not a muscle.
was gonna
No,
say-
they're not talking about that. The pelvic muscles.
Pelvic
Okay, your
muscles.
pelvic muscles are, and your
Right.
your kegels are good for incontinence or continence is what you're looking for later.
Sure.
But you have to see that there is a thing about trying to lift weights with your penis in that Unhung Hero, the movie I was talking about a couple weeks ago on DVD, on Netflix streaming. That was really good, and they go to someone who does, and it's very bad. It's not good for you. You don't want to stretch the ligaments.
No,
and tendons.
I'm not saying you're lifting 20 pounds. These are tiny, tiny weights.
Right. But this documentary covers it. And
Wow,
you see-
interesting.
you see the side effects of trying to lift things with your business.
Well, The video is good.
Yeah. So
I'm just telling you that.
this would be a case of like, go seek a doctor that's not on the interwebs because
Richard says
Maybe.
he thought the tube wasn't a muscle. That's good, Richard. Thank you.
That was
Use the tube, but don't do exercises
that
with
was the
it.
point I was raising my hand for too.
yeah.
because,
But make sure to do
you
your
know.
we should all be doing them. No, let's do them right now. We should all
I'm
be
doing Kegels right
elevator
now.
going up, elevator going down, elevator going up, elevator going down.
Okay,
doing that.
I know someone that had bladder
part of your
surgery.
core muscles,
Okay, it's my
though.
mom.
I know.
And she,
What?
Jam the man.
It's a
Carry on.
sneak attack.
and the man had bladder surgery, and they said that you have to go. She had to like count to 20 going up, and that's a long fucking time.
That's a long
going up.
elevator. Wow.
Yeah, and then like 20 going down. But
Well,
you get there gradually. You do
Apparently,
5
the
going up and
DVD
5
is similar
going
to your
down.
app, your Couch to 5K app, because it along with the DVD, it
That's
goes.
uncomfortable.
You lift, and it tells
Let's
you
use
when
the
to
atomic
release.
clock correctly.
Yeah.
There you
Go
go.
up and down.
Okay, ready?
Right. Right.
Go ahead. Talk about something else.
Okay, you
Up,
gonna
run
time
up.
yourself?
Oh, I can't go up anymore. No, yes, I can.
Wow.
Going up.
Wow.
Going up.
That's
There's that.
fantastic.
All right.
Are we-
That was only 10 seconds. It's
Mari
too much.
Reiner.
I don't remember what I'm Mar. What was I? What was my name?
Reimer Reiner.
Something.
Yeah.
Reimer Reiner. There you go.
God, Al's gonna pass out from
Kegels.
And or that smile. I don't know what to do with that smile.
the elevator. Ding, ding, ding.
Remember there was that old thing that while you're watching TV, every time a commercial comes on, like suck in your gut, work on your core muscles. That's all the same thing. Like it's sitting is the new smoking, so you got to make sure that you're doing something for your.
Yeah.
No,
Rather than
that
just
is-
sitting, it's not
yeah.
good for you. Right. Right.
Gotta do something for your elevator.
Well, I would like to talk.
Nobody's gonna get in your elevator if you don't do them. Let me finish the phrase.
Propaganda. All right.
The 9
then.
Lives of Dr. Mabuse.
So I found a new website. And I'm trying to look up whether it's real or not real. So anybody who wants to do that, well, because this to me can't be real.
Okay.
But if it is, I'm more troubled than I was before finding this article. With all the shit that we have done.
Because life
I'm-
is crazier than fiction.
Yeah.
All right.
It really is.
Ann Arbor. This doesn't even go to Florida.
That's a real place.
This goes to Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
So
it's
far,
real.
the facts check out.
Yeah.
Fact
number 1,
I
check.
agree. The website that I have found is called Stupid. STUPPID.
So they are.
Oh.
Okay.
Point proven.
Okay. Black donor sperm mistakenly sent to neo-Nazi couple. Now, all I have
hope
to do is
this
see
is
this
real.
and think this is fantastic, except for the response, and that's why I'm like, please, dear God.
Irony, misery.
Apparently, this woman is from Ohio and has reported that she wants to burn a cross in front of a Chicago sperm bank after claiming she was inseminated with a vial from what she called a, according to her, ghetto monkey racist slur for African American. Because we didn't know that.
God. I
Wait,
didn't
what
even
was
know
the
that was
slur?
a
Wait,
thing.
stand by. What was the slur?
Ghetto monkey.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Donor, despite ordering a vial from a white donor. They're a lovely couple, by the way.
Oh, look at
Aren't they
them.
nice?
my
They are nice.
Nice looking. If this is real,
This is God's way of saying don't breed.
God, please.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Molly Cram, who can cram it up her ass, as far as I'm concerned, says her
somewhere.
now 2-year-old daughter, again, please tell me this is fake, named Watermelon.
Uh-uh.
Oh, that's good times.
I'm Googling.
Well,
I knew I could
on
get somebody on it.
on realorsatire.com.
Is that a first and middle name?
Is that what it's from?
Watermelon.
H2O melon.
Well, the source that I've checked, realorsatire.com, says that stupid.com is satire.
Oh, thank God.
And when it is up and available or on something other than Google Cache, it's just a repository of silly stuff found on Reddit and other sources and the occasional original material.
Well, it's either true or fiction.
True or fiction.
It's a delight. Except for
I
the
have
little
to tell
girl
you-
who we have to go rescue.
I know, right?
We have
Because
to
I was
drive
like,
to-
if it's
poor little
real,
2-year-old watermelon.
if it's
We have to-
real, I'm going.
She's young enough to forget that anyone ever called her that.
So she's caused major problems with mom's beliefs. The neo-Nazi community don't want me now. My daughter's a disgusting little half-breed with baboon lips,
All right,
and she's going
if
to
it's a joke, stop reading.
because she ain't pure.
Yeah.
Done.
So it goes on, and it says that the boyfriend talks about shooting blanks and how his white folk wouldn't think kindly of him.
No. We'll take this fictional little girl and we'll give her to a nice gay couple, and they will call her
And they will-
Guatemalan from now on.
That's with a G.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Guatemalan.
Also, Snopes. It's false. Praise the
But
Lord because if
thank God,
Because that story was getting
finding
ugly
this-
fast.
No, and that was the easy part of what was in here. Some of the shit that was in here, I'm like, you've got to be kidding.
While
But-
we're giving little girls fictitious and new names, did anybody by chance see Modern Family when they named Lily Lisbo? And he's like, "Do you hear that?"
We're working on her name.
I didn't see it yet, but when he's Fizbo, and so she was Lisbo.
Lisbo.
That's awesome. That's
And he's like,
Again, one of the funniest
That is-
episodes that show has ever
Oh my
done.
Very funny.
It was very, very
Oh
funny.
my God, she came up with a lie like that right on the spot. She's gonna be a lawyer. It was
very
just
funny.
That was a good.
Priceless.
I didn't expect the ending with her, but oh my God, that was so funny.
She's a funny little actress.
Yeah.
Like I gotta give
She's
it to
so
her.
good.
But
Yeah.
they've
She's so
said
good.
since the beginning that the kids on that show, because they all have so much experience from commercials, and then the oldest daughter of the Dumfies is from Annie. Like she's got experience, and she was a little tiny tot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ed O'Neill has said that she was like, "That's not your mark. You need to stand over there." And he was a little rusty. He hadn't done a television show in a little while, and he missed his first couple scenes were with her. And she was like, "Your mark's over there." And he's like, "Okay, who the fuck are these kids?" You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of kids, and this goes with the science fair that we were talking about earlier. In Silicon Valley, California, it's never too early to become an entrepreneur. Just ask 13-year-old Shubham Banjari. That's his real name.
I hope Homer's friends with him.
It's Watermelon's friend.
The California eighth grader.
Watermelon deal.
The California eighth graders launched a company to develop low-cost machines to print Braille, the tactile writing system for visually impaired people. Shubham built a Braille printer with a logo kit at a school science project last year after he asked his parents the simple question, how do blind people read? Well, they told him to Google it, and he did some online research and was shocked to learn that Braille printers, also called embossers, cost at least $2,000, which is often way too expensive for a lot of people, and also in developing countries where they're really, really desperate for money and so forth. The 13-year-old says, I thought it was a price that just shouldn't be that high. I know that there's a more simple way to do this. He then demonstrated how the printer worked at a kitchen table in his home, where he spent many late nights building it from a Lego Mindstorms EV3 kit. Shubham wants to develop...
Fucking Legos.
Legos are
Fucking kids.
crazy.
They're
man.
just amazing.
Shubham wants to develop a desktop Braille printer that costs around $350 and weighs a few pounds compared to the current printers that weigh more than 20 pounds and cost more than $2,000. The machine can be used to print Braille reading materials on paper using raised dots from a personal computer or other electronic device. Now, here's what I think is very cool.
I have never, I hate to interrupt you, I have never thought about how a blind person would go about printing something. Like
I've never really...
to print at home. That has never entered.
Never.
Wow.
I always figured it would just be spoken on the computer and you would have it.
But you
wanna-
might need to print something if
you
they have a school paper that's due. Like they
Right.
have stuff to shit. They got shit to do.
Or if it's just something that can't be
real.
spoken to you from the computer, you'd have to read it and they would have to be able to feel it. He called his company, he called his original invention Brago, a name that combines Braille and Lego in one.
I like it.
He won numerous awards and enthusiastic support from others in the blind community. He then started Brago Labs last summer with an initial investment of $35,000 from his father.
We need his dad, and then we need a GoFundMe campaign.
Shubham,
Right.
Shubham, the kid, used the money to build a more sophisticated version of his Lego-based printer using an off-the-shelf desk printer and a newly released Intel computer chip. The new model, Brago 2.0, can translate electronic text into Braille before printing. Intel executives were so impressed with this kid that in November they invested an undisclosed lump sum of money in his startup. Intel officials believe that he's the youngest entrepreneur to receive venture capital money invested in exchange for a financial stake in his new company.
It's child propaganda. That's what it is. That's what it is.
It also said in the story, he's too young to be the CEO of his company, so temporarily his mother has stepped in and is acting as CEO. And
Back in the days of the tutors, that's called a regent.
But I just thought that was fantastic. This kid who was curious to know how do blind people read, He
He's
built
now
it.
a billionaire. That stupid question led to him. Like,
Built it out of
come on.
Legos. That's what I'm really getting. He literally sat at
but
a
if you
desk.
think about it, the
Brilliant.
Legos are the real.
Yeah.
That's you know. I mean,
Lego-
I felt up a Lego or two.
Definitely feel like if I would have said to my parents, like, how do blind people read? They would have gone, Braille. And I would have gone back to, like, watching Ren and
of course they
Stimpy or
do.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is there an app for that, Mom?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. But sometimes kids are
Legos
just
to Braille in
amazing.
5 steps.
The other thing is the company aims to have a prototype ready for blind organizations to test and tweak and figure out this summer, and they want to have the printer on the market by the end of the year.
That's amazing. I mean, that turnaround time.
But that is, yeah.
I mean,
That's
he's
amazing.
Indian, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I tell Palmer every day to hang out with Hashim and Anya.
For real.
Every day. Anya.
Indian propaganda.
Taja. So
Water-
like, baby.
You go make friends
Watermelon,
with people
come
that
on.
everyone's making fun of.
Watermelon.
because
All of them.
Either they're going to shoot you or they're fucking geniuses.
They are genius.
Or a combination of both.
I want her to be friends with those
Propaganda.
kids.
Yeah, propaganda.
But I do want to bring it back a little bit local, and only because we're talking about this. We've seen maybe not the theatrical trailer for Spare Parts.
Oh,
yeah.
So Spare Parts is a movie about the Carl Hayden High School here in the Valley, which was these kids that said they wanted to enter the robotics competition. They were the robotics team.
35th Avenue in Roosevelt.
Yeah. Really traditionally low income area, and they wanted to enter the robotics this big robotics competition with really high level schools in California and all over the country, and their teacher was like, really? And these kids said, yeah,
Did
we think we can do it.
They beat Caltech or Polytech. They beat like a tech school, and then the fuckers, the small-minded people from the other schools, because they kept winning, and a couple of the students were illegal immigrants, dreamers, if you will. They moved the competition from Canada because one of the schools wanted to win, but they were unable to beat these kids. So in a
from
sheer
Canada?
dickmanship, they moved the competition to Canada so that the kids couldn't compete. And so the school that won the year that it was in Canada, they have an asterisk by their name. Like even the people that organize it said,
You are assholes.
this isn't a real win
I
because
think
you
that's
It was
Dickman
the-
propaganda.
Remember this
probably.
here's the thing. It was a 2004 team comprised of 4 Mexican immigrants won an underwater robotics competition, besting prestigious colleges, including the Massachusetts, MIT.
Yeah, MIT.
They beat
But
MIT.
they weren't the dick school, I don't think. I want to say I think it was another school that were actually dicks about it.
I don't know.
But remember the story we told about the little kid who got hurt in the football game, and the other kid didn't want to compete because he just didn't feel right competing without his best
buddy.
No, it wasn't his buddy. It was the best
his
opponent.
arch nemesis.
Yeah, it was his arch nemesis, and it just wasn't the same game without the kid that always. They kept trading back and forth wins, and
But weren't they were best friends.
No, not at all.
No, they were nemesis.
No, I thought they were best friends, but they were on opposite teams.
No, now they're probably friendly, but no,
okay.
they actually didn't really know each other.
And it wasn't a point to play a game if you're not going to be there?
Yeah, and it was the nice thing that the kid did that he didn't even want. He wasn't even interested if his main rival was not there.
Right.
So I mean,
Just good kids.
yeah. So
those are
this
cool
looks
kids.
like a really good movie.
So it just made me think of that, kind of that same young
Right.
whippersnappers.
Got their shit
And
figured
now
out.
old enough for Clayton to date because it's 10 years ago.
That's true, and they're all probably very successful.
George
I
Lopez
thought it was
plays the teacher in
teacher.
that?
Yeah,
I
he
think, and
does.
it's a wonderful cast. I'm sure Marissa Tomei's in there somewhere, but I don't remember. Because she's pushing her propaganda everywhere.
Oh, she is.
Ryer, you're up.
Propaganda pusher.
Well, it turns out that this worked out well for the city of Seattle to cut the cheese. The Green Bay Packers, as it were, did end up losing, but this small suburb of Seattle had said, we're banning cheese just for the day. And obviously the game
That is
was
the
on
dumbest
Sunday.
town in the world.
This made me laugh. It made me laugh.
And who wants to live in a town without cheese?
Just
Even
for
if
the
it's
day.
a
I'm saying.
By the way,
Nobody-
it was just for the day.
But a
And
day
it
is
was
too long.
only the people that worked at City Hall.
A day
that-
without
that were
cheese is a
coming
day
in.
I don't ever want to see.
No.
So this was last Sunday, and obviously I found this beforehand. The Seahawks and the Packers were facing off for the NFC Championship game. And again, I don't know if I'd mentioned this, but the Green Bay Packers did lose. And that would be in overtime.
Yeah, in
and
a spectacular
in a
game.
spectacular game of what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I think
I mean,
I think the
for-
entire nation was like, huh?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Anyway, the officials in one Seattle suburb took the pregame rivalry to the next level by banning cheese, the possession of and or consumption of cheese or cheese-flavored products.
Now you've gotten rid of cheese-flavored products?
Wow.
No
Fuck
Cheetos.
that town.
No Cheetos.
We are in
No.
a black and white world now. No more color.
So the executive order of the city manager was on Sunday, January 18th, the Seattle Seahawks' opponent in the NFC Championship game will be the Green Bay Packers, the Cheeseheads. Fans of the Green Bay Packers are frequently seen wearing obnoxious, wedge-shaped foam hats painted yellow. Due to this relationship between Packers fans and cheeseheads, the ban was enacted. It only applied to employees of City Hall and only last Friday, the 16th. Anyone who defies the ban and comes, pun intended, packing. So he said he was going to arrive early and will have some type of cheese grater or shredder available. So if anybody brings in cheese or cheese products, we'll have them disposed of.
You notice that they wanted their cheese back for game day.
Exactly.
They're okay with giving it up on a Friday, but come game day, there better be some fucking cheese-filled something or other on your fucking
give me some
table.
cheese
Somebody's
to put on
talking
that hot
sense
dog.
now.
Yeah.
So it says the ban may have only impacted a fraction of the town's 23,000 residents, but it caught the attention of Green Bay fans who thought it was insane and ridiculous and demonic. Just a few adjectives that were thrown around. They should never ban cheese.
See?
Says we're going to own Seattle. I don't know. Again, I'm just going to bring it back to, did I tell you that the Green Bay Packers lost? Some proposed bans of their own, these Packers fans, to boycott Seattle-based Starbucks. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
Come on, let's not push
All right,
things.
now these are grudge matches. This is
crazy talk.
propaganda.
This is
This is
propaganda.
dirty, dirty
You want me to
pool.
give up
Crazy talk.
cheese and Starbucks in the same 24-hour period?
Might as well
Also-
just stay in bed the whole day.
Why?
Behead me.
Why?
Behead me.
Yeah.
Be done. I can't. Anyway, some people did
And
push it
Boleyn
further
my
and
ass,
say,
you know what I'm
say
saying?
no to Seattle. No songs from this radio station, 94.5, did not play Nirvana, Pearl Jam, or Heart before the big game.
So they just played current music.
So they made good choices in music. Right.
Exactly. Anyway, it was just, I thought it was very cute, the back and forth, because you don't see a lot of that. You don't hear about a lot of that.
And
But
it's always good to hear
anyway,
Hart
I thought it was
involved
fun.
in some kind of
I know,
propaganda
it's
controversy
cute.
because,
Propaganda!
A news reporter went to City Hall on that Friday and made the manager
did they?
go through the entire building. And they went to a refrigerator in one of the lunchrooms.
Yeah.
In one of the crisper drawers in the bottom, somebody had brought Sargento cheese in a packet. And the guy, the interviewer, said, well, what are you going to do about that? And he goes, well, apparently we're going to have to clean house and figure out where this came from.
Oh, is that funny? I didn't see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this said that they didn't scour the vending machine. So
No,
if
this
you
was
need
just-
the cheese fix.
This was in the refrigerator of their break room.
How funny is that? I did not see that.
Yes. Well, here's a story
Well done.
here's a story Perkins is going to appreciate, and I'm
Richard.
sure he'll want to be in it. What's Richard saying?
Fucktardian cunts.
Oh,
For real.
That is
Alright.
serious.
That's some good propaganda. Fucktardian. A fucktardian cunt.
very busy.
Sisters Grimm, may I tempt you?
Drew, I forget, where in Wisconsin are you? Please let me know. I've forgotten where you are in
What did Drew
Wisconsin.
say? I did not see that. I just saw
Indeed.
He
fucktardian
says
cunts.
people in Wisconsin only hear what they want. I just don't recall what where he is in.
Oh yeah,
in the
no.
great state
It
of
was just
Wisconsin.
this one small place that I heard of. Please.
In the immediate aftermath of the tragic terrorist attack on French satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo, Fox News took it upon itself to corner the market in baseless anti-Muslim, fear-mongering propaganda and moronic hot takes. The network's biggest shows had wall-to-wall coverage of the attacks, and Fox hosts and guests were quick to come up with reasons why terrorists struck Paris. Everything from not enough guns to suggesting that Paris has been invaded by radical Muslims and tolerance has been prevented from the French government from doing anything about it. Well, in America and abroad, people mocked Fox's disgusting and irresponsible coverage. We've done it right here on this show.
Oh, weird.
Including a French TV show which actually tried to investigate the areas that were said by Fox to be the no-go zones featuring Muslims wearing Osama bin Laden t-shirts. Well, they couldn't find any of those people, but they did find a bunch of really confused French people wondering what the hell you're looking for. Sadly, there remains a huge segment of the American public that watches Fox News exclusively. For them, The ludicrous allegations made by the network were able to be taken at a face value without suspicion because they're just stupid blind people. Undoubtedly, there are a great deal of Fox News viewers who, even today, believe that France is under siege by Muslim immigrants who have imposed Sharia law in parts of Paris. Now, having watched Fox's coverage, Paris's mayor, Anne Hidalgo, has been dismayed by the lies being spread on Fox News, and in an interview with CNN's Christiane Amanpour, Hidalgo, said that she is planning to sue the network in order to stop the falsehoods that they are knowingly allowing to hit the airwaves. Hidalgo blasts the misinformation coming out about Paris and calls on journalists to focus on the truth before putting things out there. At first, Hidalgo doesn't say in the interview which network she's upset by, so Amanpour asks to clarify, can you please clarify which exact network you're going to take to court and sue? She replies, Fox News. That's the name.
Yes.
I watched the interview that she did with Amanpour.
Go France.
I love that. Sue them.
And because you're fucking with their tourism, which France don't fuck with their tourism. Because I
or their cheese.
Or wine, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they got the holy trinity of wine, cheese, and tourism, and they don't want people not going to Paris.
Sure.
And if you sadly, the rednecks are the ones who go because that's the impression that Parisians, as they like to be called, have of Americans is like you know what I mean?
Honey Boo Boo shows up.
Yeah. And but just an embarrassing story. But finally, somebody has said. That's libel or whatever it is. I never remember slander or libel, but
propaganda, regardless.
It is, and it really is. But it's time that people started suing them.
Spoken and libel is written.
I want to say slander is spoken and libel is written.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Kat?
No, I was just going to say that at some point, like the lie makers have got to be called out. Like we've got to stop.
Oh, absolutely.
With the lies. I was, I decided not to bring it up because it was a lot and ridiculous. But last week I was reading an article about one of their hosts that went on air ranting and raving about killing Muslim people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I read.
What's her face?
And how? Yes.
It's that crazy fucking
not Meg.
Whatever the fuck her name is. Yes, something Perot.
That crazy fucking judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Judge Janine, or what's her name?
On air masquerading as a news program. Just advocating that people kill each other. Like, let's give them the guns.
What did she say exactly?
I'll bring it up.
Pretty much that.
Just Google
No,
it.
I have it right here.
I haven't heard it.
Janine, what's her last name?
I don't
Perot,
watch.
P-R-R-O.
I saw the report, but I didn't catch her name.
2 R's. Janine Perot. Hang
Oh, but
on. No, I have
she's
the
a
article
TV
right here.
judge. She has her own show. She's like a Judge Judy.
Then I thought it was that
Is it
Megyn
Piro?
Kelly or
P-I?
something.
Oh yeah, P-I-R-R.
2 R's, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean don't play it here, but go home and watch that shit. That is that is seriously a call to arms in the most. It's like okay.
It's fanaticism and radicalism.
Yeah.
At its peak, ranting about the fanatics
going
and
out
the
and
radicals.
killing people.
Did you? And there is still that one representative from Texas who is still saying, "Well, Obama's a Muslim, so go fuck him." I mean, that's my take to that.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Paraphrasing for Katie.
well, no.
Yeah.
I know. I was actually like,
that
I
became a
ended up
problem.
looking up something else because Harrison was talking about dreamers, so I was looking up dreamers, but. And then I found some really pretty bodies.
You
anyway,
did. They're lovely.
But my point is that I was surprised that I just read that someone is still talking about, well, Obama's just a Muslim, and if you all don't know it now,
there's always going to be somebody talking about that.
when are we like? When does that end?
But this one, like her caption, it says Fox, the news channel, under this woman's rant, like. The screenshot right there.
Oh, I recognize her
the
now.
news channel, and she said, where was the quote? She says, our job is to arm those Muslims to the teeth, give them everything they need to take out these fanatics, let them do the job, and when they do, we need to simply look the other way. Yeah, the problem to the world's, or the solution to the world's problem is to just hand less crazy people guns so that they can kill the more crazy people.
Right. In their opinion.
Yeah. So
more
for
crazy
somebody to be
people.
suing Fox News over anything,
she's on that list of whatever that Grace cunt's name is.
Nancy
Grace.
Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace.
Very, very
Who's- and
damaging.
The other one, the Greta's. I had plastic surgery so I could be on TV.
Greta
Susteren.
I mean, just a cut, and Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who I used to defend all the time, but has reached
jumped the shark.
a level of cuntiness.
Right.
That
well,
I just,
she has no one holding her accountable anymore.
Yeah, no feet to the fire on that one. But that rant is very, very
I watched
upsetting.
the entire rant, and it is very upsetting. Like you
But
have
what
to
do
watch
we
it later.
do
Like, you
about,
will
like,
virtually
when
cry over it.
does-
It's terrible.
When does Fox News it's really horrible that it's able to call themselves a news channel?
Well, and people are very into
I have
it.
friends.
And, I mean, just
on Facebook from high
can't
school
fathom.
that I don't delete because it's almost like I just want to be aware, like of
Always
what-
be aware of the enemy.
Keep
I
your,
would say that.
keep your
always.
enemies near.
But these
it.
people, friends of mine from high school, West Valley, West Siders, they repeat this stuff verbatim and
Yeah.
like believe it.
And
And,
believe it.
obviously, they're not
Yeah.
among
They
they're
perpetuate
not
the
among the
fucking
minority. I
problem.
mean, there's so
My
many
best
people
friend
who believe
watches that every day. Like
And-
we joke, I jest about the fact that when I go visit her, that she's Fox News and I'm CNN. Like when in my room I have CNN on. It doesn't make me better. It just makes me different. And she has Fox
does
News.
make you
That makes you better.
And,
You're better
And I appreciate that from all of
and
you.
smarter
But
much smarter.
and prettier.
Yeah.
But they
And doggone it, people
But
like you.
likable.
But CNN,
They
David
will-
David Peckman says it all the
Sure.
time. They lose a lot of
They do.
stories. The corporate media loses a lot of stories,
Right.
while
why is
our new
that?
Congress.
What's the-
Because they're going for ratings.
Right.
Because there
Right.
used to be time set aside for news that had no monetary value.
Oh,
that's
you're saying they lose, like, real, actual
right. That's where
news.
the evening news came from.
It was part of the
television
original
stations-
FCC deal.
FCC deal was you had an hour a day or 2 hours a day
For
that were
public
set aside
information.
for news that had nothing to do with money, and then they wanted to make profits off of them. So while CNN was covering the Charlie Hebdo, or however you say that word,
Charlie Hebdo.
while they were covering that story, our new Congress was voting to take away Social Security rights, but CNN was making money off a terrorist attack and getting the world all worked up
Because
about
terrorism
this.
will always pay better than
Will pay better, and you'll get viewers, and
politics,
plane
right.
crashes get viewers.
Anybody
but
who's
meanwhile,
scared
our
if
new
they
Congress
show
went
fear.
ape shit the first week they were in office.
They went
so that's
literally ape shit.
Yes.
Like on so many
But
levels.
you would not know that from watching our news, because even the
Right.
one that's kind of fair and balanced
Right.
went 100% to 12 people being
Right.
killed in Paris, while elderly Americans are losing their rights. And Paul Ryan gets on
I
TV
agree
and
with
says
Bianca.
that
Yep.
back injuries and anxiety are not a reason for getting any kind of medical aid. And I'm like, what the fuck? Back problems are like the number one problem in America for people
Yeah,
that
I
can't
live with
work. It's a
that. Like,
disability.
Kelly lives with that. It's
So
debilitating.
this is the shit. I mean, this is the shit that corporate media is absolutely missing, and that's why you have to watch your CNN. But I've learned after Malaysia, you got to turn that channel, because
That's all they talk about.
Right, they'll beat it up.
and they're not even on the crawler anymore. That people, they were voting on Social Security, which is going to affect not the people
Right.
now in Social Security. It's ours.
Us,
Yeah.
right.
Well, and voting on also women's rights, which is surprising because that's generally like a hot button issue that will go over and over and over and
But
over
there's
again.
this. But if somebody else is covering this, we have to try to.
But
make
terrorism
it bigger
is what
and
Republicans want to
terrorism.
talk about, so we have to
Right.
counter. That's
But
fucking
it's what everybody
disgusting.
wants to talk about, because everyone's afraid of it.
Right, and
It
that's,
has- that
that's
has
the
no-
hard part, because I mean, honestly,
That
when-
has no. That's the propaganda. Drink your
Yeah.
word. That is.
Everybody should take a drink for that one.
I will.
But this whole week has been propaganda of just getting people worked up, whether you're on the side that says kill people or the people that are like, I know this, it's just delicious today.
It really is. It's stupidly.
blender.
It's tangy goodness.
It's coming
Nicely
off of the
done.
grave disappointment of last week's.
It was just
Thank
different.
you for seeing
This
that
was
appreciative
different.
face.
Yeah.
'Cause
This was even
so
better
good.
than 2 weeks ago's right recipe Ron
Oh, yeah.
Blender,
One of the things that I've always wondered about,
Very
because we
frothy.
obviously have friends that work in Fox News locally.
which is not Fox
No,
News.
no,
Fox,
no,
yeah,
but-
they're not
Right.
really related.
Right.
They're an
But
affiliate.
I've always wondered about that. You know, these reporters that are here locally, they get right information and they chase facts and they figure shit out. But it's sad that, I mean, I don't know if I'm just not seeing it right. Aren't they somehow the mothership of Fox Networks?
No, they're not. It's not affiliates.
And it's not at all.
Isn't
not?
that? I thought it was.
I
No.
did too. That's why I
Because
never watched
there's
Fox 10
There
News.
was something that okay. Oh, forgive me, because I'm gonna do this wrong. Somebody on Facebook, some friends of ours, had a huge thing about with John Hook. I don't know if anybody remembers seeing this, but I can look it up more clearly. It was just kind of a battle of Fox News, and went after something that John Hook had said.
John Hook, a local affiliate anchor here on a Fox channel.
And he was responding. I mean, and I thought responding very well, and just like, no,
Yeah.
this wasn't what I was trying to do. But they were banging on him because they were associating Fox News
Okay.
with Fox News.
They're two. They're
And
two
so that's
different, and it
interesting.
doesn't trickle down.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's really good to know, because
They're
that
not
would
of Fox is not of the same model as ABC, CBS, and NBC. NBC has MSNBC, and yes, they do blend.
Okay.
ABC doesn't have a 24-hour news channel. CBS usually goes to CNN. Most of the time when you go to... Because CNN can't be anywhere because they fired so many people, other cutbacks. So they have to go to a local affiliate for a story, like Miguel Marquez and Cooper can't go to every disaster.
Right.
So sometimes they'll get a local affiliate. And if you look, a lot of times it's a CBS affiliate.
Okay.
But that's who they go to local. But nobody's really... ABC is the only one that's really in line with national news, local news are tied together. You know what I mean?
Our actual local CNN affiliate is Channel 3.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually...
I thought ours was Channel 4 too. No?
Oh, Channel 3.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So, and you'll see it in the corner. They'll say, well, and they'll go to a local affiliate. And then if it's a big enough story, they'll fly somebody out there.
Like the cringe I saw was when nationally, I forget what it was. I think it was the fires that were happening up north a year or so ago, and I was watching CNN and they cut to local and it was Mike Watkins from Channel 3, and I'm like,
Oh, of
course, all people,
You're right.
He
You're
is the
absolutely
drama, the big, all that.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you see Bag of Note wrote Fox News? Cunty bitches gone wild, and not in the good way.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's also,
that's awesome.
It's also true that you should, and Christiana Amanpour is the best example, you should go to a foreign correspondent because
I like
BBC
her.
or when CNN changes over at
international.
night, they've kind of tainted the international brand where they didn't have to before. We're now CNN International, and you can tell when there's a real news story happening because it doesn't go to 20 hours of wherever that fucking guy is all the time. Anthony Bourdain took a trip somewhere, and I got to watch him fucking eat.
Right.
But you'll see them, and they'll switch over. And I watch
Totally,
CNN
yeah.
at night so much.
I'm
I
on
actually,
vacation. Watch me eat things.
You'll learn more.
No, but I know my international anchors better now, and I'm in love with the weather guy because now these stories
that's
are
who you talk
international.
about. That's right. Yeah.
Wait, who's
Yeah.
the really beautiful weather guy? He might not be on. Maybe he's on NBC.
Well, there's the,
Miguel.
Al Roker?
no.
Doesn't he do like some
Here's
weather,
lost
or does he
weight.
do? He does international travel. Who am I thinking of? Miguel.
Oh, I really know. That,
Oh wait,
that-
you know what? Miguel Almaguer, the
Yes.
reporter for NBC.
Yes.
Oh,
He's so
I'm
beauty.
already looking him up.
He's
the-
such
He
a
is-
beauty.
I am
CNN
so happy with him.
CNN International, which because I'm awake at night most of the time, and I have that on, and people request it all
Miguel
the time.
Almaguer. That's right.
But
really
the
gorgeous.
guy that does the international weather, and you'll see them,
Wow.
and they're out of Sydney. They're doing CNN International when they're in that because it's their primetime news, but it's our late night.
Yeah.
And they'll do the weather, and they do the weather forecast from like Mongolia down, and you're like, who the fuck cares? And they'll make jokes about them, like if they have to go
Right?
They do care.
Oddly,
if
propaganda.
They, if they have to go to if they have to go to American stories, they make fun of our gas prices constantly because they're like Americans are whining about their gas again, and they call it petrol, and they do
Yeah.
it. But because now they know that they are being broadcast in
That's
America,
awesome.
they do it in price per liter.
Sure.
But they have to convert it, and they're like, and that's what that is, and they're complaining, and the guy goes, and everybody at the news desk has this big laugh about, oh, those Americans,
That's so cute.
that is propaganda.
And their petrol.
That is.
Propaganda.
And I hear
Propaganda Americans.
I heard someone on the news today. It's some gas person saying that that crude oil, the price will go up and up and up and up and up in the coming years, and so we could be looking in a few years at as much as $5+
But they've been saying
a
that
gallon.
for like the last 20 years.
But I just
Right.
would really, really love for that to happen under the next president, and just to see if it's a Republican. and,
it'll be
let's
Obama's fault.
just see. I mean, that's what I was
Totally.
thinking in my
Well,
head. That's
yes.
where I went in my head. I'm like, well, if it goes up, it's obviously going to be Obama's fault. And I get the supply and demand, and I get that it's so low now, and they're making so much. Like, I understand all of that, but it doesn't matter.
All the blame, none of the praise.
All of it.
All of it.
And
All
even
of
though,
it. Just enjoy it while it's fucking low.
somebody
and
should Google
shut up.
how little foreign oil we actually import because it's
even
shockingly low,
And
that we are that
in the
that
recent
that
years,
propaganda.
we've gotten less and less and
Right,
less.
but we've been
dependent.
listening to that about we drill, baby, drill, because then
Yeah.
we won't rely on foreign oil, and then you find out like we make like 96% of our own oil or
own.
something.
Oh, I didn't
Absolutely
realize it was that high.
Oh,
It's that
Which
high.
it's insane.
Oh, wow.
But which is why we're like experiencing
60,
earthquakes in weird
70%.
places.
Yeah,
and
that's another
we're
issue.
having,
No,
like,
but that's fracking.
sinkholes.
That's natural gas.
Yeah,
But
that's
still bad.
fracking. It's
Still
still bad,
bad.
but it's not oil.
Okay, right. But
That's
still
natural
horrible
gas.
and bad.
They get oil shale out of that. That's like squeezing a sponge.
No, but you get gas. Fracking is for gas, not for oil.
Right.
Not for gas.
I thought
That doesn't affect gas. That doesn't affect gasoline prices, but it affects heating oil prices Which, if you remember, every winter when our gas prices go up,
Energy prices, right.
because of a high demand in the east because it's so cold, and then you find out it's all bullshit.
We should never.
But
we
now-
just shouldn't be doing it.
Is it Saudi Arabia that's like, we're going to keep making oil? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because they know they're driving down Texas. Like, they know the countries that they're taking out of business. Because Saudi Arabia's like, we got billions of dollars to kill here.
Yeah.
They're playing risk with everybody. They're
Right.
playing risk with the rest of the world, saying,
Now-
we're going to keep producing till Venezuela's bankrupt.
I heard this.
Right.
I understand. I always think this, and I get tired of, unless I'm seeing it wrong, I always get tired of when people say this. Somebody was talking, okay, again, on Facebook, I'm part of a group that's all those bus fanatics, right?
Right.
Well, those girls drink a lot. Those, I mean, not like us. Those, it takes a lot of diesel to fill a fucking bus.
Oh.
They get 6
I'm on the
miles,
metaphor.
6 to 8 miles to the gallon.
I was
No
like, I'm gonna
propaganda.
let that
Sorry.
go.
Yeah.
6 to 8 miles to the gallon. Driving cross country. So they're all thrilled that the diesel prices are so low. Well, inevitably somebody chimes in. Oh my God, people are losing their jobs right and left. You better hope that goes back up. Okay, to me, there's a saturation point. At some point, you got to quit crying about the fact that figure out another job. Find something
Well, we've
else
been
to
saying
do.
that forever, and this could be propaganda to
Drives
get
me
everybody
nuts.
onto clean. It's another way. Like, is it going to hurt clean energy because gas is so cheap, or because there's not the money in dirty fuels? Does it promote clean energy? Of like, well, there's not a huge profit. Gas today at Circle K,
Right.
which is the most expensive place besides Chevron to get your gas, was $1.79, and I drove by it because I don't need gas.
Sure.
But
And he's gonna go to Costco from now on.
From now on, yeah, he'll go.
But I'm
Circle
gonna
K
go.
has
No,
the best coffee.
No,
though,
but,
so I
no,
can
they
go.
honestly do. But Circle K is the most. So if the most
Circle K?
expensive gas in
Good
town,
coffee.
oh, it's the best kept secret in the world besides Dunkin' Donuts.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Even I drink Circle K coffee.
It's actually
because
really
they grind those beans fresh and it's tasty.
Well, I just love you people.
If
Okay.
you want to know where to get good coffee in the world, you come to me, Mom.
That's not propaganda.
So
cheaper than Starbucks.
It's all very interesting, but you have to Google what the actual number of how much oil we import is,
Okay.
because it's so low that I can't believe it remains a talking point during that Sarah Palin gets an opinion on it
No,
because
she's
Because it's
horrible.
propaganda.
oh, it really
Feeling
is.
can get a.
I think I'm going to switch to wine, although this was the best whiskey sours
So
we've made in a
good.
long
It was a
time.
good. It was a good.
Delicious.
Unless
But
you
we
wanna
have all
make-
the fixins for another batch.
Unless
It's
you
like,
wanna-
it's
I
like
think we
buttery,
got another hour and a half
whiskey,
to go.
velvety.
Marnie Ryer, take it away.
right,
You got
all
one
right.
more. I got one more. Then we're moving on.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna choose this one
Moving on up.
because I just
on
want to
up.
say the word.
What
Ready?
Cunt.
Bird is the word.
No, actually, this is a
Propaganda.
new one. Vajankle.
Oh.
Is that when your vagina reaches your
I
ankle?
saw
Yeah.
this
Did you see this?
story.
Because I almost threw up, and I thought, well, of course I have to read it. I can't let Cat down.
All right, Margina, I'm not on board with this one.
Have you seen the picture?
Is there a veto
the
button?
picture is the terrifying.
Do you
part.
have
Yes.
the photo?
Oh yes.
I don't want your Margina propaganda.
Foot fetish.
Pass
is-
Yes.
Foot fetishists rejoice. Your dreams have come true in the form of a vajankle. Now,
Google it,
I have
please.
seen, no,
dear
I have
God.
seen this. I saw
the
this.
California silicone model specialist prides itself on the realism and attention to detail you won't find anywhere else. And these fuckable feet are nothing if not detailed.
It's like
Yes.
it's like Halloween meets the fleshlight. No, it's
Yeah.
That's exactly
wow.
what's happened.
It's
Yeah,
a
somebody
problem.
took the fleshlight,
Get a
put it
grip
in the
and just-
Halloween pop.
It's a
I'll put it on
fucking
the
problem.
news feed
That's
here.
fine.
Like the ever popular fleshlight that they're talking about, these sexy silicone feet have a nifty vagina. I've not heard those two things together. Built right into the ankle.
Maybe you need to
Nifty-
practice your Kegels.
Yes.
Maybe you need to participate in our vagina
To-
Talk
propaganda.
about
I'm gonna
your
find a way to say
ankle.
that to somebody.
To get a nifty
You got a
vagina.
nifty vagina.
You sure have a nifty vagina.
Your vagina's winking at me, girl.
You got a nifty vagina.
Can you
My
can you
God.
bedazzle
I
your
feel like I want to say that to an
ankle?
ex.
Vajankle.
Vajankle?
This
I
article
really
says
did have the niftiest
Oh,
vagina.
that's the picture I saw, Katie. The one you're looking at right there.
Yes.
there's niche and then there's the vajankle.
That's right. That's right.
Putting it on the website.
Deviant dogs. Deviant dogs. It tells you, deviant dogs, where to go ahead and get these things. A life-size silicone dolls are the main focus of
Fuck
this.
is this? Richard.
I'm with you, Richard.
What period? The period.
But the
Fuck period
vagina-
is period. This.
It was,
Katie, good
it
for
was
you.
originally
Yeah, right.
developed as
Like
a
what?
special customer order.
Where
Here's
is
the
that
thing.
sentence possibly
No.
going to end? It
Time
was
out.
originally developed
It's a
as
custom order.
what?
No.
It was a custom
All right,
order.
I'll wait till you're done,
I'm
Ready?
gonna
Go ahead.
wash your vagina.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Read the rest of your stuff.
No, please go ahead.
Here's the thing, and this is the second time I've been inspired to say this. I've spent a lot of time on the internet, which is basically one big dick joke.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to let Kat.
It's true.
right.
It is. And so I've found through the internet, it is my belief that people who possess a penis are inclined to put it in just about anything. Given the right
Yeah.
particular motivation or intoxication. So this, not surprising.
No, and not surprising.
I don't
He
like
said
where you're going
because
with this.
the
This is
gentleman who
how I
wanted
feel.
the special
I'm a
order
clean
this-
white lady in so many of these stories. I
He
got to
said,
tell you.
No, I mean,
Well,
the
Practically a
gentleman,
Puritan.
Well, I
He
understand.
said he wanted to be able to see and massage the sole of the foot.
Shut
while
up,
having
shut up,
sex.
shut up.
With the foot.
Shut up.
but
It's
yeah,
a foot fetish.
if it'll fit,
You must quit.
I'm pretty sure there's a man on the internet somewhere who
I don't
will
want to
stick
hear
it
your
in there.
Johnny Cochran propaganda.
I bet there's a lot of men who will stick it in there. And I also found Farrah Abraham sex toys, which I'm now looking at.
Oh
So
boy!
glad for all
You
of that
know,
weirdness.
A lot
That's
of people
good.
really love feet, apparently, and we're happy to support.
By a lot
that
of people,
market.
by a lot of people,
Like 6.
are we talking like 1,000 units sold? Are we talking like 20,000?
All right, we
out
gotta,
of-
tens.
we gotta
of
we gotta
units.
personalize this shit.
By the way, just so that you
Can
know,
we get the
you
math
can get it in
correspondence
skin
on the
tones.
line, please?
You can get it in skin tones of cream to espresso.
White to
With
black
the
people,
delectable
right?
sounding chai, honey, and toffee in between.
Clayton McKee with
All right,
Amazon Prime
all right.
shipping.
I actually want my 2-day
No,
free
Right.
honey-colored fuckable foot.
Right. You can be
to answer
I'm
me,
gonna
fucking a watermelon
to
foot in 2
answer
days.
Clayton's propaganda question, you can even choose whether to have toenails painted cherry red.
Oh, toenails!
With a,
Will they have fungus on
with
them
a
so they look like your last
tasteful
boyfriend?
French pedicure, or even a custom finish, sexy spelled out in nail art jewels. Perhaps,
No.
if glamour is your thing.
I'm going to quote Harrison. No.
The typical toenails are the French pedicure, with cherry toenails being the next most popular.
Harry?
Cherry.
Oh, I'm like, oh my
But
God,
people
hairy
do
toes.
get more daring, and we recently had requests for turquoise, black, navy blue, dark purple, and cute art nails.
Oh
So,
my God, cute
the
art.
vajankle, by the way, starts for just a mere $179.
Serves one.
100
At a time.
At a time.
At
That's
a
true.
time. Well,
That's true.
maybe
That
not.
actually
That's actually
seems
Maybe
reasonable.
you could have an orgy.
It's high price
Somebody
because
sucking on the
Seems very
toes while
Flush
they're
jacks
walking
are
the
like
ankle.
60.
I don't know.
Right.
I want the
Yeah.
last line of this thing to say dishwasher safe.
Hold on.
Because you gotta sanitize that bitch.
That is what I want
No.
the last thing about the vajankle to say.
You
Dishwasher
can,
safe.
you can wankle.
Top shelf only.
You can wankle with the vajankle, and it can be bought individually or as a pair.
Oh,
Why do you need two?
Why
So
do you have
wait,
2 dicks?
So you have a left
you
and a
wanna
right?
Suck on the toes. You don't know.
Oh,
Maybe you want to
God,
mix
you
it
wanna
up a
suck
little
on toes
bit.
while you're doing
I don't
a
know.
vajankle.
While there are no imminent plans
First
to
of
add
all.
vaginas to more novelty body parts, Synthetic remains open to accommodating any special products that come our way. Our development is always customer driven,
Oh.
so we'll see what the future holds. Inevitably, boobs with a vagina somewhere has been suggested.
Is it synthetic? S-I-N-thetic?
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yes.
Google that and you look at the life-size mannequins, the male mannequins.
Oh, this is all bad.
Freaky because they look.
No,
fucking
there are
a
some
lot-
really freaky ones.
Yeah.
out
They
there.
make what's his name? What's his name?
It's freaky.
Your
Look at
underwear
Pigeon.
model?
It is.
Oh, Jason
This is
Medina.
all
If they
bad.
make a Jason Medina one, we got a Google alert over here.
Yeah.
Right. For real.
I will
Yeah.
tell you.
Okay.
Look at that smile.
I wanna-
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I want to
Comes in
address.
honey colored.
Serves me.
Or espresso.
I just
Or espresso.
No, the best part is it's in J-Lo shades.
That's nice.
I like my Puerto Ricans colored the color of J-Lo.
For real, this is a problem.
That-
why is it
that's
a
a big
problem?
fucking problem.
Why is it a
No,
problem?
actually, it's not. Let me tell you why it's not
I
a problem.
Would love to
Right.
hear
Well, I guess
why.
they're not raping someone to fuck
That's
their
that
stuff.
is it. That is
Okay,
it.
All right.
That
all
is
right.
it.
Put it in whatever you have to, sir or
Propaganda
ma'am.
Get
vajankle
in-
out.
As long as
Oh
it's
no,
not a
she's
person.
making her blowjob face.
Get in, get off, go home.
What's happening? What do you find? What happened?
First
It's
of
a
all.
problem.
Oh,
First of all, no, you didn't. Synthetic. Second of all,
What happened? Oh my God!
synthetics is a thing you can buy. It's like a
Yeah.
real doll.
Yes.
yeah.
And by the way,
that's what they
just
said,
remember
though.
You
that
can fuck the
camera
shit out of
sees
it,
your
yeah.
screen
Oh my God.
because those were tits.
Oh my
This
god.
is the thing of nightmares,
That's
and
what
some
they
people
said
are
in
buying
here.
this
Look at the guy-
thing
no, look at
to
that.
fuck it.
That is so Silence the Lambs. I can't
This
even
is
tell you.
the thing of
Isn't that
fucking
the,
nightmares.
No, Lars and the Real Girl. That's
Look at the guys.
No, but
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying
that was
this
a good
has like
movie.
weird elf
No,
ears
What
and
is that
tattoos
movie?
and like
Avatar.
Thank you. Avatar. This
No,
one.
Avatar
seen
was
it.
blue.
Yeah,
but
but
Well,
same
I
idea.
know,
fantasy, whatever.
I feel like Zoe
Okay.
Saldana is making some money
Again,
elsewhere.
the internet. No, follow me here. Be
I mean, she
surprised
has
by this
nice
when you think of the
boobs.
quality of people that you've spoken to or interacted with
She has
through the
nice
internet.
oh my god, she's terrifying.
And the massive dick joke. She's whatever. Like
She is
some
what she is.
fat 40-year-old
Hey,
living
she
in
doesn't-
his mother's basement.
She doesn't talk back.
wants to
That's
fuck the shit out of
true.
that. God bless him.
But
They have
if it keeps
Asian
them,
girls,
if it keeps
Hispanic
them from
girls.
sexually assaulting someone,
Yes.
And who?
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Now they
Look
have
at
black
the
girls.
Look at the guys. Look at
I
the
guys
only
is-
see one guy here.
No, there's a
Gabriel.
series.
There's a couple.
so if you're a lady,
Richard, I see
dead people. If you're a lady using the male thing,
Reverse cowgirl.
do you,
Google it.
oh, that makes sense.
Oh my
Oh.
god, synthetics
I don't have
has
to Google reverse cowgirl.
synthetics.
Why did you
has
know
I rode that horse.
By
What are you
the
talking
way, I
about?
kind
Cut
of
it
feel
out.
like I might Google. I don't want
Good.
to. I'm
A
not
gallery
going
You
to.
don't know what
of
reverse
products.
cowgirl is?
Do
Google it.
I don't know.
Google it.
Do I?
Oh,
Yeah, Google it.
Do I just
Oh.
never say that? What's happening?
Judge's ruling.
Google it.
It is the year of our Lord 2015.
Do you know what it is?
What?
Reverse cowgirl.
now
I think I could get there from here, but I don't fully remember.
I know
You're
reverse-
riding a horse backwards. Think about it.
Stand
now
by.
I got it.
I can look at the
Okay.
back of your head all day.
To be honest though,
I would never
Right.
like.
So if you're a
man, let's
lady using the
reverse cowgirl.
synthetic doll,
You got to
I
go reverse
feel-
cowgirl
Right.
on it.
You
But then there's
got
no
to.
point to it. Then it might as well be a cut off at
and
the
they-
waist.
I'm so
and they
sure
sell
All you
those
got to see
too.
is some hairy, sexy legs,
But I
right?
feel like
They sell one
Marnie's
that
not,
looks like a.
I feel like it's not totally weird that Marnie doesn't know reverse cow. Like I feel like if I
Well,
wouldn't have
she's
been
awfully
having,
bashful.
like if I wouldn't have been having sex with men, though,
I
I
don't know
probably
what
wouldn't have
scissors.
done reverse
I've never scissor
cowgirl.
sistered somebody, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
I
Okay.
don't, Richard. That's fine. Thank you,
Maybe
KJ.
I watch a disproportionate amount of porn. I think
Yeah.
that might be
Maybe
the
I
problem.
don't.
When-
But I'm
when-
like,
I do.
I'm into
I
reverse
watch a
cowgirl, but I
lot.
did it only with men. Like I don't do that with Kelly.
My
Because
God,
I
why
just love
not?
the
What are you
penis.
going to accomplish?
Well,
And I
All
don't-
you're going to get is you're never
I don't
home.
wear a stitch.
You're still not looking at me.
Could you at least look at me when you're home?
Propaganda, sexual propaganda.
Probably
Yes.
a very good point. But I hear you. I'm with you.
Thank you.
Not weird that you don't know that.
When critics of
Probably a very good
Reverse-
point.
when critics of this show talk
TLW.
about how much we talk over one another, this is a prime example.
No, I thought that was coherent.
I actually followed the
I,
whole thing.
I believe it was
One-
fluid the entire way.
One last story, and then we're going to move on to entertainment because this isn't entertaining enough. And this story, I brought it because you two have kids, and I want your input.
this
I
is
want your
weird.
input on this.
Oh, good.
Derek Nash did not expect to find in his 5-year-old school bag a bill demanding a no-show fee
did
for
see
another
this.
child's birthday party. Nash said the bill from another parent sought £15.95, which is roughly $24 American, because his son Alex had not attended the party at a ski center in Plymouth, southwest England. Nash told the BBC on Monday that he had initially accepted the party invitation, but later realized Alex was supposed to visit his grandparents that day. He said he did not have contact details to let the other family know. Now, the birthday boy's mother, Julie Lawrence, told the BBC that her contact deals were, in fact, on the invitation. He has no excuse. Nash says Lawrence has threatened him with small claims court, but he has no plans so far to pay the bill. My question is, have you ever, with regards to your kids going to other parties or anything, have you ever been asked to pay for part of it?
Not ever.
What's happening?
Not even a little bit ever. And I am just mesmerized. Now I'm just going through all of the different body
But
shapes.
if you had,
Clearly, we're done with the headline segment because she's still on porn.
I can't stop looking.
Well, because
Oh.
why would you want to?
All right, now that I was a little lost, but
Were you lost?
Oh yeah.
So what?
I'm on board with this.
What happens is, first of all, these stupid birthday parties are. Have you started with the birthday parties at the different places?
Yeah. Yes.
Ridiculously expensive.
yeah,
Okay.
Ridiculous. So
out
the-
of hand.
right.
Oh,
so
you mean hosting them?
either attending or
We've
hosting.
attended, and
like when you go to the
every weekend
trampoline
now.
park
Every
and when
weekend
you
we
go
go.
to the all of those things. Those are legitimately $25 a kid.
Okay.
Minimum.
the gift.
Plus the gifts, plus the give back gifts, plus the cake,
then
plus the
twins.
cake.
And now there's a thing where
Plus the
everybody
thing.
has to get a present because
Yes. Right,
the
you
give
don't
back
want
gifts.
the kids that
Yes.
aren't the birthday kid to feel bad.
That's
So you
fucking
gotta-
ridiculous.
Right, the give back. So
I have such a hard
and it is
time
what
with
it
that.
is, and you know this is where we live, and you either have a better idea or you do it what it does. So I kind of like I get where the bill collectors are coming from a little bit
Yeah, because you get an
said
RSVP.
because you do right.
And we've all done adult parties where you give a head count, you pay the price, and
Right.
then like people are like, oh no, something else came up, and I'm like,
And you're like,
that's
motherfucker,
what,
I paid for you.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't speak a lot of French, but I get what RSVP means. They're
It's-
fucking showing up in French.
Right. And even it even says please in there.
Yeah. It's like 3 of the 4 letters.
Right. S'il vous plaît.
It's so French. It's just French.
Omelette du fromage. Thank you.
So, like, I get it. It's like that douchebag cousin of yours that said that she was coming and said she was bringing a date. So you went
Cousins
ahead
are
and paid the
douchebags.
caterer, and then the bitch
Cousins
didn't
are
show up, and you could have had another $100 in your pocket.
Or 2 people
Okay.
you liked better than your
Or two
douchebag
people, right?
cousin. Yeah.
Because here's what's happened. You plan the birthday party. You say, okay, kid, birthday's coming. Who are we inviting? You know, and especially if you can't necessarily afford to invite the entire goddamn class of 30 kids at $25 a pop. You know, then you have to do the whole like bargaining and comparing of the list. And
At our
okay.
school,
Which is
if you
difficult
invite
anyway.
one, you have to invite everyone in the class.
Everyone.
It's
Yeah,
mandatory.
I've heard that
and
now.
you're still in preschool, and you
No,
can,
I think preschool you can skirt around it. Once you get to kindergarten, it's like mandatory at MTA.
you just can't send them through the school. You can get around that.
Okay,
no,
because
no, no.
it freaks me out a little bit.
No. That's for when you send the invitations.
But that's
to
what you have
the
to know the
school.
parents,
Like,
and you have to do the invitations
Separately.
through the
Personally,
parents.
right.
Yeah, and you invite the parent to bring a child,
Yeah.
not
By
the kid, so that everyone feels bad.
Right.
Because the kid has if the kid
They
has
don't
no
know.
part of the invitation, they don't know to feel bad. You do it through the parent.
But I would think
and
the
then
hard
you
part
deal it with
is
it at an adult level.
Because I know
I watch a
when-
lot of TV.
Well,
Yeah.
when the kids were in my life, it was a real similar thing back in the day. But if you have the parent and then that kid from the class, and then they have 4 siblings that suddenly have
That's
to
actually
come.
a good point.
No,
How
we
do
don't
you
play
do
that
that?
game.
No, I'm curious. How do you play that?
I'm
part?
not there yet. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I don't have
because mom
siblings.
can't give up one kid.
Right,
She can't
right.
Sophie's Choice it.
Yeah.
She's watching all 5.
Exactly.
I'm kind of an
What do
asshole,
you
and I
do?
started a war one time because we had somebody approach us, and then she was like, "Well, Jack was so upset that he didn't get invited to our Ron's birthday," and we're like, "And?" Like, we talked to the kid, and he said, "No, I don't want to invite Jack," so we didn't invite Jack.
Yeah.
Deal with it, lady.
Kids have a choice.
Yeah.
She still kind of won't talk to me.
Well,
But
But it's
Sounds
okay
like
because then
that's
she won't be
okay.
surprised next year.
That's a
when
win.
again he's not
Right.
invited.
That's a win for
man.
you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Take
I'm thinking.
the win where you get it. You know what I mean?
If that same person,
It's
if you
hard.
wanted, if you
Birthday
wanted
parties
Jack,
are
I
like-
have one of these. She don't.
Yeah. I
what
gotta
if,
land
what if
your
you
bitch.
wanted Jack at his party?
No,
but
a
Jack
laminate.
has 3 siblings. I mean,
Then
because I would be
no.
like, you can't fucking come. Like the $25
It's
a
a,
head.
it's a big like social political
Yeah.
thing when you have
It
children.
is like I'm learning.
it's
It's a lot,
awful.
yeah.
It's a big deal because we've had since Palmer
Stick
has
with the boozy
in
moms,
the
they get
last,
it.
I love the
totally
boozy
not
moms.
kidding.
They're obviously
Yeah.
those are my
the
people.
boozy moms are our
She is
people.
one.
They're my people.
She is one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally kids come over for play dates and I'm like, is it gonna be weird if I offer you sangria? And they're like, no. And I'm like
we're
homemaking
drinking, yeah.
sangria. Those
they
are my
they
moms.
pull out their IV bag and
Yeah.
the needle. And
No,
they're
these are
like,
the these are the
Hook
moms
her
that
up, bitch.
these are the moms that already know about sucker
got
punch in
yeah.
their bag
Oh
that
my
she
god!
just learned
I
about.
saw the wine purse on Amazon.
Wine
I need to
purse.
send it to you
That's
because it's got a
amazing.
little like spout on the bottom. It'll
Have
take
him
any kind
order
of
it.
wine.
You can get it for
Let's
2
do
days.
it.
And I don't
We
know.
started soccer last week, so I need
shit.
the wine.
I'm gonna
purse
send it to you.
with
Oh,
the
yeah.
spout.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you. So on
Amazon
this,
Prime. It turns out I'm on it, so I'll get you 2 days.
On this story, so I don't. Forgive me if you read this part. I was definitely looking at naked skin to mints, whatever they're called.
You are a naked doll propaganda right now.
Apparently,
Skin to mince in just 4 days. You can go from skin to mince.
I don't want no elf ears for me, but some of these girls have really hot
all
bodies.
the
Yeah.
more to grab you with.
Right?
Anyway,
Yeah.
pretty.
So anyway,
maybe.
what I did read, yes, bag of oath, truth, boozy moms. I almost said booby moms. I meant
Yeah.
boozy.
Or that too.
Concentrate on me.
yeah.
Concentrate. Look here.
Think.
God damn,
Clayton.
you are.
So
Close the computer.
kind of can't. Oh, that story.
Yes.
was
Children
that-
being
thank
billed.
you.
Yes.
That's I think that the birthday party, if I'm not mistaken, was actually at a ski
Yes.
lodge.
I read that.
Okay, so that I can understand because skiing that costs money.
Sure.
So if you say
Well, everything costs money. And he said it was like $24
It is.
American. Yeah.
But
Right.
if you say RSVP and like, okay, look, this last weekend, Palmer had a birthday party. We RSVP'd to it. It was at the girl's house in her backyard. They bought enough pizza to accommodate everybody, and they did cake to accommodate everyone. And Palmer was sick, so we didn't make it. And
But
I
if
said
pizza
to
and
her,
cake
like,
is one thing, but an event
Right.
party
That's
like
what I'm
this,
saying. I
like,
said
you got
to
to think
her-
that through.
I also didn't they
And
no
you-
show. They didn't even give
they didn't
notice.
even
right?
give a
Right,
notice.
just no
Right.
show.
and you have to, and shit comes up, like shit
And
happens.
everybody
with kids.
understands life happens. Everyone understands sick
But you
kids.
Pick up
gotta-
your phone
sure.
and say,
Yeah, you comment.
Be respectful enough to say, way, especially if Palmer was invited to a birthday party like that, like a we're buying your kid's like little ski party lift ticket for $25 and she couldn't come. I think the only respectable thing as the parent that's no showing to do is to call and say, I'm so sorry, we can't make it. Please let me pay for this ticket, or is there something I can do? But this guy and the dad was looking all indignant on the pictures they showed online about this story. And this dad was like, we just hung out with the grandparents instead. Like there was no excuse.
He claims that he had no contact information to contact them. She says no, it was on the invite. All my contact information is there.
And I have to believe that. I've never once gotten an invitation without.
Because you're getting a child's birthday. It's going to have like
all the parents' info.
Parents' information, medical numbers nearby.
And another story I read.
When the paramedics are going to come by so we can open the bag of peanuts because we don't know yet.
Another story I read was that this kid oh Jesus, it doesn't matter, I can't.
Was this a divorced family, by the way?
The mother was never mentioned in the story.
Okay.
Mother was never mentioned in the story.
I don't know, but
because that shit happens a lot.
Yeah, something that big of a party says divorced parent to me.
There was something else I read that I had a point about. Again, booby moms.
Boozy moms!
Yep.
But I will say, if you're that kind of a parent and you're throwing a $25 per kid ski party, don't just invite the whole fucking class. Pick 5 friends that you know are going to come that are your good friends. Because in the article, the mom basically didn't even know this dad. So the mom's kind of a dick as well.
It's dick
She's
moves.
a vajankle.
It's parent dick moves is what it is.
She's kind of an asshole.
So many moves happening on so many fronts.
She wanted to get right back on her
both in the contiguous 48 and overseas.
Check out Monique
in South England.
Shit.
It's the show. We're wrapping up hour 2. Hour 3 is coming, and we're just not getting to Al Perkins.
True.
We're going to go till 10:30. So alert the affiliates down the pike that we're going to.
Oscar nominations come out. Think about it.
We're going out all the way. We're drinking. You're drinking.
Propaganda.
Propaganda is the drinking word. Join us in the chat room. We'll be back just after this crossover and a word from our affiliates.
Oh my God.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
What are you laughing about now?
I'm going to shit on Katie's segment by making more whiskey sours when she's talking.
Oh, I would appreciate if you'd make those because that'd be great for all of us. Hi, everybody. It's hour 3, 9 o'clock on the atomic clock on the wall. It's the show with Kat and Katie and Rory and Al Perkins.
Propaganda!
So minty things happening.
Oh, P Machinery by Propaganda, one of the greatest songs ever. And I found
sounds good.
And I had to go to Paris to buy the 45.
Oh. See, again, him showing off. I've been to Paris.
I've been there.
Been to
Before you
France.
start, in a quick follow-up, we import about 45% of our total oil.
Oh, that's way...
But
45%?
But about 33% of that 45% comes from Canada.
Right, so add that together,
Yeah.
and it's so what I was talking about then was what comes from what we get from the Middle East.
What comes from the Middle East? Yeah, like 17% of our import comes from Saudi Arabia, 11% from Mexico, 9% or almost 10% from Venezuela, Colombia, Iraq, Kuwait, Nigeria. Like they're all.
And who we want to get away from is Venezuela in that particular group. All right, I knew our amount from the Middle East was shockingly low.
Right.
Shockingly low.
Shocking.
All right, hit it.
Here we go. We're taking off into Al Perkins segment because why? It's his time. Here we go.
Entertainment! All right, I've been saying it every week, but Katie's finally here to appreciate it. Broad City's back. Hannah, woo! There it comes from the kitchen. Hannibal bumped to summer. We have movie reviews, thoughts on the Oscar nominations, musicals coming to Fox, a funny line from a funny show. New host for Saturday Night Live, what I got with my Amazon Prime membership, and propaganda.
Propaganda!
All kinds of propaganda. So, okay, you should have heard the crickets a couple weeks ago when I announced the return of Broad City, and they're all like, "You've never talked about this show before."
It's a damn shame.
Okay, did you see the premiere last week?
Of course I did.
That show is so motherfucking funny.
It's genius.
Off the chain.
So genius.
And I seriously, I just wanted to watch it again because I'm in love with both of them.
I need to watch it again because the best part of my entire week, and this is sad, I hope Kelly's not listening, and I know she's not, was that she was at her mom's house that night, and I came home after something, and I don't know, I came home, she was at her mom's, I had by myself, the house, and I got into bed, drank a beer out of a can, and watched that show, and I was
Jesus Christ.
in the spirit of Broad City, I laid in bed drinking a beer out of a can.
I kind of want to high five you right now.
And let's do it. And I watched Broad City, and it was amazing.
That is quite. Those two women are just—it's out of the park. That show is every episode.
Where is this available?
Comedy Central. It's on after Workaholics
Girl,
now.
you got to start it.
And
up.
Workaholics
I'm gonna check and see if it's on Hulu.
Workaholics is sophomoric, and it's
funny,
toilet
and I like
humor,
it, but it's toilet humor, but it's funny.
But Broad City is just
smart.
the two women that you want to be living in New York. The one is actually 30, but they're supposed to be two women in their 20s trying to make it in Brooklyn, and it's just they're in the same setting as Girls, but where Girls you want to kick them in the teeth. These two you want to oh come on in, let's just party. You just want to play with these two.
You literally want to be their besties. They are so good.
And because last year, Carlton and Shane had never heard of it. So I was at their house, and I'm like, okay, how have you two never heard of Broad City?
Available on Hulu.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
Started from the beginning. And the best part about this is I go back when I'm just really super bored and I have nothing better. I go back and I'll just watch all the same shows I've seen over and over and over again. And it doesn't lose its luster.
Now, the season finale where the one girl, they want to go out for shrimp. And the one girl's allergic, but she knows just how much she can eat before she has to go to the emergency room. And it's an all-you-can-eat shrimp fest.
And they're living large. They're let's do this.
Let's do
She
this.
wears a fancy dress. They go to a fancy restaurant, and she's I'm ready.
She's just getting puffier and puffier and having this huge allergic reaction.
And they're ma'am, are you okay? And she's like, I got a few more shrimp in me. I got a few more.
And she's drooling and spitting in a ball gown.
Okay.
Shoveling more shrimp in her mouth. And it's just fucking nuts.
First story. Never pay attention to you with this.
Oh my God.
First story in entertainment, and you have solved my what the fuck am I going to do after Smash problem. Thank you.
Broad City.
And seriously, all you're going to do is be like, I want these bitches in my life. Because I don't know, I don't even know what their names
Abby and
are.
Milana.
Abby and Milana. And they're just
they are
fucking funny.
Good.
Hannibal has been bumped to summer. NBC has decided to get on the bandwagon of summer series Under the Dome and all that stuff. So they're taking one of the most critically, not that the show Under the Dome is good, but that they want, everyone's trying to get in that mold of 13 episode summer shows, not dump the summer off. And they think, NBC thinks that Hannibal is their strongest bet to move to summer. It's a, international hit. It's getting rave reviews, and they think maybe it'll get more attention instead of looking like a mid-season drop-off if they do it as the summer highlight. So they're filming right now. Everything looks good. They're gonna get into Red Dragon this season. They will get to the Red Dragon book. Mm-hmm. They're negotiating with MGM and Dino De Laurentiis' family to find out if they can get the Silence of the Lambs rights for season 5. And the show's produced internationally for $5. It has 6 cast members. So the bottom 2 cast members have to play every fucking role. It's kind of like in repertory. It's a lot of fun. Grease is doing its own musical. They because NBC is debating between The Music Man and The Music Man. I can't remember what the other one is, but NBC is debating what their next December musical will be. One of the choices. The Wiz. It's the Music Man or The Wiz. I think The Wiz is a stronger choice. ABC did The Music Man about 15 years ago with Matthew Broderick and Christian Chenoweth, and it was delightful. It was a delight. And ABC stuck to the very strict, we're going to preserve the original Broadway musical, we're not going to fuck with it, which NBC has honored. They kept The Sound of Music, they didn't make it. The movie, they made the musical, so the nun has the Mother Superior has a bigger part. So Grease coming to Fox is a big challenge because the musical Grease in the 70s when it came out was a big, huge motherfucking hit. Right. But not with any of the songs that you know from the movie. They wrote songs for the movie. They changed up a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it was all. They wrote a lot of original songs, like "You're the One That I Want's" not in it. "Hopelessly Devoted to You's" not in it. But the show is wonderful. And now, if you go back, the original soundtrack from the 70s, I've been looking on Amazon. It's not available, so you can't find the fight song parody anymore. because in all the different, every time it comes to Broadway, they incorporate a little bit more of the movie and get rid of some of the original show, like they have been doing with Cabaret, but Cabaret sucked in the beginning and got better through time.
Right.
Grease has gone, it went from a really good, solid, fun teenage musical to like this movie hit, and they've kind of like streamlined it, but like you lose how dirty and filthy that show is. The only thing left that has the raunchy language is Grease Lightning, and they sing it so fast so you don't realize how many swear words you're hearing in the song.
The Pussy Wagon.
The
I know,
Pussy
that's my favorite
Wagon,
part.
yeah.
Get a lots of tit.
Getting lots of tit, and I'm shitting, it's Grease Lightning. Like, it's a dirty song that people just don't pay attention to because they're singing so fast. So Grease is a tough one for Fox to do because it did have raw language, and it was tough. The fight song parody, you can find some high schools doing it on YouTube. I've been trying to search around to see if anybody even, like, remembers, because when I was in high school, I wasn't in the musical, but they had all of us that were in the like stage crew that could sing. We had to stand backstage and sing the fight song louder to make it, because where they had to put the pink ladies and the Thunderbirds.
right.
That's not what they're called they're not called that in the musical either. They're
Right.
called something else. But they had to sit in front and sing without microphones, so we had to do the trick that they use where everybody backstage had to sing too, so you could hear the lyrics of that dirty song.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
kind
that.
of fun. J.K. Simmons will host SNL January 31st, leading up to his Oscar win.
Interesting.
So we have to hope he has a good week on SNL, because people actually watch that shit while they're doing their Academy night and find out, like, is this guy for reals? Broadway talent.
But I think he's going to do well.
Everything
Law
from
and
TV,
Order.
everything from TV commercials
Yeah.
to Oz.
Doesn't he do
Yeah.
those commercials?
Yeah, he does.
For insurance.
And
And
I
he also had that show where he was blind.
he was
He had a sitcom where he was.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And he
It was, and it was
He's- I mean, this-
enjoyable.
this-
he was Emil Skoda or something like that. Dr.
Yeah.
Emil Skoda on
But you
Law
know,
and
because
Order.
you have the Guys and Dolls soundtrack, and I got the
Okay.
horse right here. I tell you this every week, and you have the same look on your face.
No,
like
but
you've
I think
never
a
heard
lot
me
of
say
there
it.
are different people that don't
Remember
as
this,
far
Al?
as knowing those
Remember
different
Ruthie
things,
Surprise?
I think that there are a lot of
remember
people
that.
that would recognize some of his other stuff, like the commercials.
Yeah,
like,
he's
all of a sudden
so
it was
good.
No,
like-
this guy's been a working actor for like
Emil
20-some
Scott.
years, and
And I
he's
just really liked it when I was happy when you won the
been all
Golden
over.
Globe. It was exciting.
and, like,
and-
he is your sure thing through this award
Oh,
season,
I like
which
him so
we'll
much.
we'll get to in a minute. But he is
Woo,
your
award season.
yeah, he's got it.
He's got the horse right here.
He's got the horse right here. Trust me, this is your sure bet for every part of the award season. J.K. Simmons is going to be thanking people he's never met before. Amazon Prime, I got it. I watched Transparent. Okay,
have totally not
A1
done that
and
yet.
first thing on the list. This is not a comedy.
No.
Not even a light comedy. Not even kind of a comedy. This is a very, very, and the word that came. I watched 4 episodes today, I think, out of the 10. Very soulful. Like, it's so, like, the characters seem very lived in. It's very believable, and it's an ensemble piece. It's not about Jeffrey Tambor. It's about his entire family. And like episode 4, he hasn't come out to all of them yet. Like, not only one person knows. It's about his journey to come out as trans. It's him and his support group and how they're helping him and what
Oh
he's
my
admitting to his
God,
support
so
group.
intense.
It's flashbacks to his 80s life when his kids were young, and like how he was in the closet trying to find his truth. It's an amazing thing. And Judith Light was the thing that made me be like, all right, Judith Light's in it. I gotta.
Yeah.
I was
love
As
her.
soon as I heard Judith Light, I'm like, you know what, Mama's got to watch. We
I
gotta
was
find
so
out.
surprised actually to see her. I obviously knew Jeffrey Tambor was in it, but to see her at the Globes getting up, I'm like, Judith fucking Light is
That's
in
what I
this
said.
show?
That's what I said.
We all said that.
Yeah, it was very surprising.
The director or the
screenwriter, the creator,
Right.
and executive producer, and she wrote the first episode. It's really the story of her father transitioning into a woman.
The way that she emoted that on stage, I just thought was amazing.
And-
I thought it was amazing when she was accepting
Abby,
the award.
What's her name? Abby Kaufman. That's not right.
Oh, the producer.
No, the woman. She's a young actress.
Writer?
Gabby
Oh.
Hoffman. I always say her
Gabby
name,
Hoffman.
Abby Kaufman. Gabby. I know. I got it. I lost it again.
Abby Hoffman?
Gabby-
Hoffman.
yeah.
Okay.
Phenomenal. I mean, but it's so lived in. Like, you feel like you're just watching. It feels like a documentary.
Keep going. This is nothing to do with you.
I honestly, I'm only 4 episodes in, and now I'm so glad that I did my free test of Amazon Prime. And it really, Jeffrey Tambor, it's not funny in any way. There's a couple of light moments, but this is not a comedy. Watch Broad City. That's a comedy.
Sure.
Like, because you know what's important for comedy? Laughing.
Yeah.
But this one, I was very moved. It was a very, very moving portrayals. Let me see what else we got before we get into propaganda.
Keep going, Katie.
Did
Okay.
you, may I just? Just along those lines, obviously very, very different, but KJ, you had put something on Facebook, and I had already watched this episode. Most people in this world are still not watching Glee. I am.
Oh, yeah. Very.
And
I thought
Coach
that,
Beast?
I do not know if. I don't know how they'll continue because Ryan Murphy can't keep a storyline going. See this season of American Horror Story, which again
It's
has
a
fallen,
shame.
which
Okay.
again has fallen apart. He just falls apart. He has like 3 episodes in him, and then he just loses his fucking mind.
Okay.
So I'm hoping he keeps up with this because I thought that was very well
I did too.
handled. I thought it was a very nice episode.
And if anybody is watching or is interested, it's just about the fact that Coach Beast was trying to hide some different things. First,
And it
was
kept
a
me very
knee
honest.
surgery.
It
I
kept
haven't been watching it, but I love that storyline, and it seems
I was
very,
watching it, and it was like
seems very like.
but they kept it honest that
They
she
did.
was not a
Organic.
lesbian.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah.
going to transition into a gay male because she is interested in men. She's just not.
She said it's
doesn't-
not about. It
Yeah.
isn't about my sexual preference or however she
Yeah.
said it, but
Genderbread man.
Yeah, the genderbread man. Yep.
yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
but said it in such a way that folks watching Glee needed to hear.
And
I thought that was a really.
I'm really watching the bird die at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the couple of episodes last season got really off fucking
They are,
track.
yeah.
Because Ryan Murphy has lost his mind.
Sure.
As you can tell by every season of American Horror Story.
Okay.
Because it's like 6 great episodes, and then you're like,
And then it
what
sucks.
the
What happened?
Yeah,
fuck is
Right.
going on?
shitty, right? But it's just a really it was very organic, like
It
with
was.
Beast, Coach Beast, and it's
And the
exciting,
fact-
and just it's exciting
was.
that he's going there, and
Well,
yeah.
and the fact that Sue was, I'm going to help you with all of this, and I'm going to help you get through this because Coach Beast had said it was about cancer. And, like trying to, my knee, it's cancer. This is why I'm taking these drugs. This is why I'm going through this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden no, it's not that.
And
And everybody still was right there.
the season premiere was very,
very
nice.
cool.
They're back to the original cast. I mean, they're going to go down with a little bit of dignity.
yeah,
So
a little.
I don't know what you're looking at. Okay, so, and there's a goofy show on ABC. It's only on for 1 more week, but it's all on demand. It's called Gallivant, which was my father's favorite word, and I love the word because he used to accuse my mother of gallivanting all over town. She was rubbernecking while she was driving, while she was gallivanting all over town.
Spreading propaganda.
Spreading propaganda.
Oh, Ruthie.
But I have to tell you,
love
and
it.
they only did it in week 2, and it was supposed to go over 8 weeks, but what they did was they played the episodes back to back over 4 weeks. They're just condensing it. It's goofy. It's fun. The music is charming. The cast is pretty. It's a medieval. They're trying to be Monty Python. They're not getting to Monty Python levels, but they are
hard to
getting
do.
they are getting to funny
Good.
and clever and cute. And they're cute. Everybody's cute.
Sure.
But it wasn't one of the songs. It was the recap
That's
of
exactly it, Molly. That was the quote. Thank you.
Oh, right. No, yeah. That was a
It's not
great
about
quote.
who I go to bed with.
It's
about
who I go to bed as.
And it was wonderful. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
in the song that they wrote to recap episode 1 for episode 2, they talk about the fact that the heroine of the piece, she gets kidnapped by the king to marry her, and the knight goes back to save her, and she's like, yeah, I kind of like the castle. So when they're recapping and the guy is singing the song to get you caught up, he's like, she's lost her saintly glow. In fact, she's tilting pretty sharply bitchward. And I had to watch it like 6 times. To the way they fit that into this cute tune, and they merged. She was kidnapped by King Richard, but now she's lost her saintly glow. In fact, she's tilting pretty sharply bitchward. And I'm like, that is, as we were talking about Howard Ashman, and just clever lyrics. And it is the guy that I really don't care for as much, Howard Ashman's partner, Alan Menken. He does do the music for it. But ABC
and
is
you
just...
don't like him.
I'm not a fan.
He's not the one you like. Okay.
I like his music, but he keeps picking shitty lyricists. Well, whoever's writing these lyrics, clearly he said, Al likes it when I write with clever people.
I heard him on the show.
Yeah, I heard him on the show, and Al keeps complaining about dumb lyricists.
I feel
So-
like there are people that actually listen to us because then I watch other stuff and they pick up stuff that we've already
know,
talked about.
right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
We should
now,
trademark this
Now
shit.
we'll get to the real propaganda. So we're going to start with the 3 worst movies I've seen this year because I watched them all in like 2 days on call. The Interview, horrible.
Oh, okay.
Horrible.
Okay.
There's one funny bit, and it's the guy, if you watch Vice, It's the asshole veteran that that's running for president, the Asian American veteran that's running for president.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, you don't want to
From
watch Vice?
Wisconsin.
You know what? I don't.
The guy from Wisconsin.
No,
or whatever?
I watch it. I just don't watch it.
What is it? No,
Enough.
Veep. I'm so sorry,
yeah.
Veep.
I knew what you were talking
Yes.
about.
It's the
Wisconsin.
guy. It's the Asian American.
Vice is the documentary, and I'm like, there's
Yeah.
a character in Vice, like ongoing.
An
Oh my
Asian
God.
American?
So he plays Kim Jong Un, and
Oh my God, that's
there's a scene with
so
the whole
great.
montage of him and Franco, James Franco, and they call it honey dicking each other, where you're just trying to sweeten the pot to get the other one interested, but you're really not. That montage was very funny, and the rest of the movie, I was like, kill me now, get me out of here.
Okay.
God, it makes me think of the movie Team America when they do their montage song. Which
But Team America,
and you gotta have a montage. Every movie needs a montage.
and you do.
so
That's how
good.
you know you're in the middle of a really bad movie when there's a montage. So, although it's in
Except
that
the sweetest thing.
except
That
for
movie, it
Team-
works.
Except
Yeah.
the sweetest
Thing,
Yeah.
Marnie.
Yeah.
Good call,
Yeah.
Marnie.
'Cause that
Sweetest
was
thing, one of the
needed.
greatest movies
Ever.
ever.
Of all
Even
time.
the outtake of
Ever.
your dick's too big for this.
Right.
Too big to fit in here.
Not available in the
big to
Walmart
fit in
version.
here.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So
God, I love
then
an elephant.
the other
movie.
terrible movie, and I was so disappointed. I was expecting so much more. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, bad. I heard it was really bad. Yeah.
It was boring.
Okay.
Great 70s
Oh, that
soundtrack,
sucks.
which really didn't fit in because
Ooga.
right,
Yeah.
the songs are great, but it doesn't make sense that he's a kid from the 80s. He wouldn't know these songs, and they're his mom's favorite songs. But how old is she?
Yeah, she's not in the 70s.
The math kept bugging, and it was a very serious like sci-fi movie with like serious and I'm like,
Isn't this
do
Chris
I have
Pine?
to
Or
follow
not
this?
Chris Pine,
Chris
Chris Pratt.
and he's a delight through it. He leaves
like
that movie
him.
unscathed. Yes, he's delightful, and but the rest of it, you're like.
And he was like very buff.
I was struggling to stay awake for the entire movie. And I mean,
that
struggling.
sucks.
And now Anchorman 2, now what they have available online is not the movie that was released in theaters. It's the extended, all the parts they cut out of the movie. And that could be why Anchorman 2 was so bad. Because I know when I saw The In-Laws, what was the movie with,
Robert.
no, what's it called? It's got the tall guy, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson,
yeah.
The Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
The
Okay.
Wedding Crashers, when I saw it in the theater, was really funny. And then when I rented it, I got an uncut, unedited version where they let the scenes go too long and
and it
all the
needed to be
humor
edited?
died. So I don't know if Anchorman 2 was seriously just not funny or it was because it was 2 hours and 20 minutes of like,
Too much.
Get me
That's
the
too much Anchorman.
I watched it recently too,
Outta here.
and I feel like it just wasn't funny. I feel like
Okay.
it just missed.
I
Like
mean,
the first Anchorman,
I watched 3 movies.
Awesome.
motherfucking hilarious.
2 of them said they were comedies, and Guardians of the Galaxy, I was led to believe, was a delightful romp. And all 3 of them, I'm like, somebody
None of these are
kill
good.
me and get me out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we get to a 2-part section. First, well, we'll do the Oscars, and then we'll get to the point. So the Academy Award nominations came out last Thursday. Go to your Google things, find out I'll just point out interesting things. I'm not going to read them all to you. Best Picture. Whiplash makes it. Okay, Whiplash was the movie that I picked earlier last year, came from the Toronto Film Festival, that I was like, this movie is fucking amazing. Everything you think about a teacher-student movie that you're like, oh my God, I've seen this movie 100 times, Mr. Holland's boring fucking opus. No, this movie is amazeballs. It gets a Best Picture nomination comes out of nowhere, which is supposed to be just J.K. Simmons was going to be its only nomination. It got Best Picture, which gets Jason Blum, and for those of you who may listen to when I talk on and on about movies, Jason Blum is the guy that makes $5 movies. He started with Saw. He's made all these horror movies. It's
Saw.
called Blumhouse Productions.
Saw.
But he's made all these
was
horror
fun.
movies, and he makes $15 to $20 movies that go on to make hundreds of millions of dollars. He is the only low-budget producer working today that keeps making money off these movies. He knows how to work the system. He produced Whiplash. So the guy that made Saw has an Academy Award nomination in Best Picture.
Yeah.
And when the trailer, and I can't remember if the credits came up at the beginning or the end, but I think it was the end, and I'm like, Jason Blum? No, it's at the beginning because they say like Warner Brothers presents, and they got to Blumhouse Productions, and I watch for Blumhouse because my little, accountant mind is like, oh, this fucker makes money on everything he does. He got an Oscar nomination out of a really good movie and a teacher student. No one dies.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of blood.
gore.
Yeah.
There is gore.
And that's
there
why
is
for
gore.
me it was Saw. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
no, I was like-
but
I
he
actually
makes
was
all
into
those.
Saw.
He makes all
A
those
lot of
horror
people
movies. He
are.
makes the and just Google Jason Blum. He's made every fucking movie that's made money in the last 20 years.
Okay.
Selma gets Oprah Winfrey her nomination. Selma 2 nominations. Best
Do you think
song-
it's gonna happen for Oprah?
No. It's not that that movie has too many problems. And if you go to see it and if you want to like celebrate the fact that we're in a similar situation now as we are then, sure. But if you're looking at like actual movie quality, the movie just lacks a point of view. Is it a movie about the march, or is it a biopic about Martin Luther King? Is it about his relationship with LBJ, or is it about is it about the South and getting like it needed to be an HBO miniseries. Like it's too big. It's too big a scope, and it's a great movie. It's a good movie. You just you want more information, or you want to like back off this part. You keep editing in your mind. You're editing constantly. American Sniper gets nominated, and that's the propaganda we'll talk about in a minute. Bradley Cooper, actually a producer and the guy that brought this movie to the screen. So no debate like they had to last year for Leonardo DiCaprio, where he had to fight to get on as a producer of Wolf of Wall Street, even though he was the main force. Bradley Cooper just gets the nomination that day, name right out. And then Scott Rudin, who there's a lot of Sony nominations. After the Sony scandal, I was wondering if we tilted bitchword towards Sony because people felt bad about leaving them in the dust and letting them flounder for a little while. So Sony, if you look through studios, Sony and Sony Classics gets a lot of action. Actor, Jake Gyllenhaal loses his spot to Bradley Cooper. Debatable. I've seen both movies. I don't know who I would have left off the list. Honestly, I think they should have gone to 6. I don't think there's anybody of that 6 with Bradley Cooper and Jake Gyllenhaal that you could leave off. Actress, Marion Cotillard gets the spot that should have gone to Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, Jennifer Aniston's movie has not come out yet, but neither has... This wasn't the movie people were expecting Marion Cotillard to get nominated for. That was The Immigrant. This is a different movie, but it's a working woman who... she is about to get laid off, and it happens while she's off sick or something, so she goes back to work and tries to get everyone to give up their bonus for the year so she can keep her job to like balance out the payroll. So she has 2 days and 1 night to go to everyone in the company to try and save her job. So it's got its thing there. Actor in a supporting role, Robert Duvall sneaks in for what was the good thing. There's no reason to pay attention to anybody in this category. It's J.K. Simmons, J.K. Simmons, J.K. Simmons. Whiplash is one of the best movies of the year. It's the lowest grossing Oscar-nominated movie in history.
Wow.
But it is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Oh, God. Okay.
You're seriously, when it starts, you're like, oh my God, I can't watch another Mr. Holland's Opus about a teacher. It's like a movie about a retard. I can't watch one more thing where a retard saves my life because I'm a better person because I knew a retard. And I'm serious, but that's how they treat people with disabilities in movies. That, oh my God, I'm better because this, fuck you. You know what I mean? You had a hard life. It makes things difficult. You persevered. Don't Disney-fy it.
Welcome to life.
Actress in a supporting role, the one thing I was hoping for was Laura Dern would make it in for Wild, and she did.
Oh, good.
Best animated feature, the Lego Movie.
Shocking, right? That's what I've heard.
I don't understand it, but the animated feature film, you have to go see them. It's a specialty thing like documentary. You actually have to go see it to vote on it. And there's a lot of people that are saying that because it starts off so childish and the Everything is Awesome song, that people didn't stay till the end. And it's not hand-drawn. And there's a big push for hand-drawn movies, which the other two are. But people thought, oh, it's just a little kid's movie. There's nothing really to it.
Everything is awesome.
They didn't stay to find out like just how profound and really funny. And that movie is really, really funny. I was expecting Guardians of the Galaxy to be as good as
because Chris Pratt
the Lego
was in
movie.
Legos too, right? Yeah.
He's the hero in that movie. So he gets snubbed twice. Cinematography, nothing exciting here. Costume design, nah. So directing, the
exciting, right? Exciting category.
It is an exciting category, but only for me. Directing, the big surprise here is
what about our listeners?
Clint Eastwood does not get nominated for American Sniper, but Foxcatcher, which didn't get nominated for Best Picture, gets a director nomination here for Bennett Miller.
That's pretty weird, right?
And it's a very odd choice that they could get 5 major nominations and not pull off Best Picture. Usually it goes the other way, that you would get snubbed in director. But Foxcatcher is one of those movies, you just have to, there's so much to talk about. It's one of those movies that when it ends, you want to talk about patriotism. You want to talk about, like, what you want your destiny to be, your mother's influence over you, like your desperation for getting out of your brother's shadow. Like, there's so much in Foxcatcher to watch. It's a really, really well done movie. And now people that listened last week will tell you that I said watch out for Grand Budapest Hotel because that has a lot of groundswell. It got 9 nominations. It tied with Birdman for most nominations.
And you had a cute post. that you put, and you said you had in there, but you had my name on Facebook about, it'll be one of those movies that said, I never heard about that. I have that pre you having that there.
Oh, no.
Because you said it on my DVR, because you had said that it was
It's the movie that
surprise.
everyone loves, and I liked it too. I just didn't think it would hold up. It was released last February or March.
Surprise. And I thought,
big surprise.
see that.
But that they have been beating the drum for Grand Budapest Hotel for months, and I really didn't think it would go on. Documentary feature. What's missing here is the documentary about Glenn Campbell with Alzheimer's that was made.
I haven't seen
I think
that.
it's called I'm Still Me, but somebody's got to Google that for me. What it's
I think
called.
you might be right.
But that got snubbed, and everyone is raving about this documentary. And then the other one that got cut was Life Itself about Roger Ebert.
I'll Be Me.
Oh, was that
I'll
good?
Be Me. Both fabulous documentaries. The only problem with the Roger Ebert one was I felt it was like a book on tape. There was
Yeah.
no point to it. You could tell he kind of died in the middle, and they had no way to resolve it.
that's true.
But it's a really interesting thing about, and I'm a huge movie lover. So his thing was he loved cinema, he loved film. It's just such a kindred thing that as I watched it, I just felt like I was watching a movie about someone that I knew and really enjoyed.
Sure.
Okay, film editing. The only surprise in here is that Birdman, which is all about that one continuous take, and the geniusness was not nominated for film editing when you have to the magicianship. I don't even know what the word is for that movie, and without film editing, you can't win Best Picture. So Birdman's out automatically. But Whiplash
Is that like really a thing you like legitimately can't win? Like, could they surprise you?
No.
Could the Academy
The
surprise
last movie,
you?
the last movie to win Best Picture without a Best Editing nomination was Ordinary People in 1980. It's the little secret that only Oscar people know, that you need that Best Editing nomination to even get your foot in the door.
Surprising, because it's gotten so much love. So was that the Academy kind of
That's-
going?
No, I mean you don't
They
know
all
who
vote
votes,
separately.
but it just tells you that the ground support is not there.
Got it.
But Whiplash gets the Best Picture nomination and gets the Best Editing nomination, which makes its chances better. But it's that whole drumming thing. So of course the editing, you didn't think about it. It's genius because you have to edit out someone just playing the drums, and I think it comes up in sound mixing. Okay, so we'll just music. The only thing I cared about is where is it? Song. Everything is Awesome got nominated for the Oscar. So clearly the people that weren't in the branch that had to see it were like, okay, that movie is so much fun. When you realize the twist in the movie and why the song is so stupid, it's just a delight, and it just brings a tear to your eye. And then Interstellar will win a couple awards. And that's it. There is one surprise down here. Whiplash gets a screenplay nomination. Like Whiplash, I thought I was all alone in that movie theater loving that movie. There was
No,
a couple
you
of us.
weren't.
Okay, so now we'll get back to American Sniper and the propaganda that's going on right now.
That's all I've heard about on the news today.
I saw propaganda a couple days ago. It's a really,
You
really...
saw American Sniper a couple days ago.
What did I say?
I saw
Propaganda.
propaganda a couple days ago.
yes.
Same diff.
I listened to the band Propaganda. I saw American Sniper. It is a really, really, really good movie. And as I was watching it, I kept losing Bradley Cooper. So kudos to him. I just kept forgetting it was him. I kept forgetting.
See you next Tuesday, Richard. Thanks, honey.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Richard.
Okay, so, yeah, but Star Wars, Annie Hall, you still can't pick. You're still watching both those movies 30 years later. Aaron commented about Star Wars winning 36 years later, 37 years later. You
Yeah.
put on
Right.
Annie Hall and you put on Star Wars, they're both classics. Like, it's a
Yeah,
year
right.
of two... And actually, all five
do you
movies
do
in
that? Right.
1977 are classics. You have The Goodbye Girl. You have The Turning Point. I know the 1977 is my favorite year for the Oscars.
Oh, the Goodbye Girl is so good.
It's all genius movies. Like, it's just, you can't pick one out of all of those. So, American Sniper, it's so good. And I kept forgetting who the actor was. Like, I just kept forgetting who I was watching. And I kept thinking, in my opinion, it was very balanced. It was very, here's this kid that has a very, and it was that math thing that kept bothering me. Like, okay, you can't be 21 in 1999
Yeah.
and be 30 in 2004. Like, that math doesn't work. Like, I don't need the 9/11 footage to know what the motive was to go to war.
Right.
And showing that footage makes the math wrong, and you lose yourself for a couple of minutes of being like, wait, wasn't he just? And now he's 30. What year is it? There's a little fucked upness there that didn't, but you know what I mean? You got to throw up a picture of the Twin Towers, or what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you can't really, you know what I mean? It's now it's gratuitous
Yeah,
violence
yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. It makes no sense in the movie for the time frame involved. Other than that, it's so well done. It's so balanced. Here's this kid with this very clear, on-point message that he was raised with about why he needs to go to war, why he needs to fight, why his brother goes. They're separate paths. At one point, he runs into the guy from Lone Survivor because they were in some training camp together. They actually knew each other. And you get this very balanced picture of there's people that went to serve because that's what they had to do. He wasn't necessarily poor or impoverished. This was not his only employment choice. Then you have like the severe damage that it does to our soldiers and how fucked up this guy was through the course of war. So I thought it was very balanced. Like people that thought they had to go, people that bought the propaganda, the fucked upness of what war does. The whole thing. All I kept thinking was very even-handed. I never thought Clint Eastwood was being like pro-Afghanistan or anti-Afghanistan or pro-troops or anti-troops. It was very well handled. Okay. And the audience was at the end. The ending of it is devastating, and everyone was a little taken aback by. If you're not familiar with the story, don't Google it.
Which is the true.
Don't Google it. Go see it.
Sure.
Go see the movie, then Google his life. And it ended, and it ended so powerfully, and people applauded. I was one of them. Like we all applauded at the end. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was a powerful ending to a movie that I didn't see coming because I knew it was true, but I didn't know anything about it. So I was like, oh, whatever. Then you find out the stories that he wrote the book that it's based on. He was the author of the book that this movie is based on, and he had some cray-cray problems where he claims he got in a fist fight with Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura sued him for libel and won because it wasn't true. He said he was a sniper in Katrina. There's mental illness throughout this story that people are picking it apart, but it's like, you kind of get that he's a little nuts. And then he wrote a book and he got to throw out, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's a movie experience, and I thought it was just very well done, very well handled, and people are losing their fucking minds on both sides. Yeah. And I can't explain Michael Moore's comment because I think that's a little off the wall, and you're just gonna get thrown to the wolves for that one, Michael Moore.
Would you just?
I respect you.
All of the people that generally would probably like this movie and support it don't like Michael Moore to begin with.
Right.
So stop it, Michael Moore.
It's not a pro-war propaganda.
His whole comment?
No, his whole he varied on his. He went back to a whole thing about the uncle and
my uncle was shot by a sniper. They're not half heroes.
140 character tweet is not going to get that across effectively, and you're just going to get crucified.
Exactly.
Whether you're, and I'm usually on Team Michael Moore, but I was like, that is your PR guy. Yeah. You either need to shoot your PR guy or you need to kill yourself because that's a
Rogen made a couple comments too.
Now his I will defend.
But then he came back and said, "I'm not comparing." Or what did he say? I'm not comparing. I'm just
Let me help you. What he says is, does anybody else think that American Sniper looks like the movie played in the third act of Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino? Because the movie in the third act of Inglourious Bastards is all made up. None of that shit happened. Right. That's why Bastards is spelled wrong. Nothing. It's a comedy.
Very Quentin Tarantino.
Inglourious Bastards is a straight up funny fucking comedy. And in the end, Hitler's at a theater watching a movie and they assassinate him. That didn't happen. And neither did this movie. But it's about a German sniper, and it was to get everybody excited that they were winning the war by playing this movie. And it was just a funny coincidence. Like, does anybody... And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh my God, that is a funny coincidence, because that is kind of the plot of the movie they're showing.
Right.
He's not comparing anyone to Nazis. He's not comparing any...
Because I saw... And I haven't seen the movie...
Right.
I haven't, but I just heard that some people were like pissy about that.
People are reading the tweet and they're like, "Oh, he's comparing American soldiers to Nazis."
There's no. It just kind of reminds me of the movie that's showing in the third act of American Sniper.
Yeah. And then he says something about you can't compare apples and oranges, and he makes some comment about like...
And then he said, but I liked the movie, I'm not comparing... And I'm like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to read something that says, did this movie not remind you of a fake movie somewhere else? It could be like saying, does this not remind you of the Brian Boitano number in South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut? It's not a real thing. Brian Boitano didn't slay bears in Canada. Like, you're comparing... You know what I mean? You're just... It's a funny thing.
But people seemingly are so pumped up.
The View covered it today.
So pumped up.
The View covered it today, and they had the right facts at first. And when they went one level deeper, they were like, "Well, I can't believe he's comparing people to Nazis. We supported his movie last month." And I'm like, He did not compare anybody to Nazis.
Did they correct themselves?
No. They got so lost in the
Because
conversation that they
everybody gets
forgot
caught
what they
up.
read.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so that's annoying.
Yeah.
But I mean, it really is the propaganda now of like the right's using it as this like pro-military, and thank God we went into Iraq, and the left's using it as like, look at the mental, like look at what we caused. And there's the only thing I'll ruin for you is there's a very powerful scene where someone suggests that this Chris Kyle get help. And when they ask him like, are you haunted by things? And he's like, no, I can go to my maker and justify every single kill. I think I could have saved more lives. And the doctor's like, you can go down the hall and save lives. There's people here that need help. Get off your ass and go help people. And that to me was so powerful to say, like, our wounded veterans are here in the country. Like, don't ignore them. Go help them. And what they show him doing, which I'm pretty sure is true, and it's certainly not like, you know what I mean? He doesn't do anything heroic. He just spends time with people and talks to people and like takes them to an event they might like in their wheelchair. Like there was nothing about it that seemed like extraordinary or unbelievable, but it was so powerful to see. Maybe if you just sat down and asked about their interests and took them
Here's a
to
great way
enjoy
to
their
give
hobby
back
to give
and-
back.
yeah.
And I thought that was a powerful message. I just but when, oh my God, of course I go home and I read the fanboy pages and I'm at like comment level 4 and I'm like, holy shit, did people watch different movies than I did?
Wow.
But I would suggest it. I think it's the lowest grossing Oscar nominees ever, and when you adjust for inflation, it's by like huge amounts. We're talking like back when tickets cost $1 to when they're $14.50, and these movies have made no money. Like Whiplash has been seen by less people than any movie ever nominated for an Oscar ever.
Wow.
And adjusted for inflation, that's huge. But now this movie's done well. Selma did pretty well. This I don't know. I don't think it's the movie to beat, but this is the movie to see. Like it really is interesting.
Well, and the when we were just commenting back and forth about it, it's because people are so built up. I mean, like you would say something, and we're looking at each other like it's the reaction. And Blake Shelton, Craig Morgan was another. It's country singer.
Yeah.
Charlie Daniels, all of them. Because of what you're saying, you had said, but people read. I saw that on the way here, and I thought, very good, because people, we react.
Yeah.
And I have said from
Like,
the get-go
just
on this show,
react.
when we first started, God knows before that, but we are a reactionary society.
Oh, definitely.
We see this much of something, or hear this much of something, or read this much of something, and we fly.
Yeah. Oh,
We-
I've been
we-
guilty of it.
I
I
have
don't know that has to do
absolutely.
with our society. I think that's just emotional response.
No. It is emotional response. I'm saying, but the problem I see with that emotional response here, just speaking within whether it's Phoenix or America or whatever, is seeing America, Blueberry is seeing that emotional response then incites and can incite, I should say, so many
More
things.
emotional response.
Well, and your emotional response can get to everyone in a matter of seconds.
Seconds, because of social media
everywhere. Your
The
like,
internet.
your emotional response to something that's powerful to you in whatever way
Right.
is automatically
How many people are seeing
global,
it?
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And now,
Yep.
and one of the examples, and it's the year
And
after
that's what I
Star
mean,
Wars.
like that, it's different than when we were playing with cans and ropes back
Right.
in the day.
You'd
or
get
string.
pissed off and you'd tell like 5 of your friends and it stayed there.
well,
Or
except
even
for,
if it went to
even
20
next
friends.
week it worked, but
Right.
14 other people would find out and it'd be a totally wrong story. But
But I was
Not global.
I was reminded of
Yeah.
and I think it's 78. If it's 78 or 79, the year that Coming Home came out and The Deer Hunter came out. And
you
Jane
haven't seen
Fonda's
it, see it.
Jane Fonda's friend called her, and Jane Fonda's from the Coming. She produced and starred in Coming Home.
Fitness movies.
oh
No, yeah, but not
John
Coming
Boyd.
Home.
different.
But her friend called her, and she was an anti-war activist, and said, "Oh my God, you have to hear how horrible they're portraying the Vietnamese in the movie The Deer Hunter." And Jane Fonda had this big like boycott speech, but she never saw it, not realizing they were making very similar movies. Jane Fonda's movie Coming Home is about a woman whose husband is gone at war. He's an officer in the military. She's bored. Someone suggests she go and work at the veterans home and work with wounded veterans as a way to connect with her husband. And she develops a friendship and a relationship and an understanding with John Voight about the damage that the war has caused him. And he's now in this veterans home, friendless. No one visits him. They make this friendship, and it's all about like and then her husband comes home and she doesn't have the same understanding for him as she does with this guy that she spent time with because he's kind of closed off. But it's a really moving movie about post-war, and then The Deer Hunter is about people that have been through the atrocities of war. They just show you a little bit more. Where Coming Home was about being home, they showed you some stuff that happened in Vietnam and prisoner of war camps, fictionalized or not, and that's what everyone thought because it portrayed them as the Vietnamese as monsters. But the story is about the soldiers being damaged, and they all come back to where they make Rolling Rock. That's
Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
yeah. So that's where they're all from. They're from Pennsylvania, and you have these characters that are dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome before it had a name.
Yeah.
So The Deer Hunter was actually a pro-military, look at the damage we did with this war, but Jane Fonda didn't watch the movie. She just had this reaction and had all these speeches, and then she finally watched it and was like, maybe I should have seen the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they went about it a different way, and maybe they portrayed the enemy in our war as a villain, but that's how we thought of them. They, we kind of went in their country without their asking, but whatever your thoughts in the Vietnam War was, it was a movie to help you understand what Vietnam veterans were going through. So you have two movies coming from two different angles on the same topic, but the left and the right were clashing even in the 70s about something that you're like, isn't this kind of the same thing? Aren't we all, isn't Meryl Streep just Jane Fonda in this movie where, she's trying to love someone who's been away at war? So you're 78 Oscars. So it's all Oscars all the time. And where I thought this year was going to be very boring, I thought our winners were clear cut. I think This American Sniper sends a wrench into the plan, and we're left with some different choices. And all of a sudden, How to Train Your Dragon 2 might win a Best Picture.
Which is so weird.
When the Lego Movie is just the Lego Movie and Nightcrawler are the underrepresented movies at the Oscars. Those are your two to watch. And Whiplash. Just watch it.
And now, and forgive me, have you seen Cake or no?
No, it gets released here in Phoenix. It comes out this Friday. So
Okay,
still
so no
Allison
one
Cake.
has- okay,
Now
okay.
she just did. They timed the movie premiere for the day of the Academy Award nominations.
Okay.
So all she had to answer was questions about. So how does it feel to not be nominated
Not be
for an
nominated,
Oscar? And she
right.
was like, "Well, I've been not nominated for an Oscar every year I've been alive, so
Well,
nothing new."
okay.
So there you go. That's entertainment. So that was shorter than I thought.
And bam, Bob,
Are you looking
Bob's your
forward to
uncle.
seeing it?
Katie June.
So this week, we've got a lot of Super Bowl stuff happening, but what I'm going to talk about is gay. Billy Crystal, not a super
Not
fan.
gay.
Anderson Cooper stands up for us. The new kids on the block are taking an amazing race, and the president shows us some love in the State of the Address. In gay.
Propaganda.
Yeah, it all is. Yeah, we're talking about the gays. So Billy Crystal comes under fire. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have not.
He was one of the first actors to play a gay character on television.
He was on Soap. He played.
Come on.
God damn it.
I was just going to say Billy, but it was
No.
not.
Oh, wait a minute. Bob. No,
No.
Bob was his boyfriend.
No.
We'll
Bob.
have to ask
It was a more female name, wasn't it?
Oh, Bob was the character.
was the
Was the
puppet.
name of the actor who played his boyfriend? Who did Billy Crystal play in Soap?
Jody.
Jody.
I'm like
I
a
had
little bit more
Jamie in
female
my
name.
head,
Forgive
but
me,
Jody.
but yeah.
Okay.
Thank God I'm here and I'm thinking.
It's true, Al.
I
It's really
agree.
true. So it doesn't mean
Propaganda.
so. Although he was one of the first actors to play a gay character on TV, it doesn't mean that he isn't wary of some gay content that ends up on the small screen. The beloved comedian opened up about his feelings regarding the nature of gay scenes on TV while speaking at a panel for the Television Critics Association. Sometimes I think, that's too much for me, Crystal said. Sometimes it's just pushing a little too far for my taste, and I'm not going to reveal to you which ones they are.
How to Get Away with Murder.
As Deadline reports,
Right.
Crystal also spoke about his
Totally
groundbreaking gay character. Oh, Jesus, Jody. I missed that entirely. I was looking at the Soap from 1977 to 1981.
One of the
Funny
funniest shows
Oh
on
my
TV.
What was
God.
that? Mulligan? Richard Mulligan.
Richard Mulligan.
Funny.
Catherine Hellman.
Catherine Hellman. He's so funny.
George Guillaume, who played
no.
Robert Guillaume.
Robert Guillaume.
Played Benson.
See, this was totally before my time. I mean, I really honestly never saw it or even
If
heard
it's on
about
Hulu or anything, it is.
Try.
It
It's
stands up to today as one of the funniest
Oh, good. Okay.
shows ever.
So he says, there were times I would say to Bob, so that Bob is the actor that played his boyfriend, I love you. And the audience would laugh nervously because, it was a long time ago, that I'd feel this anger. So he said he would get really angry when the audience would have kind of that nervousy laugh, uncomfortable reaction. I wanted to stop the tape and go, what's your problem? Because it made you sort of very self-conscious about what we were trying to do then. And now it's just, well, I see it and I just hope these people don't abuse it and shove it in our faces. Well, that sounds terrible to the point of it, but it just feels like an everyday kind of thing. So the article goes kind of on and on. But he's basically just saying he feels over the top to him.
And you could say any kind of sex now on TV has gone almost too far.
Sure. It leaves nothing to the imagination.
No, it leaves nothing to the imagination. And certainly How to Get Away with Murder and Girls premiere episode left nothing to the imagination. And that actor had to have his face in her ass. Like, you can't CGI that shit. He put as an actor, he put his face between someone's butt cheeks.
It's called
And
art.
that's in Girls?
Huh?
It's called
I will
art.
not apologize for
I will
art.
not apologize.
No,
for art.
that's in...
No, art. It was in Girls.
I was going to say, not How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder. It was
The game.
It was
the game-
insinuated,
yeah,
if that's the right
absolutely.
word.
Heavily.
Oh my God! But there was no doubting where his face was going.
there was not.
But as an actor, his scene did not include. Now put your face between her butt
Correct.
cheeks.
Right.
So I can't listen to an argument about one sexuality going too far.
Right.
When on Girls, even though it's cable, I had to watch some guy with his face eating her ass, and it was not a quick cutaway scene. It went on a minute.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? And I was not as turned on as I was by that guy did things to my ass that made my eyes water. And the fact that they said that 3 times on a network television show cannot stress enough how I felt. Wow, gay rights has gone a long way.
30 years
Did
makes a lot of
things
difference.
to my ass
We've
that
come
made
a
my
long
eyes
way,
water?
baby.
3 times he said it.
Oh my
And
god!
then
No,
Al-
first-
the following Tuesday, Al said it at least 27.
First he did it. First he
First he did the things that
First
made
he
his eyes
tossed
water.
the salad, and it was very clear that there was salad being
yeah.
tossed.
Wow.
Do you know what that is?
Caesar.
Yes, I do.
Caesar!
She doesn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to know that?
Oh, well, if
Yes,
you're going
I
to get your
do.
salad tossed, request a dressing. I mean, be smart about it.
Hello.
But then the fact that not only did the guy say it on the
Yes,
phone
I know
about the
what that
sexual
means,
encounter,
asshat.
it was repeated 3 times. And I was Bad Santa when he says the
love
line,
Bad Santa.
"I fucked her in the ass so hard she couldn't shit right for a week," and I spit popcorn and water all over the seat in front of me. And then they managed to get that line of dialogue into the movie 2 more times.
Such
The
a
power
good
of
film.
3.
Talented
Yeah, it's
writing.
very good.
So
Well, and what I so again, I was Palmer was sick today. I was home and I was just watching. I just had shit TV on in the background because she was like sleeping most of the day. That I was watching Days of Our Lives, and I was really surprised that. So they have lots of gay characters on Days of Our Lives, which I sort of like knew. I used to watch it back in the day, so I knew all the stuff.
we all had a Days of Our Lives.
Right.
phase.
General
But-
Hospital.
Yeah.
Totally.
I was-
Yeah.
Two-time intervention.
All my children.
2-time survivor
and
of General
Oh,
Hospital.
I was a Days and a YNR, Young and the Restless. I used to do
All
that.
I was
ABC
addicted-
all the time.
I was
all my
addicted-
children. Ryan's
Wait,
Home,
General Hospital
One
not
Life to
on
Live,
anymore, right?
General
Is
Hospital.
that one
I
done?
don't
Which
believe
one's
so.
done? There's a couple of them are done.
All my
General
children's
Hospital's
done.
still
General
on.
Hospital.
That'll
Is
never
it?
go away. Yeah, General Hospital's still out. All My Children and One Life to Live are gone.
Oh,
And I don't think
my
CBS has any
children.
left.
I don't know.
Oh no,
Guiding-
they have Young and the Restless.
Oh, Guiding Light's gone.
Guiding Light is
Yeah.
gone? Okay.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, 2-time survivor, twice addicted to General Hospital.
I'm just
So
glad
Well
one
played,
with that
sir.
midget's gone.
Oh, from Passions.
Oh, Passions.
We died.
Well, so one of the guys from Passions is now, like the hot guy from Passions is now
It
on
really frightened
Days
me
of
a
Our
lot.
Lives. Anyway, so I'm watching Days of Our Lives and there's this gay storyline. I don't know what it is. I literally just had it on today.
It's a story about gay people.
It's
Yeah.
gay guys. But I was really surprised, and I don't have any idea. I was just trying to look it up just now, and I can't find it. But I don't have any idea if these guys are gay. But it was just really surprising in the middle of the day to watch these guys making out and taking off the shirts and bodies,
But we have
and
to
on
rely
the
on
bed. And
we
I
have
was
always
like,
relied
what
on
the
daytime television to open the
That's
envelope
right.
first.
That's true.
Daytime television got to AIDS awareness first.
Did they
They
really?
got to lesbianism
Rape?
first.
Did they? Wow,
If there's
I
a
didn't know
topic,
Scotty Baldwin and Laura.
that. That's really interesting,
General
you guys.
Hospital.
From Luke and Laura,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I can't think of her last name.
Laura.
Laura.
Of Luke and Laura.
Oh,
Wait, no, they weren't General Hospital. They were
Yeah, they
Days.
were.
I
Yeah.
thought
No,
Luke
that's
and
General
Laura-
Hospital.
General
That's
Hospital.
no, that's
Laura.
Days was Bowen.
Kelly loved
And her
Luke
father's
and
rich.
Laura.
Rick and Leslie are her
Rick and
parents.
Leslie, you're
Are her
right.
parents, and their
were
our rivals are
doctors.
Alan and
Good
Alan
Lord.
Quartermain and Weber. Laura.
Oh my God, the
Leslie
Quartermains.
Weber. Laura Weber.
Days
No,
of,
that was Weber was Scotty Baldwin's real last name, I believe, wasn't it?
No.
Days of Our Lives.
I don't think it's Weber.
Was,
it might have been Weber.
Bo and
Bo and
Hope.
Hope.
Leslie
Isn't it-
Weber.
And I wanted
Rick and
either
Leslie
one of
Weber.
them.
Wait, Bo and Hope.
You may be
That's
right.
all my.
And
That's
that was-
One Life to
that
Live.
was
I don't
my
think it
Days.
No,
was
that's-
Weber.
That was Days.
Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
Days
Bo
of-
is.
Bo
Bo
Brady
and
and
Hope.
Hope.
Bo and Hope,
Bo-
and there was
was
another like
gorgeous.
Laura on there, or a Luke.
Not on Days of Our Lives.
Bo Buchanan was One Life to Live.
Wait, there was another character on Days.
That was Asa's son, but whatever.
There was a blonde girl on Days that was not Bowen Hope.
No, you're talking about
They
she
did stop an
branched.
evil
What's
letter.
that other couple? John and Jennifer. Jennifer and
I don't know.
No, Jennifer was on All My Children.
She's the
she
one-
was with Tad.
Are you thinking about the one who branched off and did the television series called Home or Hope with Wilford Brimley, and she came back?
Jack and Jennifer. Jack and
Jennifer,
on
right.
Days.
I knew
That's
that
who
one.
I was thinking of.
Okay, got that.
Not
I
Luke
love
and
the
Laura.
alliteration in all the couple days.
Not Luke and Laura, but Jack and Jennifer.
And Tim used to stay home from school because of All My Children, the hot couple, Jenny and
Tad. No, not Tad Martin.
Jenny and
Stimulating.
God damn it.
oh, it is if you watch soap operas.
It was.
I'm all
Because he was
about
also
I
with
was all
Liza
about-
Colby.
Greg and Jenny. Greg
Greg
and Jenny.
Greg.
Tim figured out that you could miss 40 days
John
of
and
John and Marlena.
John
That's
and
it,
Marlena
true.
and Days.
And they're still on Days of Our
I
Lives.
know.
And why do
If they-
all
By the way,
soap
did
opera
you know
characters? This is not a
Marlena
joke.
has a real twin sister? And that's when she did the whole double thing? Yeah.
Remember when she was
Totally,
possessed by
we'll
the
dish
devil?
about that.
Remember
yeah.
when she was possessed by the devil? That was serious.
Yeah, totally.
So, but here's what I want to know.
Totally.
Again, watching it now, there was like some really steamy, like gay love. But what I want to know more than anything, these people don't look like they have aged a bit.
No.
And I get it's plastic surgery, but it is good. Like
It's good. It's good. It's good, clean living too, because that work is hard.
Good.
If you talk to anybody who's done soap operas at all, they film pages
Oh my God,
and pages.
Nikki and Victor, so
Why
good.
is Don
YNR.
talking about Jesse? Because that makes me think of Dr. Noah Drake, and that's Jesse's girl. Hello.
Of course,
But
yes,
like
yes,
John and Marlena both,
There's not a lot of time
they
to fuck
look
around on a soap opera.
really, really good. Like both of them,
Because they
And, like,
film pages and pages and pages,
Victor
and that shit's on 5
Kiriakis?
days a week.
Laura Spencer.
Spencer. No, that's her married name, Luke Spencer.
you love
Her name
Jack
Weber
and
was her.
Jennifer.
Quartermain and the
And-
Spencers.
Weber was her maiden name.
Trivia for you, and
Yes.
only her, because she misses a lot because she's young. Victor Kiriakis is played by a man who is the father.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, you got it!
Yeah, I did know that.
But
thought
he
for
died.
sure-
Didn't he die?
No, he's still alive.
He was on
And his own
today, Days of Our
uncle
Lives.
Was
He
Telly
just
Savalas.
Telly Savalas.
Oh, I didn't realize
Telly
that.
Savalas.
Kojak.
Kojak.
Another person who is bald.
But just like you.
Okay, that was good.
We bring it all back together.
We do.
That took a really long time
let's
for that
move
joke
along.
to
Here we
come.
go.
We're going to be here till
Anders.
11:30.
Tell the
Talking soap
affiliates.
operas. Anderson Cooper responds, though, he loves us. So Billy Crystal has a little bit of a problem. But Anderson Cooper minced few words when it came to a right-wing evangelist's scathing op-ed, which slammed the CNN anchor for boasting about his homosexuality. Cooper addressed Larry Tomczak's January 8th Christian Post op-ed titled, "Are you aware of the avalanche of gay programming assaulting your home?" Full title. It was on January 19th, this ridiculous segment, saying he didn't know what a gay lifestyle is. Cooper said that he watched I Love Lucy, which is one of the most wholesome television shows that Tomczak suggested parents let their children watch in lieu of Modern Family, Glee, and other programs that promote a gay agenda. Those were the good old days.
Tolerating people and treating them like human beings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an agenda.
So weird.
Those were the good old days when gay people could be arrested for going to a bar or
The
fired
good
from
old
their
days.
jobs, which actually they still can be in many states, and live life largely in the shadows, Cooper observed. Good times. Cooper then made a tongue-in-cheek suggestion to Tomczak advising that he watch the controversial TLC special, My Husband's Not Gay.
And watch where
Which is
living in the
supposed
closet
to be
gets
really
you.
good.
Yeah.
No.
The point is, gay
Just
people
saying.
are more visible today, Cooper noted. I'm not sure turning back the clock or the TV dial is the solution. In his op-ed, Tomczak, whose opposition to LGBT community is well established, blasted Cooper for boasting openly on TV that he'd rather have sex with a man. Cooper's remarks follow those of Ellen DeGeneres, who uncharacteristically responded to Tomczak's claims in an installment of her own talk show last week.
Hers was good too.
I enjoyed hers.
It was
Yeah.
very good. The only way I'm trying to influence people is to be more kind and compassionate with one another, DeGeneres had said. So basically, this guy's like, look, watch the 50s shows. Those are where it's at. And
Yeah, because the gay guy's either homicidal or he's Bewitched's uncle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Totally, it's
Got your
completely
Paul
silly.
Lynde.
Because if you ask that fucktard what he thought about Paul Lynde on the Hollywood Squares,
He loved him. He's
he'd
funny
have
as
been like,
hell.
"Oh my God, he was so funny." Or Charles Nelson Riley, he'd be like,
Yep.
"Oh, Match Game, it was so wholesome."
Yeah.
They're smoking, they're drinking, and the biggest queen in the world and his lesbian dyke girlfriend
Are on the top
sitting
row.
next to each other, and they're the best part of the fucking show.
Right.
And they're
Who
why
cares what
everybody
Fanny
tunes
Flagg
in.
has to say?
Naturally.
Cut back to Charles Nelson
You
Riley.
can also
and-
ask him if
you.
he likes
Fanny
Roger
Flagg.
from American Dad. That's another one.
Yeah, right.
Roger's
I'll
Paul.
ask him.
Roger's Paul Lynde.
He sounds like a good guy.
Oh, that's
so
it.
this is exciting for me
That's
because
Sure
listen,
does.
I was a big,
It's
big.
it was propaganda.
I was a really big New Kids on the Block
I'm drinking
fan.
without the rules.
In KOTB.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
Well, remember you went to the concert.
All of them that have happened here.
There's a new
another-
one coming.
I know. And
Another
I'm
wait, time
probably not
out.
gonna go.
What's happening?
mean-
There's another New Kids concert coming.
Due to all of your
Tell
advanced
me-
stages.
Tell me when.
Thank you.
Because I'll have to take the little woman.
Yeah, and I actually don't know when it is. It's upcoming, so check it
Is that a
out.
metaphor for something?
No, she's gone to bed by now.
She won't hear this.
Yeah.
But it will come out. And
but
this,
again, the best thing about these concerts is that they
I'll
are
have to look that up.
filling stadiums
Yeah.
full of screaming
Middle-aged
women.
people.
As long as
35-year-old
98
women, yeah.
98 degrees doesn't come with them, because I don't even
No,
get
this
that.
time it is Nelly and TLC,
Well,
which
that-
is the shit.
Just minus and waterfalls.
Wait,
minus-
no Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Minus Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Minus Lisa.
Still
Sad
dead.
face.
That third spotlight, you can turn it off.
Oh.
It's just going to be
Don't go
TC.
Yeah,
taste in
just
the water,
TC.
fall without her.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Falls down the
so
mountainside.
Jonathan
And what's a
Knight.
Nelly?
Jonathan Knight was my least
It's
favorite.
getting hot in here. Take off all
Yeah.
your clothes.
It's
Oh,
good.
thank you. Okay.
Jonathan Knight was my least favorite of all of the new kids. Jordan
Gasp.
Knight was my natch
I'm with
fave.
you. I'm with you on
My
that.
natch.
He was the hottest, and he still is. But
Yeah, he's good looking.
Jonathan
Kinda
Knight
douchebag.
is his brother, and he came out as gay, which was exciting.
As good.
How did that happen?
Oh, long
Years
time ago.
ago.
Totally.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
There's always one gay in the boy band.
I may have
Also
still lived in the
because-
radio at the time.
But
Give me
The ham radio.
Jonathan Knight. But here's the thing: is like he's not as good looking or as outgoing as Lance Bass, for example. So he didn't. So Lance Bass from NSYNC got all the like cred for being like the
Also, he's better looking than Lance
boy
Bass.
band. Jonathan Knight.
Oh, Lance is a good kid.
Lance.
No.
Jonathan's not a good looking kid.
Jonathan
Lance
Knight.
Bass just was co-hosting on Entertainment
Lance
Tonight the
Bass-
other
No,
night.
not a
Super
good looking
good-looking.
kid.
No,
Kind of
Lance-
Down syndrome. I
Oh
mean, come
God.
on.
No.
His nose.
Anyway, Jordan Knight.
This
not
one's making
cute.
fun of the specially needed.
So listen.
Especially needed.
They are taking their step by step
Oh, that was a cute voice.
around the world. So his boyfriend, Harley Rodriguez, who's
saw
very
Harley.
cute.
All right,
He's
I gotta
very
because
cute.
Jonathan Knight is not cute.
No, they're joining the cast of The Amazing
look it
Race
up.
for season 26. So this will be the very first cast ever where all couples are dating. And 5 of the teams in The Amazing Race this year are actually on blind dates. Like their blind date is The Amazing Race.
The Tiffany Network
That
is
sounds
going to
really
have
fun.
a
I
gay
actually
couple.
feel like the blind daters are probably going to get along the best because they don't
Probably.
have any weird baggage. They're just
Yeah.
going to go and
He's
have
not
fun.
attractive.
Kate
not gonna
Carlson,
fight.
you have the floor.
Can't
26 seasons of The Amazing
Because they do
Race?
2 a
Yeah.
year.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They're using the term seasons very loosely now.
loosely.
I was in a virtual panic just then.
But
It
make
felt like
sure,
a literal panic, Molly.
but make sure you watch. It's gonna be really good,
It's gonna be good.
and that's what's happening in Gay.
That's insane.
Oh, Christ on it.
All right, do you have the Supreme Court while we're shitting on it?
I wasn't gonna shit on the Supreme
I know,
Court.
and
I was gonna
didn't
shit
go
on
over State of the
Kentucky.
Union. It's too much.
All right. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna shit on Kentucky if
Does
that's
she get
okay.
music for shit on
Of course
this?
she does.
In the final segment of the evening where everyone's drunk and we don't know what the fuck we're talking about, we're gonna shit on the Kentucky bill targeting transgendered students.
Oh, that's shitty.
Yeah, that is shitty.
That's really shitty.
Natch.
It's super shitty, and I snagged this one as someone who gets harassed in public bathrooms a fair amount.
You mentioned
Young man, you're in the wrong room.
You mentioned that?
Sir, do you know where you are?
Come on,
I
stop
can't
it.
read. Like
Can't
That
you?
happens.
Don't you just want to whip out your
that
boobs?
legitimately happens. Oh
Literally,
yeah,
sir.
Oh, the sir happens to me all the time. Are you kidding me?
Have you ever just wanted to whip out the jugs and be like, look?
You know,
I would.
You
I think
have
it'd be
not
funny.
flashed.
I just
would
want you to do
flash.
songs from Yentl. Papa, can you
Hear
hear me?
me?
I get less polite about it as time
yeah.
goes on.
Yeah, fuck
I was like,
you.
I've known you for a long
Yeah.
time, and like, I'm pretty sure I've never thought you were a sir.
Right.
I also met you in the lesbian bar, so that could have been a
All right.
That might have been a
May I,
sign.
may I start the shitting on really quick?
Please do, please. shit all over this.
I may or may not have been listening to one of our episodes called My Sticky Pony. a seminal episode, if you will.
Propaganda.
And I'm done.
There was a good solid 2 minutes of talking that I didn't know whose voice it was.
Because?
It was me.
Was it extremely high pitched?
Yes. Okay. I was like, wait, what girl subbed that week? And then I realized that I recognized the story. So I was like,
Oh, that's me.
oh, that's me. That's a story being told by a nice young woman about me. So I harassed my own self in my own bathroom.
Nicely done. You know what? There's a big difference between mistaken gender and like targeting people in general. So local politics matter. They matter. They matter. They matter. They matter. They matter. They matter.
Than
Vote
any other
local.
thing.
Because the Kentucky's state senate, their Republican state senator, C.B. Embry, has sponsored a bill. I'm on the wrong article.
Don't shit on your own segment. That's
Shitting on my own segment. Sponsored a bill that would ban transgender students from using the school restrooms that don't correspond to their anatomical gender.
Oh, God.
No, it gets better. The Kentucky Student Privacy Act proposed by Senator Embry would also allow students to sue the school for $2,500 when they encounter a person of the opposite biological sex in a bathroom or locker room if staff have allowed it or failed to prohibit it. Which, parenthetically, means that Kentucky students can essentially win $2,500 if they catch a member of the excluded biological
It's like
sex.
a bounty
Dog
hunt.
the bounty hunter.
That's
Right.
Not
really
not dog, but I mean the
despicable.
bounty hunter kind of stuff.
But that's bounty hunter stuff.
bounty hunter.
That's why you fly over Kentucky.
Right. The esteemed
I lived
Senator
there once.
Embry says that he wrote the bill at the request of the Family Foundation of Kentucky.
Of course you did.
And you know, if it has family in it, they're Nazi
Right.
propaganda.
And in direct response to a Louisville high school's decision to allow transgender students to use female facilities, the decision has been upheld by an oversight board. The bill would require the best available accommodation for the individual transgender student whose parents or legal guardians request it in writing, including use of single-person faculty facilities. So he's really just written legislation, local legislation, that the wonderful people that live in Kentucky, I'm sure there are wonderful people there.
There
There
are.
have to be.
I
There
have
are.
friends. I have friends.
Yeah,
So do I.
that have no idea what's
And
happening.
it's a beautiful, like it's a beautiful state.
Absolutely. And
That's
You know, the
but
best part of
the
the
people
story
are
is going to
fucking
be
stupid.
when this all gets done and wrapped up and it's good, and then all these people who are on this committee or whatever the fuck you were talking about with that, you know, and somebody's going to pop up all of a sudden. They got a cousin who's or a son or daughter.
Well, no, I mean, it's been handled by a high school. It's been, you know, we're gonna be inclusive and allow the student, and the school board said, "Yep, we're totally on board." And so then the Family Foundation of fuckers who don't like people,
Right, which
That
is what they should be called.
parenthetically.
parenthetically,
Fuckers who don't like people. I like that.
you know, the honorable and esteemed Embry says that he believes it's important to keep transgender students from making members of the opposite biological sex uncomfortable.
Yeah, because that's how the bullying
Yeah.
works.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yes, that's how that works. The thing that I can't figure out why we haven't like risen to as a nation, and now that I live downtown and all the restaurants downtown have done it, both.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All the bathrooms
Unisex
downtown,
bathrooms.
Yep.
both.
Right.
Lock the door behind you. Go in the stall. Lock the door behind you. Yes, men make a little bit more. I don't know. Men make a little
I
bit more
have
noises
never
in the
found out
bathroom.
in.
But
think
I
women
think
are
when-
pigs.
yeah,
Women
but I
are
have
pigs.
learned from watching The View and them talking about the restroom that they all
Yeah.
shared on The View that supermodels are pigs.
I'm telling
Sure.
you, women are pigs.
And if you want to be honest, in a high school, like where does a lot of drama and bullshit happen? In a bathroom.
Yeah.
You're right.
So take out the 3 stalls. There's only
You're right.
3 of them in there anyway.
right.
Take them out and do individual bathrooms.
I agree.
Yeah. And this whole thing, and have you ever been in, like, there was, I can't remember if it was, I think it was my junior high, because my junior high was built in, like, the 20s or something, where it was just toilets. Are we in prison?
Right.
Why am-
Like no stalls.
Like, if you had to go to the
that's not
bathroom, you
okay.
had to, like, sit in the middle of the room and shit in front of other 12-year-olds.
I have a recurring nightmare about that.
Ask
Believe it or
about-
not. I do.
Why?
Yeah.
Who shits at school?
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, no, but if you have to.
But I don't have-
I need a stall.
I honestly don't have
yeah,
the,
but I just didn't.
I don't
would
have the
hold it.
shyness.
I don't have that
ha-
particular
Oh
phobia.
when,
my
when
God. I
mama's
don't
gotta
have that
go,
phobia.
mama's gotta go.
guys,
I'm not holding that shit in.
When I was in
Literally.
college, I couldn't go like down the hall in the dorm bathrooms. I'd go, well, I'm going to go to. I would literally think in my head, I'm going home next
Yeah.
week to do laundry. to Arizona, to Phoenix from Flagstaff. I'll just hold it.
Oh.
It got very unhealthy.
That's where my
very
joke about
unhealthy.
packing the musket comes in.
I heard that's how you
unhealthy.
can lose your hair.
Yeah.
Oh my
It causes male pattern baldness. First off,
not a
both,
thing.
and then second of all, I don't know, and I don't know if that has something to do with what the problem is with that. But I know someone who I found out held it for 2 days because he couldn't poop in public.
Mm-hmm, sure.
If we're sharing a hotel room when we all travel together, I will show you where the lobby bathroom is.
Totally.
And if you have to go number 2, you're not doing it in our hotel room. Neither will I. We'll go to the lobby bathroom
Deal.
and do your business.
Sure.
Number 1's only, or I'll bring matches for an emergency or purse spray. We got this covered.
Right. Like,
Totally.
We have the embarrassing parts of pooping covered, but we all know we all poop.
Yeah.
there's books about it.
There's yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
People that
Right.
hold it or make it weird. You gotta go.
Right.
Find somewhere discreet.
But I always felt
Figure
like that
it
was a
out.
prison camp, and when you were in elementary and all, again, it's one room and it's like almost a hole in the floor, and everybody has to do it. No.
No.
See, luckily
Why?
girls
A little
always
private-
get privacy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't.
Girls
I don't
But
agree
the
always
with
get
that.
boys,
privacy.
and it must have been our junior high.
It's horrible. It's
I'll bet.
prison.
Because
Like,
junior high is when they start making
12
you like, yeah.
Toilets in a row. Are we in prison?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
No, I just have to reiterate it because
Oh,
I'm
no.
still the trauma is
Let's
still
just say
there.
the line 3 times to be a.
But I would find
A
a
show.
teacher friend, and I would make friends with a teacher to be like, "Can I please?"
Oh, I did the same thing. I used to do
let
the
me tell you,
teachers'
I would-
lounge and
AV.
Sure.
yeah,
Doesn't
AV,
matter.
exactly, totally did.
I don't care what we got. I'll pretend I like
I'll
the
do
yearbook.
anything. Yeah. Anything.
Yeah. So we're hopeful that does not
that's
pass the Kentucky State
Bye,
Senate.
Harrison.
Isn't it terrifying that that's what people
That's what
come
they're
up with
concerned
that?
about. That's what they're
Right.
concerned
Right.
about.
That's
This is
so
what our
many
local
things.
politicians
are
are
passing
doing.
laws about.
And I really should be paying attention a little bit more to Arizona's local politicians. But this is what our local politicians nationwide are focusing on:
Right.
is where some poor
High school
child,
kids.
some poor high school or junior high school child, where they poop after lunch.
Yeah. Because they might shit on their kid or something. I mean, what?
No, because
but the
because they
problem-
might make other
know.
kids feel uncomfortable. Because
get it.
this little kid who was born Johnny, who's now
Yeah.
Julia and beautiful but still awkward and a teenager, is
I
making
think
these other girls uncomfortable.
And in my
Totally.
book, anyone who shits after lunch is making me uncomfortable. So my
don't care what
legislation is
or
going
who
to
you
be
are.
no pooping at school. Period.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, but that brings up a whole other issue.
She's giving me all kinds
And
of
we have a
I'm
rule
gonna
at
run
work.
for
We have
office on that platform.
We have a rule at work.
No
There's an
poop at
employee
school.
bathroom in between the pods. And like as part of your orientation, when you come up to our floor, we're like, and you do not do number 2 in that room. You go out to the
night,
visitor
Harrison.
bathroom.
Yeah.
But you know,
thinking.
I have Black Burrito Friday, so I gotta poop. Like there's no getting around it. I'm eating 2 full burritos of black beans. That ain't going nowhere
Right.
else, kids.
And a latte.
And-
Thank you
and
very
the
much.
interesting-
like a month,
Yeah, and
like
a
6
quad
weeks ago on this
espresso.
very show, somebody said, "Corn in."
Yeah. True
I
story.
said that.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Was
keep
it
in
you?
mind,
Shut up.
when you have, when you said you should be paying more attention to local politics,
Yes.
people from here are hearing those stories.
Poopery.
And
I
going,
fed
we should do that
Oh,
same
that's a
thing.
good idea. Sure.
It's a good
Now this is
idea.
the crosstalk that's bad. When you
That's
two are having
the hard
conversations.
part.
But no, you need to say that again without the crosstalk. 'Cause that was very important.
But I mean, the idea of paying attention to your local politics, the moronic I rephrase, some local politicians might
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to that and say, "Oh, that's a great idea. We should take that up here."
You're right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
especially
Well, they did try that here.
Especially no, they did, but to hear that and say we should do that again. Look, now Kentucky.
Oh, we get on the
Well, no,
bandwagon.
well,
right,
but
we started that.
in
We
our
should
law,
do this again.
Our law about the
Crazy.
strongly held religious beliefs, didn't it pass in Alabama?
Yeah.
Like
I
it
don't
failed
know.
here, but then you go to a state where they don't have the public shaming, where you
I didn't know
can't
that.
cow someone out of it. They passed it. They don't have the Super Bowl. The NFL didn't jump in and say
sure.
something because what the hell's coming to Alabama?
Ain't nothing.
A hurricane?
Rednecks.
I love you, Alabama.
Auburn.
I think we lost you. Let's just continue on, Miss Carlson.
That would be all that I have
But you would hope
for this evening.
But you
it's
would hope
brilliant.
that someone in Alabama that has nowhere else would. That's who I would hope was listening to us.
That's
is
right.
Yes.
Someone sitting in Alabama
Yes.
that's like, I have
Hey,
nowhere else to go,
Alabama.
but there's some gay fuckers on the.
But yeah, I found some really funny,
Interwebs.
some
There's
mildly
a bunch
amusing.
of interesting
I was gonna
people
say
and
really
one person
funny.
obsessed with the
People that
Oscars.
think they're amusing.
Yeah. Four
Folks.
funny people and one
Right.
person just goes on and on about the Academy Awards.
Let's ban them.
One bitch with a lot of dogs. One bitch who thinks she's famous for I don't know why.
One person
She's
introduced in a lecture series during the question period. I wasn't on the dais. That's the best part. I was asking
You
a
were in the
question and
audience just-
someone introduced me and I'm like, are you high?
Clary. That's fantastic.
Well, I am pleasantly
I
surprised
love
to have
that they
not
did
quite
that.
shit on that as much as
It was
I
delightful.
anticipated.
And the U.S.
Right.
Supreme Court is going to decide gay marriage once and for all.
yeah.
Yes, they are sometime
Because
in,
of
in the summer, yes?
They usually come down in June, but my action doll, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, turns out
I'd love that. I love
she spurred the whole thing because she said the thing in the interview that they would they needed the Sixth Circuit, Fifth or Sixth,
Sixth.
the Sixth Circuit,
She's just gonna.
Fifth is still deciding.
right? But no, is it? It's
No,
Fifth
that-
is
that's
Texas and everything,
Michigan.
and they're still
Okay.
going.
Is Fifth Michigan?
no, it's Ohio,
Ohio,
Kentucky,
No, that's Sixth is going to the Supreme Court. That's the
right?
Ohio,
But she's
Kentucky,
the one
Michigan.
that said that if they all vote, we won't see it. We're going to want them to do it, and then that judge heard her speech and said, "Well, this isn't for us to decide. We need to
Okay.
bump it up higher because
Right.
they didn't want it." Even though they agreed with everyone else's ruling,
Right.
they wanted the Supreme Court to hear it. They wanted it off their shoulders.
Okay.
Chicken shit.
But no, but everybody's about legacy now. Like
I want to be the one that says yes.
So I googled Notorious RBG, and the most
you seen the
recent
tattoo?
The most recent news is that
Love
she
them.
fell asleep during the State of the Union.
By the way, that was she may
it's
have
too
done that
bad.
again, but she always does that.
It's too
Like,
bad.
I
It's
have
like,
a
it's not
picture of
very
that?
stirring. Oh, we are missing the State of the Union. All right.
was
No, it's already
tonight.
done.
It was today.
yeah.
It was today, I
Lots
know.
of lovely things
No,
were
I'm
said.
saying we
according
missed
to
it because
Facebook.
Good
last
things.
year Harrison was our State of the Union
Oh
correspondent.
yeah, I was
remember?
gonna give
Right.
updates,
Yeah.
but we ran out of time.
Oh, we
Gotcha.
have so much to talk about.
Okay, so that's it for shitting on your
that's all I
segment?
got. We shit on that, and it was nice.
There we go. So let's move on.
Yeah.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we, in the studio, try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel and have them try to answer it while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when an important question comes up 90 minutes after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? You're fucked up. What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? You've been warned. Good luck.
Well, we're not going to go really so much thoughtful as we are just vulgar.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Marnie's favorite.
We will be
Vulgar.
offering. Do we need? Should we? Let's dim the lights
Oh.
to make Marnie more comfortable.
I
Work
can't.
that out.
Well, I can't do that because some of this equipment is all connected to power. So
Oh, all right.
Uh.
Pretend the lights are dim. Close your eyes. Because
your
Marnie,
eyes
this one's going to
halfway.
kill you.
Oh God. Uh-oh.
Speaking of fucking someone's foot,
Oh.
Yes.
Oh God. Am I gonna get embarrassed?
you are.
Oh.
I want to hear a
no,
fetish.
oh no, we're not.
And she pits on lip gloss.
I'm like this. So it becomes very awkward at that
Whatever
point.
it is, it
doesn't
needs some shiny lips.
Use your imagination.
No, tell me the truth. I don't want your imagination, unless you've never done it.
Oh.
I don't know if I have.
I think.
like a
I
fetish.
think you probably have a lot of them from everything you've said. But
That was a nice way to call bullshit that I was going for. She went.
you have like a drawer full of fetish. But I'm.
You got the light version of Natch.
I have a drawer full of toys, so if that.
I'm just saying, for me, that might be that. I don't know. You should move on to Kat, because I honestly.
No, you're on the spot here.
because we'll sit here for a very long time, and it'll be awkward and radio silence, and then we can come back to me. I promise.
Oh.
I promise. Go ahead. I have to hear what other fetishes are. Go ahead.
Reverse cowboy's not a fetish.
Nope, I
an
wasn't going to
option.
say that.
It's an option.
Yeah.
But that's kind of is it
a viable
fetish?
option.
Is it a
It
fetish
comes
or
with
an
leather
option?
seats,
It's kind
yeah.
of what's in my brain right now. So
It's part of the whole package when you get the sunroof.
I have to learn from KJ if it's a fetish or an option. I'm learning. I'm
All right.
learning.
I'll let you cop out. It's fine.
Thank you.
I
Come back to me. It's fine.
don't know that I will share a fetish, but I will say. No, stand by, stand
I
by,
appreciate that.
stand by.
Pussy.
Stand
Not a
by.
fetish.
Calm the fuck down.
Clearly an option.
Calm the fuck down.
See, this is me learning. That's what
I've heard, yeah.
I will say that I enjoy the power struggle portion of any sexual encounter or relationship. I really, because there is a power struggle there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's top or bottom. It's my way or your way. It's my place or your place. It's It's whatever it is, and so I
Ooh,
really
I win the my place, your place war almost
God,
every
I
time.
win this
Yeah.
all the time. So these aren't fetishes.
Yeah, I fight that battle to the death.
to the death.
I
Do
ain't
you?
going to your house.
But no, there's a lot of like really subtle power struggles that can happen in a sexual
Yeah, that's
relationship.
true.
And so I really enjoy that power struggle and winning it as often as I can. But I also enjoy losing it, and the
I enjoyed losing it too.
Enjoy losing.
It was a good day
the
for
tube.
full day of eating for both.
Propaganda.
win.
Into the woods propaganda.
Win. Yeah.
God damn.
And so
Can you see the forest through the tree?
yeah, to put on top of that like some perhaps pretend role playing is very fun and very enjoyable. So
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a king. All right, I like that. That's a good answer. I'll accept your non-answer.
do you come here often?
Yeah, because oh, exactly. I did need my pool serviced.
Right.
I like how we're put on lip gloss for this. I'm a little worried about you two.
I got nothing.
Everybody's getting moist.
I like answering first.
I've never been a role player. Like, it's never, I have done some, like,
Do you come here often?
every Tuesday. See, I'm not good at this.
Just roll over,
every
Katie.
Tuesday.
Tuesdays. Come on in.
Just go down on me. Like we know it's coming.
I don't got
But
that.
I think your porn thing would qualify.
Well, so I was gonna say I have taken some. I've done a little bit of like dress up, which is fun, like some fun outfits. But I don't know
Paid-
that that's
like
really
which
like
ones?
a
You got
fetish.
paid for it, or was it just free?
no, but like what?
Free.
Okay.
So what was the outfit?
Amateur night. One time, Kelly was not in the picture.
Oh,
This is a long time
now
ago.
was the dress up for you or for the other person?
For the other person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you like them to be dressed up as? Like
That's not a turn on to me. Like
Okay.
it really would not be a turn on to me. Like it was a turn on for me to dress up in something that they liked, but not. That's not. I'm not into that necessarily. But what I am into is, you know what I've always had, and I really have always appreciated. I've been into voyeurism.
oh, so definitely a fetish.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
Okay.
I had a bell.
And not even necessarily of like. I have had sex in some public places before, but nothing
Like you do.
Are all restraining orders off the table at this point?
nothing outlandish. But even
right.
at home, I like
Outdoor sex is just freeing. You got
Yeah.
to do it eventually.
It is.
Marnie.
Except for one time when I definitely knew we were like
Been done.
caught. Like not even like, oh, someone may have seen us, like
not discussed.
like caught.
Like people
And
are
then we were
legitimately watching us
holy
and
You're on
shit.
someone's home
recording
movies
us.
of their trip to Victoria.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it like ceased.
Oh, we had such a good. Oh,
It was like out in the woods. It
Yeah.
was in
Look
college.
at this
It was
beautiful
at our
redwood and those two
pot
dykes.
smoking spot. And I was like, this isn't cool anymore. Like we got it. There's like a family camping over there. Like we got to get the fuck out of here. It was not cool.
In this next slide, you'll see. Oh my! Oh,
But not even like crazy voyeurism. But I do. I like mirrors in that capacity, like
Yeah.
our own kind
fun.
of like
I like
my
that you're
own
playing along. Yeah.
voyeurism. You know,
Watching it all go down.
with mirrors.
Pun
kind of
intended.
into. Yeah. But that's kind of it.
That's a
Like,
fetish. That's a fetish.
yeah, that's something that I like. We had a really big, totally cumbersome mirror, like that wasn't appropriate to be like on the wall. So it was. I don't even know where
Is
the
that
fuck
where
it
you
came
took
from.
camping with
It
you?
was
And that
no,
makes it awkward.
It was under the bed, so I'd be like, "Oh my god!" So it would be like, we'd be like, in the moment, I'd be like, hold on, just 1 second," and I'd be like, "Fuck, I gotta get this shit out," and it like you couldn't pull it up this way, so I'd have to push it under the bed that way and come out the other side and pull it up and like position it, and Kelly would be like, "Really?" And then it's like a little bit hard to go
Oh my
back.
god,
good.
that would have
Sure.
been difficult. And
Sometimes
also 'cause I
the
didn't
more
have any
involved
mirrors.
ones-
I'm like,
would
now
love
go.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch what's happening.
Smack my ass. Smack my ass.
Watch
No,
what
I'm
happens
just
live.
Live with Katie and Kelly.
But that's not like a crazy. I don't know why in my
It
head
doesn't
I
have
think
to be
fetish
crazy,
fetish
no.
is like
Crazy.
whips and chains and like
I mean, I don't want you to fuck a foot, but you know what I mean?
right.
Or do.
ankle.
I feel like if it felt
that's,
good.
That's why I didn't want to bring up my fetish, because that's awkward.
Oh, shut up.
Or you a limb fucker?
Could be. She did bring the story up.
Appendage
That was her
fucker?
way of
I was trying to come out.
telling
Is a
everyone.
toe job
yeah,
a thing
right.
in your life? Is it
Clayton
Marnie?
McKee.
Is it Marnie's turn yet?
She can go now.
Go, yeah.
Nope, it's your turn.
All right.
I would be, I think, classified similar to what you in regards, not with mirrors and shit. And I don't want to interrupt and
Hang on, don't
wait a
be
minute.
judging people.
Can you hold that pose?
Yes, I wanted to turn down the lights to make it a safe zone. So everyone
This is
can
a
feel-
judgment-free-
It's a judgment-free
It is not
zone.
a judgment-free zone, but speak away, everyone.
I wasn't judging.
Yes, that was hysterical,
I
Drew.
believe that there's some
God, that was
voyeurism
funny.
in there as well. Certainly.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, depending on who it is. I mean,
I think just enjoying porn makes voyeurism.
I guess that falls under the voyeurism.
Part of your game,
Especially the ones that are like from a voyeur point of view, like through the window.
Is that weird?
No, it's not.
It's kind of hot. But it's weird that they've changed positions to get the money shot to go through the window.
Well, I mean, they got to sell it somehow.
it's not one seamless shot.
They're watching you.
They're not doing Birdman.
And I do have issues with continuity flow with those.
Yeah.
That drives me insane. Just
All
like
right,
in a
but-
regular
I don't
movie.
watch long enough for
No
continuity.
OCD. This is fetishes.
No, I know. No, I just was bringing up the same thing about look at
The
the
production value here is
Right.
just
It's
horseshit up to par.
yes.
I'm like, what is this storyline? Skip to the good parts.
top notch, top notch,
good,
top notch.
done.
Yeah, there's
I
that.
hate storyline.
No.
Also, don't give. I don't want
Yeah.
the plumber to show up.
I'd rather just
I don't really care for that
just
either.
like get to the fucking.
That's why God made a fast forward button, people.
the
Scenes.
internet.
Kiss, money shot. Kiss, money shot. I got your 30-minute
Oh
movie
my
down
god,
to
I have
2.5
to write that
minutes.
down.
And bedtime.
And I was done in 2 minutes. So
That's the name of my new
30
punk
seconds.
band. Kiss Money Shot.
I would go see. I'd
Slater
go see
Kinney.
that.
Slater Kinney.
I like
Back
that.
together. That's a whole
I like
other
that.
thing.
I don't think that there is a fetish.
Oh,
than-
that's not true.
other-
Mexican boys, can that be a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a fetish?
It's an option.
That's an option.
I just can't believe you can make it to your age without something that.
Well,
He said.
Then you better have a lot to spill here in a minute, bitch. At your
Still willing
age.
to fuck feet. I'm gonna come off pale in comparison.
I didn't say I was ready to
good
fuck
point.
feet.
But there's not. I mean, there's not like some erogenous something or other that you prefer.
like
or,
licking elbows or something. Not mine. Just saying. I saw another article.
There's
got to
be some
Swear
people,
to Jesus.
armpits,
People
like,
do.
it's a thing.
Knee, like behind
Perfect
somebody's
example.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Armpits. Like some people are really into
licking behind
armpits.
the knee. I've seen all these.
I'm a licker. I know that. I'm a licker.
Okay,
all
well,
right,
licking,
that's fine.
Good.
That's good. Imagine the body part that goes along with it. I
Maybe
think we're
that's
a
okay.
lot. There's a lot.
All right, so
It's not an armpit.
Head to
obviously
toe.
we're gonna deal with euphemisms here.
Head to toe. Yeah.
Good question,
Okay.
sir.
With
or
a long
ma'am.
pause in the middle.
Right in the
As seen on
middle.
Girls season premiere.
All right, so I would just say, if I understand the question,
Oh my God.
Was
so
what is
clearly
your
our
fetish?
sexuality is something we all need to open up about. Like there's a
oh,
lot.
I don't. I
Well, I
don't
know you
ever.
have problems.
You, I
I just
never.
wasn't expecting the rest of the panel.
God, never. But the control part would be a big deal for me, and I don't know if that's a fetish kind of thing.
That you want it or
But
you don't
describe
want
the
it.
control.
I-
Like
stole my
Janet
want
Jackson,
it.
I'm gonna need details.
Oh no, like I'm gonna tie you up, kind of.
Oh,
over.
there you
Oh
go.
my God, I did that once.
I did not expect that out of Marty Ryer.
Thanks, Ruthie.
Well done, Ruthie.
I thought we were heading for another fucking pig roast at Wings.
It was a chili cook-off.
All right, tomato,
Same
tomato.
song.
I'm
We're
just
dealing
saying,
in
like,
euphemisms.
Maybe.
No, that's a good one. That's fun.
Mr. Perkins.
Yeah,
That is
can
really
be fun.
fun.
It really can be. In the chair in the living room of a stranger's house or like a shared space.
What?
Wait a minute.
A shared
What?
Yes, she took the Marnie 1 comment pretty
Oh my God,
seriously.
that was fantastic. You just broke
Shared
into
space. Not stranger, shared space. 6 or 7 roommates.
Shared
That's all. Yeah, shared space.
broke into the neighbor's house.
Stranger. Wow.
Did you live in one of those suite dorms where everybody had like a living room and a
I
kitchen
gotta
they
tell
had to
you,
share?
I thought
yeah.
that
Then
was.
there were like 14 bedrooms
I
and
was
4
trying to be
girls per
so
bedroom.
brave and lazy, and then
Nice.
she's all like breaking into neighbors' homes and.
Shared
Get
space.
Get her done.
Yeah.
Get her done.
Did we get
Good for
freaking
you.
a twin
It's
bed?
like a-
I have a really, really serious skin fetish. And not Silence of the Lambsy, but
Yeah, because it could have been
I-
the lotion
It
in the
puts the
bucket.
lotion on
I
its skin.
love just people's skin and like just touching it everywhere and like I get my nails grow like faster than dead people's. Like I very often my nails are way too long
That's a thing.
for anything human, and I love
He's
to
human
like
biotin.
just gently like tickle people's skin, and I love. And it's not, and it's okay if it's done to me. It's nice. It's fun, but I just love I love everything about skin. Like I just love like the way it looks, the way it glows, when it's sweaty, when it's dry. Like I just want to see you naked, and I want to see like all
All
your
of your
skin,
body.
and I don't want to see your underarms because that's gross. But everywhere else, like smooth asses, hairy asses, like thighs, and
I thought he said he does want to see that, and I'm like, what?
no. But sometimes
gross.
you'll see somebody in shorts, and they just have really, really like nice skin with like the appropriate amount of like leg hair, and I'm like so turned on. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
my God.
your jam.
Yeah, I am so turned on by like, and
I
it,
love
like,
the,
and it's
the
different
skin
kinds.
tickles, but that's not sexual to me at all. I just like,
Oh
feels
no, I
good.
just fucking love that.
Yeah.
But it leads really quickly to the sex because you start
It
tickling
depends
the
on
right
who's
place.
the tickling.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's my mom, we're out.
tickler,
And then
it
all of a sudden, it
depends.
doesn't really tickle anymore.
No, it's not about that. But I mean, like that whole like oh yeah, no, forget it. That can
Yeah,
make
and
me feel better.
it
in
really
about 10
it
seconds.
really becomes fetishist in the way I just want to look, and like sometimes I'll change the lighting to look at skin like a different way, and it's to me it's just such a it's just so sexy.
Okay.
And scars, like when people have like fun
I kind of do enjoy
scars
the
across
scars.
skin.
I wanna know
like
the
that.
stories,
Yeah, I
and
want to know the
yeah.
story. Like I just love like I love the tactile part of it. I love touching people. Like,
Yeah,
There's
okay.
just there's something to that. And I had I was in school at one point with an older woman in the beginning of nursing school, and she had been divorced many years before, and we were talking, and she just finally confessed that she was very lonely, and it struck me, and it stayed with me for years. She said, "No one has touched me in years," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She's like, "Not a hug or anything." So I gave her a hug, and she's like, "That's not what I mean by touching." And I was like, I gotcha, but it was one of those things where you realize, like, you can watch porn, you can jerk off, you can do this, you can do that, but it's like, it's the actual intimacy of, like, touching someone and, like, feeling them all over and being felt and have someone, like, caress you. It's very nice. So,
Absolutely.
That is
it didn't have to be dirty, you filthy pigs.
But to be clear, you do not have a suit made of girl's skin, right?
To be clear,
Not girls.
Do you have a dog named Precious? Because that'll creep me out a little bit.
After all this time, you think I have a dog? That's where you're going to get...
Maybe
That's-
hidden it
that's
away.
the
I have a
problem.
better chance of having a girl in a pit than I do of having a dog.
All right, everybody, that does
Named
wrap it up.
Precious.
3.5 hours of nonstop,
Good
riveting
Lord.
entertainment fun discovered by people around the world
I like how he
randomly
describes us.
and
Yeah.
get sucked in for this
the
whole thing.
vajanko.
We thank you for being here. We enjoy doing it. It's Katie, Kat, Marnie, Al. I'm Clayton McKee.
Propaganda.
Thank you so much. We'll leave you with our parting word, which is we will see you next Tuesday.
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America.